This stuff here is fine.
Say something.
Yo, yo.
We got a lot of regs. We got Rick and Barstow in the Twitch chat. We got Israeli Ron in the YouTube chat. Lauren Malva, OEO. Steve Levine up in there. All these Live at the Bike luminaries. Steve Min. We got a special guest, Ronnie Bardah of Miss Finland fame.
What up, what up?
Here. Teddy Holiday up in here. Is Lisa Hoffman in the building? Please stand up. Thank you for the pre-thumbs up for the video. Ronnie Bardah's in the YouTube chat. Shoot him a couple questions. If you guys didn't check out yesterday's episode, Ramsey Dew won $30,000 in the $5 ante game. Fungus Among Us, you are correct. It's Ronnie Bardah, the dude that got bluffed by Miss Finland on the Poker Stars Shark Cage. I've known Ronnie for a very long time. I know it's the wrong order, but what happened on the river? Yes, Alec Torelli's dad. This is the real Wayne Chang. How's your son doing? Is he getting that essence oil? Like, what's going on? Oh, I saw Ryan Freeman. I thought it was Ryan Feldman. I'm like, he's everywhere. All right, countdown. Limit Hold'em.
You're not drinking.
What's up, guys? It is D22 So Wayne Chung in the mix, and we have a special guest tonight, Ronnie Bardah, who, as you guys may have seen on YouTube, got bluffed out by Miss Finland on Poker Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. What's up? What's going on?
I've known Ronnie for I don't even know how many years.
15 plus.
Probably 15 plus.
Yeah.
You're down with the Boston crew, right? You got Big Bob K, Diamond Joe, BK.
Yeah.
Little Jeff. Bart Hanson's from Boston. Did you know him back then?
No, I didn't even know Bart was from Boston.
Yeah, or I mean, at some point of his life, he was in Boston.
So he was born and raised in the Boston area?
I'm not sure, but I know at some point he was at Boston, then came out to L.A.
Oh, cool.
Tried
Yeah.
Hollywood, then now.
I like Bart. Always nice
Yeah.
to see him.
Yeah. Let's get introductions. C1, we got Ara. C2, we got Peter. C3, we got Sarah. C4, we got Cordo. C5, we got Brad. C6, we got the Dark Knight from Seattle. Check out his blog, batcavepoker.com. He talks about movies, music, poker.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. In seat 7, we got JP.
With a huge stack in front of him.
Huge. He's Chip Lita with $5,000. JJ. Seat 7. When we get back to the camera, it's going to be seat 9, Jonathan Ng. There's Sarah. She's a limit reg all over Los Angeles, the lovely Sarah.
I think after a couple of drinks there.
And look right here. We have an interesting hand starting off.
Yeah.
Open under the gun UTG with the ace queen off. Folded to the button. 7 in the 7-seat JP. Is that the man with the Nike hoodie and the big stack?
Yep.
Yeah, he's in the 7. And John taking 3 cold to the face with a 10-7
Jonathan
suited.
Ng, VIP host of the Bicycle
The
Hotel.
executive VIP host. Yeah, he's cool, man.
He's a man.
He does a really, really good job, really friendly. He's one of the best I've seen do his job. I mean, like, he's great.
So sick. How does Jonathan's 10-7 not hold up?
I wanted to see John kind of smash a flop here right away. But we have an ace-deuce-3 flop. We should see Ara just bet here, and Jack should probably take one off.
No, Jax is in position, so he c-bet from the button, and then
okay.
Ara just called.
Oh, ace-queen open, he 3-bet.
Yeah.
Then one check on the turn?
Check on the turn.
Okay, it's moving pretty fast. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. Limit hold'em, man. It's lightning fast. We
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We know. And ace-queen's going to take it.
And one check on the river.
Yeah.
Wow. It's no. Did he bet? He didn't bet the river. Ara didn't bet the
No,
river?
I mean Ara could have been going for a check raise. Obviously,
Okay.
it's like if JP has like jacks, queens, kings, and he's like, oh well, we'll let him bet, and then he could check raise. That's an option.
Yeah.
Instead of just betting
For
out.
sure, for sure. Sometimes I just like to get,
Yeah, just get the standard, especially in the early sessions. It's like
Yeah.
we know each other. We look like when the session first starts. Usually people play standard. Like
Yeah.
the crazy shenanigans don't happen until like later on when
You have the nuts when he checks back and overall, but you don't want to miss. I feel like missing value. You're gonna be missing value more often than getting a check raise in. And when you do check raise, they might be confused and may pay you off. But in the long run, they're gonna be like maybe folding. So I don't know.
Yeah, Sarah's going to raise pocket sixes on the gun +1. And Dark Knight picks up jacks. Dark Knight is from Seattle.
I love the
The
nickname.
Batcave.com.
Batcave.com.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm gonna have to check his blog out later.
Yeah. Ooh, Jonathan picks up 2 chicks at the same
He's
time.
gonna put the 4 bet from the small blind. 7 deuce off, obviously folding. Sarah will put 2 more in, obviously.
Come
And
on,
we'll see
we
a
need
flop 3
6.
ways.
We need a 6.
Let's see.
I always want the underdog.
Ooh, 10-4-4. We'll see 3 people going.
All 3 of them have the clubs, so Jonathan's in really good shape.
John's obviously fires immediately.
Yeah.
Sarah will peel. And she might think she might have the best hand here some of the time.
Yeah, I mean, they could
Sometimes.
both have unmade hands.
Yeah, both can have ace, king, ace, queen here.
Yeah.
And limit hold'em, we always try to feel like, what hands do we beat?
Optimistic.
All right. Yeah.
Being very optimistic.
Yes.
Great card for Jonathan.
Dark Knight just called the flop, yeah?
Ooh, Jonathan.
Wow. Boom.
Whoa. Oop, there it is. Dark Knight falls for it. And Jonathan with the Chede.
Dark Knight
Chede.
calls, right?
Yeah. Great card for Jonathan.
Just queen.
Just
Queens. Nice net roll, John.
Net roll. Jonathan.
Just queens. He's like, maybe, I mean, like, to be fair, like, the only hand that, like, makes sense for the Dark Knight to have is 2 jacks.
Right.
If he
Yeah.
could easily have 2
ace
kings in a
10.
spot.
Yeah, those are
Ace
the only
10,
2
yeah.
hands.
Ace 10.
It is net rollish, but
Yeah. John likes to, he doesn't like to, but he does that sometimes. quite often.
we have a secret. It's if Jonathan supposedly net rolls you, just complain, be like, John, you net rolled me. He's like, okay, I'll buy you a bottle of wine or a glass of wine. Gotta solve him up. I mean, he's the man, We gotta.
Not only is he the man, he just always dresses to perfection every single time he comes in. Even when he dresses down, he's doing it.
Oh yeah, that's funny because every time he dresses down at the table, he looks like some 25-year-old got the baseball cap,
yeah.
and we're just like, dude, the VIP host looks just like you, except he's more handsome.
Tusi's got an interesting hat on. Probably got some kind of
It's got
festival.
flavor in your
Probably
ear.
got some kind of festival like Oregon Blaze or something, or Trail, whatever they call
We
it.
want to thank all the viewers. We know the show is straight up competing against porn, so. Guys, this is Ronnie Bardah. Shoot him any questions. We're going to talk about his hand with Miss Finland and like all of his poker history all through the show. Known Ronnie for a very long time. Me and his Boston crew, we get at it. We've gone on it online. We've gone on it live, and we're all good buddies.
What up, Phil?
See some fans of you in the chat already. So Jonathan's going to raise up on the button, Jack 9 off, in position. Position and aggression, hand confidence, the 3 keys, the 3 pillars of poker. Jonathan's C-bet is likely going to take it down. See, there you go. Jonathan Ing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Like, remember when you came to the bike like 2.5 years ago, I was propping 40-80, and I didn't even know about the Miss Finland video because obviously we were playing together for like a long time. You're like, check out the Miss Finland. I'm like, what? And then I just saw him like, oh, man. But again, gets needled
it
a
went
ton.
pretty viral, and
yeah.
I can't. Everywhere I go, people always, remind me. And I'm a good sport. I take it well. It's
Sure,
a fun
of course.
hand, and I'm happy it happened. To be honest, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's
great.
like great press, man. And
It
plus,
was fun.
I saw her. She like follows you on Instagram
Yeah,
and
we
Twitter.
keep in touch. We DM once in a while.
Cool.
Sarah's cool. She's out here in LA all the time, But the funny thing is I haven't seen her since that happened. And we were supposed to cross paths a few times. We were supposed to grab a drink in Vegas, actually, recently, but it hasn't.
You know what would be great is if you guys rematched on Live at the Bike.
Look at this guy. Folding ace deuce of hearts under the gun.
What a nit.
What an, well, he's saving money long run, but I can't
You're
do
on
it.
camera.
On camera, it's that's where the line is drawn.
Go
You
wild.
open.
The line must be drawn here. No
Yeah.
father. So Brad's raising up ace queen off.
And then
JP with the
three
wild
bet.
thing.
Jack 10 of D3 bet the Jack 10 of diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going plus 3.
I like it.
Jonathan 4-bet 7 deuce suited.
Wow.
Wild
John.
animals. Well, we want a freaking king 8 3 flop, and then
And
Jonathan
Sarah
just like
comes
taking
in
it.
with
Oh,
90
Sarah's
hearts,
got the
of
90 hearts.
course. I like her hand here, actually.
Yeah, hashtag pot odds, hashtag implied odds.
Ing just put the 4 bets in the small one that just have 7 deuce of clubs.
Jonathan put in the 4 bets. Yeah.
Yeah.
7 deuce.
Johnny.
And he's ahead. Of course, Brad and JP, and Sarah, all with overcards. So John's gonna have to fade a lot, but
I hope.
sometime-
I'm really rooting for John here.
oh hell yeah, he's just the 7 deuce paying off.
Ooh, heads up, ace
Heads
queen
up.
versus 7
Yeah.
deuce.
Now he's Jonathan's equity massively increases.
Did John check?
No.
Oh,
Brad's.
Brad. This is Brad here. Who's
Yeah,
betting right?
it's Brad.
We just call. Oh, it's a kill pot. Is it? No, it's not a kill pot. I see.
It
like,
is kill.
It is a
kill. Jonathan's. He's a killer. And there's a full house for Jonathan Ing.
Check back. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, John.
VIP host Jonathan Ing, 7 deuce
Wow.
every day by the casino, except he's not here Sundays. Israeli Ron Queen Deuce in the YouTube chat. Woo!
That is awesome.
Israeli Ron, he gets recognized like everywhere, dude. He's like when he had a trip to Israel, and
Yeah.
then there was like just random people. Was like obviously he's going to his hometown. And
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Israeli Ron. Like,
He's great. I met him actually a few weeks ago, and he told me he followed me on Instagram, so I made sure to follow him back.
Of course, dude.
What up, Israeli Ron?
He's our dude.
I mean, people who say limit hold'em is not. I mean, look at this. I mean, there's money to be made, guys. If you're watching and you're come over and have some fun with us. It's a good game. This kid is from Boston in the 5 seat.
5 seat. It's
don't know.
Brad. I don't know who he is.
I know there's somebody from Boston.
Okay.
If anybody in the chat knows these players and tell me who's from Boston, let me know.
Yeah, we want to get a good rotation. Obviously, we want the regs, and we always want to give the regs of the Bicycle Hotel and Casino priority in these games. JP with 2 sevens at the same time. I'm going +2, raising up. Just do it. Jonathan, pocket 5s. He's just going to call. Wow.
Wow.
Soul read, eh?
He's
Soul
one-
read.
He wants to bring in the rest of the crew.
He was the kill. Sarah's
Sarah
got pocket
finds
kings.
2 gonks in the small blind. 2 kings.
He's going to slow play it.
My boy Jesse always called the kings 2 gonks. We're going to flop 3 ways.
King Kong.
10-10. Queen. 2 clubs. Sarah checks. She's looking to get a little check raise in here, I guess.
Little max value.
Yeah. Or maybe she's going to call and just...
You could raise the turn,
Raise the
too.
turn.
Yeah, it's safe.
yeah.
With no ace on the turn.
I won't be surprised if she actually just might be this check calling here, thinking, oh, that's not the best card for her.
Yeah, ugly card.
Yeah, wow. JP still going at it with the 2 sevens.
Reppin',
Rightfully so.
reppin' ace.
She say
Sarah's-
did she say all in?
No, she raised. She.
I swear she said all in, though. It's like a joke, but... Yeah, JP should just fold here. Yeah, nice hand.
Good fold by JP. JP, I like is I mean, the whole point of his bet is to get something like 9s and 8s to fold.
Yeah, and I mean, actually, that's like the worst card ever for Sarah.
Sure.
Not the worst, but
Yeah, ace would be worse, but
you know, but it's
These guys know each other. They're from Fresno.
Where do you guys play in Fresno?
Fresno has 24.
when she picks up a straight draw, she usually still has the nuts.
There's not that much. We usually drive to LA or go to the Bay. And we're right in between both.
I guess if JP does have some kind of random 10, he can't. When she check raises the turn, he shouldn't be, because her hand looks like she has ace king off here.
right,
Or,
or
I
just
mean,
a
just
straight. It
ace
could be
king,
king
just a straight,
9. It
yeah.
could be 9-8. Whatever.
Well, she did put 4 bets in from the
No,
blind.
she just called. She
She just called 3.
yeah, 'cause- yeah.
Okay, I gotta keep up with these graphics.
No more drugs for this man.
Oh my God. Yeah, this almond latte's kicking in. Can people see us right now? If they
No.
Okay, no, they can't. All right.
Yeah, so you can take off your pants and only I see.
It's really Ron.
JJ raising up, ace 8 off on the gun +2 in this aggro game. Peter in the cutoff. 3-bets, and Sarah's going to cap it off. 8-6 of diamonds. Shout out to Wino
Wow,
Poker.
they're just getting it in.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. Is the king queen of hearts here? Should never be folding, obviously, and as rightfully. And the jack 10 is folding here. I don't know. When I see all this action and I'm the 5th person in the pot out of the blind with the jack 10, the big blind, I kind of get happy. It excites me.
Oh yeah.
Jack 10 plays really well multi-way. I don't care what position I'm in. And look, you flop a gutter.
JJ with the nut flush draw. Sarah flops a flush and a straight flush draw. So JJ cannot hit the 10 of diamonds or the 5 of diamonds.
King queen here is almost drawing dead.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's confused, like, what's going on? Maybe I should. Well, I'm probably in trouble. I don't know what. Three of diamonds is gonna save Curto some cash.
JJ makes a nut flush, but Sarah's not drawing dead.
What's
Curto hero calls.
Oh, maybe what's going on?
Oh, yeah, looking at the board, we'll see.
Okay.
When the
So
dust
maybe
clears.
she didn't flop a flush.
I see 2 black cards, so it might be turn to flush. Limited action's like so much faster. Yeah, I think she turned to flush.
She rivered the flush.
Oh, river the flush.
River the flush. Okay.
So one of the, like, most of the viewers obviously are no limit hold'em players, because that's what we've seen. World Series, you know, all the cash game, high stakes poker.
Okay.
It's just, so at Live at the Bike, we always want to introduce the side games like Pot Limit Omaha and Limit Hold'em, because if the no limit games are full or they're not good, you got to be able to, excuse me, you don't want to just sit around and do nothing. There's money to be made in Limit Hold'em and Pot Limit Omaha. So what I like to do is say the differences, because we all play all the games. So say the differences between No Limit Hold'em and the other games. Like No Limit Hold'em, if you're not that familiar with the game, you could just, you know, play tight and not get into difficult situations post flop.
Yes.
Limit Hold'em, if you play tight pre, you're not going to get in difficult situations post flop.
Yes.
And that's, you know, something we tell the audience, because the audience is like, oh, Limit Hold'em sucks. It's like, after you play Limit Hold'em, a lot of people transfer over because it's just so
it's
much
such a more enjoyable game, first of all, also.
Yeah,
you know,
the people you play with are just having fun.
yeah,
you know,
the action's so much more fluid. You get involved in more pots.
no Hollywood.
There's no Hollywood, and for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you know, and you become much better at reading hands too. You go to
Absolutely.
showdown a lot more often.
Yeah.
And for tournament players out there, if you want to, you know, strengthen your hand reading abilities, play some Limit Hold'em.
Right.
That's what we have here.
Got a 4-way.
I guess 9-4.
Sarah's jack is going to pull way ahead.
It's just kill pot. She was in the kill pot with the Jack 5. Ace 10 should be calling here.
Ace 10 has a gut shot and an overcard.
Yep. Go ahead after the turn.
Ooh. Club with a little bit cooler JP.
Is JP gonna check raise a turn here? Make a little play at the pot. He's gonna think about it.
Don't want to think about it.
Ooh,
He's just folds. It's a great fold.
Nice fold.
That
He's drawing pretty slim.
Yep.
Needed an ace or a queen that was not a club.
Yep.
I mean, personally, I'm not folding that turn. I'm
Yeah.
calling every single time, 100 times.
If you know your opponent, you know. But
And first
then-
of all, she posted the kill. I mean, I
Right,
feel like
right.
the 10 of clubs is usually most likely
good.
going to be good here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think I'm ever drawing dead. So I call, and it's limited hold'em. So
Yeah.
if we are drawing dead, who
The
cares?
pot's huge, yeah. Ivy Dick 13 is a full kill or half kill. It's half kill. So for those people who don't know what the kill is, if you win 2 hands in a row and it was not just like stealing the blinds like you see flop, then the stakes are up to 150%. And actually, what people don't really know is Limit Hold'em has higher variance than No Limit Hold'em, and the pots tend to be bigger. So if you like action, this is the game for you.
Yes.
And one of the best things about Limit Hold'em, I think Ronnie agrees, is that it's easier to play marathon sessions. Like No Limit, you always have to be concentrating, and like when your concentration falls off, you know, when we're on our prime, we can get good reads, and then when you're tired, it falls off. Limit hold'em is like your autopilot in a soft field should be good enough already. Obviously, we want to be on our A game, but
And in no limit hold'em, there's like one or two key pots that are going to make or break your day. Where in limit hold'em, you know, it's just a collection of different hands that go through the day, and it's like, oh, Kurtle finds 2 birds. In other words, aces, a.k.a. aces. Or I should say a.k.a. queens. Brad finds 2 queens here.
my favorite line is
this
2
all?
chicks at the same time.
And this is a kill pot again,
Yeah.
right, too? Sarah found a fold here. I don't know what
Look
she
at
had.
all this action.
We're going to go heads up here.
Yeah. She had
Did
9
Brad
deuce, I
3-bet
think.
and Kurtle just flatted?
No, he 4-bet.
He 4-bet. Okay. Yes.
You have to get used to the graphics.
Yep. Okay. We might see a raise here from Brad on the turn.
Nope, just call.
On the turn, I'm saying. Yeah, when the turn comes
Oh,
here.
the turn,
We
yeah.
might see a raise.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I think he might. He's gonna,
Slow down, Sean.
He's going to be betting right through this jack here. Brad's just probably going to call. Nope, he's in a raise.
Ooh.
And
That's going to slow down Kurto because
yeah. Also, too, if he's like, well, if he does have a hand like aces or kings, he can never 3-bet me here when the jack hits the turn. You might see Brad check back here after raising the turn.
right.
I don't see, you know, if I'm in Brad's spot, I don't see this guy like 4-betting 10s.
Yeah.
So he's betting.
A lot of these things are so like knowing the player is dependent or just like
Yeah.
how you feel a situation.
I've
Obviously, we see the cards and it's easy for us to tell.
I've only played with one person. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, 2. Jonathan and Sarah. I played with Sarah at the Hustler a few times, and Jonathan obviously here at the bike.
Early
all the
day,
time.
Jonathan.
Early day, yeah. And Sarah's pretty aggro. She gets involved.
Shout out to Natty Witt in the
cool.
Twitch chat.
Too many kooks tonight. I don't even know what that means. What's a kook?
Crazy people, I guess.
Yeah, but I thought that was
This is-
C-O-O, a cucks. C-O-O-K-S.
I don't know. Whatever. All these young kids.
I'm just reading the chat over here.
You're a big hip hop guy, right?
Yeah, man.
And I know some trivia about you that people don't know. Like you were in
I
an acapella group, like when
Yep.
you were younger.
I used to be in an a cappella group. We had a group called Infinite. We had a group called 6 in a Row. You know, obviously there was 6 of us.
Oh man, mind blown.
It was me and 5 Haitians from South Boston, a place called Brockton, Mass. We were actually really, really good, man.
Dude, I know, man. You were like
used to
busting
sit-
out on the table.
We used to sit in stairwells. I did a lot of vocal percussion too for our group.
Cool.
And that's another, aka beatboxing.
Like if you win the pot, you put $10 aside.
Jack 8. UTG opens the AC to clubs with Jonathan. Jonathan's action. Look at him just
Yeah, dude.
opening right up.
Jonathan flopped 2 pair on me. I flopped a nut flush on one of the live of the bikes. He just went 7 bets with me until he slowed down. He's like,
He had
"Whoa."
2 pair. You flipped enough flush.
I flopped a nut flush. He flopped 2 pair and he went 7 bets on me. Well, I capped it off,
Did
obviously.
Did he pair your face?
Yeah, on the river.
Oh
you
my
know.
God! Obviously, I knew that was coming.
Yep. Always gotta tell the bad beat stories.
That's a.
We
one
crush
to
each other
tell.
all the time. Yeah.
It's just max punishment when somebody just plays their hands so poorly, and they just get there and ruin you.
I mean, like it was
just-
Capri
it
and he
just
flopped
hurts.
2 pair. You can't necessarily put me on.
When you put the 4th bet in or 5th bet, and then I
Yeah.
flop 2 pair, I'm just like, all right, he doesn't have an overpair in a club here. You probably just flopped it, okay? But you know.
Shaggy song? It wasn't me. Cut me banging on the sofa? It wasn't me.
Yeah, Johnny, who caught you banging on the sofa, buddy? Come on.
Too real, man. Too real. Sarah raising up a queen jack of clubs on the gun +2.
I don't know how personal I can get, but beautiful Johnny is recently single, ladies, if you're watching. Jonathan Eng is single, and you might catch him banging on the sofa.
But now it's not even drama because if he's single, he's like, eh.
Yeah, you can catch
It's
him.
another
Yeah,
one.
it's whatever, yeah.
And another one. There's a jack for Sarah.
King 8 should be folding unless they want to get a little, you know.
Yeah, he folded.
Okay.
So one of the great things too about limit hold'em versus no limit hold'em is like when you steal the blinds in no limit, it's
they're
like
just so
5
much
5 5
bigger.
10.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. They're like, they see me in the cutoff. I'm like, listen, I got to play my big blind. They're like, stop being a degenerate. Let's just go right now. Let's go to dinner. I'm like, listen, you have to. If you post your blinds in this game,
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. You
Yeah.
have to get the amount of hands in. You have to wait. And like in no limit, I could post my big blind and literally leave in the
Right.
cutoff. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's so insignificant to the game, you know.
Right.
But in limit hold'em, it's just it's a different story.
Limit hold'em's about like more micro actions. Like there's so many more decisions than no limit hold'em. Like people are always like, oh, limit's better. Oh, no limit's better. It's like, dude, just learn every single game.
And
That's
they're
the
like,
best for you.
Yeah, and everybody's like, you're getting like 20-1. You just have to call every river. I'm like, no. In the end of the
No.
day, the best limit hold'em players are the ones who are maximizing, going
Sick
thin
reads,
and
yeah.
finding like bets where other people don't, and saving bets.
Right.
Knowing that a player is never 3-betting the river without the nuts, and you just fold the second nuts, and
Yeah, the
you're
pot
playing
can
your
be
best game when
massive.
you're doing that, and the ones who are capable of doing so, you have to pay them off in some spots. That's why I was good action. Oh, here we go.
Absolutely. So Peter's going to raise queen 10 of spades on the gun. Sarah cold calls 2, jack 9 of hearts.
And Sarah's is bringing the field in. That's what she wants.
Right.
As
She wants to
and
wants
she
to play his hand multi-way.
She's not going to isolate the jack 9 of hearts. Yeah.
And Dark Knight calls with 5s. JJ
Let's
9-7.
get
And
over.
Jonathan 6s. There's a 6 for Jonathan.
Ooh, Jonathan's running like God.
Spacey. Spicy. He's up $730 so far.
John checks, and he gets calls. He's gonna. Who fired the flop?
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
So it's checked to Dark Knight, who tried to steal, and Jonathan's just like, I guess I call.
Yeah, John's not gonna. I don't think gonna find get a check raising. It's gonna check. Unless the Dark Knight just go. Oh,
Dark Knight bets because he picks up a
Oh,
gut
he
shot.
did. Yep. Okay. Yes. I like him.
And then Jonathan's like, ha ha,
Got him.
got him.
And Dark Knight is going to call, obviously. Feels like he probably has 6 outs, which he only has. Yeah, there you go. Jonathan improves to a full house here.
And because it's Jonathan, man, Jonathan could have
Jonathan
He
postured
can
a
have a
little,
lot
took
of
his
stuff,
time
yeah.
because he's like, maybe I'll get raised by kings here.
and Dark Knight's gonna pay him off.
Well, rightfully so, because Jonathan's been pretty active, showing the 7 deuce, showing,
Sure.
and Jonathan.
And Dark Knight has 2 blockers to the nut straight too.
Yeah, and in Dark Knight's defense, like John can have like picked up a lot of draws here and check raise,
Sure.
like semi bluffing with the 8-9 of diamonds, peeling the flop,
Yep.
or a lot of nut flush draw combos, like so.
Yeah,
I
could
don't
have
mind
like
him calling
ace
the
3 of
showdown.
diamonds, then picked up a pair, flush draw. It's like a lot of hand ring. It's like there's a different skill set of playing against any field, and like when you're playing the same people like every day. Like there was a period of time at the other casino at me and Diamond Joe, 6120. It would be us 2 to start, us 2 to leave.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
what happened to me yesterday. They got me really good in the 40 game yesterday. I went for 4.5 racks, which isn't a big loss, but 4,500.
Sure.
It stings a little.
Oh yeah.
You take that drive home at 3:30 in the morning, and you just can't wait to get in bed. After 16, 17 years, you just become numb to it, and
Like
it's
Lincoln
just-
Park numb.
It's just another day. Just one long session. But you can't have to think like, what could I have done with that money? I could have gone to Thailand for like 3 months. Got massage every day, and oh, sorry, what do we have here?
Dark Knight raises ace 5 of clubs, only on +3.
2 8s is gonna 3-bet. No,
Just call.
just call.
It's out of position.
I like the 3-bet here.
Yeah, I prefer 3-bet, but
Get
you
the
know,
deal.
mix it up sometimes.
Enjoy.
There's an ace for Dark Knight.
See, that's why you call sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean, we know how it is. Like
Yeah.
competitive play, like you got to mix up your play.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like with 2 8s, I really want to get it heads up and get the big blind out of the hand. It gives you, because when you take 8s 3 ways, it's really
Sure.
hard to win unimproved.
Yeah,
You, have
you
to
don't
flop a
want.
set a lot of the times.
And the thing is, a lot of calling hands in the big blind are like something like 10-9, Jack 10.
Yeah.
You definitely want those hands out
Yeah.
because they're 2 overcards.
Exactly. We're doing King 9 off, King 7.
Yeah, just
one of the overs, Queen 9s are going to be folding a lot of the time. But when the button opens and somebody 3-bets to the small, and I have like Broadway cards in the big blind, I never fold to a 3-bet with Queen 10, Jack 10, Ace 10.
Sure.
I just don't, especially if I'm suited. Because the small blinds, it depends who's 3-betting, but usually 3-bet pretty light
And I just went back.
when late position, the cutoff or the button opens. So
I've name dropped you. Okay, sorry. There's another hand. So
Ace King off under the gun from Curto, who is doing pretty well so far. What did he buy in for? What was he in for?
he's up 150.
Okay, I thought he just has a lot of chips in front of me. Bought it for 2K. Generally, usually the average buy-in in a 20 game is 2 racks, or any limit game is 2 racks, which is $1,000. But today, everybody wanted all the chips. They wanted. I'm still getting used to people keeping racks in front of them. On the East Coast, we always have our chips out. You can't even play out of a rack. I think in some casinos it's against the rules.
Oh yeah, I remember Vegas. Like for some period, like you weren't allowed to.
Yeah, which I like. I don't know.
And some people threaten. They're like, "Oh, no jackpot if you play out of a rack." It's like,
Ace King flops top 2. and bets and wins the pot.
So how many bracelets do you have?
I have one. I should have.
Oh, whoa, wait. The World Series bracelets, not friendship bracelets.
I actually got a friendship bracelet recently at EDC, which was nice. So that makes
Sweet.
2, including the one I got in 2012 at the World Series of Poker in 6 Max Limit Hold'em, which is my favorite game. I love playing shorthanded. That's why I love coming to the bike and starting the games, and that's why I go to the end sometimes to finish the end of games, because when it gets shorthanded, I really like to play shorthanded, Limit Hold'em.
And it's just like you're contributing to the community, starting and stopping the games. You're not being a hit and runner.
No,
You're just I know you're never.
I take the least amount of walks, which I should be taking more breaks. But literally, if I run to the bathroom and I come back and either buy the button or post behind every single time.
Yeah.
You never even see me take a break for one round, which is kind of not great. But okay, we have here Brad opening UTG with the King Jack of Hearts. Everybody folding around to the small blind with Ace-5. And Sarah decided to call, and the big blind came along with a 9-7 from Curto. We're going to see a flop 3 ways here. King, Jack, ooh. Flop. 2 players flop open-ended. Sarah still with the best hand with the Ace-5. Checked.
But very difficult to play.
Yes, that's not a great flop. It's easy fold from Sarah.
Calling his shots.
Ooh.
Whoa, juicy. Curto turns it.
And yes, Brad was not going to be folding middle pair
Absolutely
in a
not.
straight draw here ever, but he probably knows he does not have the best hand. Curtle just, rivers another straight.
Got to save those
Good
for
fold.
different hands.
I like the fold.
Yep.
Good fold.
That's the thing. The pot's huge. It's only 1 bet to call, but
Yeah.
if
there's not many things he can beat.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4-liner on the turn, he led right through it. Also 3 clubs.
Yep.
He could have been drawing dead in a lot of spots, but Curto doesn't look like an opponent to me. The opponent raising under the gun, that flop's going to hit him a lot. So check raising flush draws is not the best play in my opinion.
Sure.
So he could definitely have a flush, was what I'm saying.
Of course.
Yeah. I like check raising flush, like out of the blinds there when the cutoff or button opens and you flop a flush draw. You just want to put the money in and hopefully, win the pot unimproved with aggression.
Absolutely. That's one of the things in Limit Hold'em that's better than no Limit Hold'em is like when you flop and you get people to fold their equity. A lot of times in Limit Hold'em, they have so much more equity.
Yes.
Because in no Limit, it's like when you fold out their equity, it's like, okay, even if they realize their equity with like they hit a 6-4 and they hit a pair of 6s, they're not paying off that much more. But in Limit Hold'em, it's just like if you fold out, if you have Ace King high and he has 6-4, and you get them to fold out their 6 and they would have, or 4 and they would have spiked a pair. Now Ace King high, you probably have to pay off. But in no limits, like they're probably checking their just singular small pair.
Button open Ace-4 of diamonds. The small
Sarah.
blind, Sarah. Button, small blind flatted, and the big blind's coming along with 6s.
Ooh, wow.
Ace.
Brad flops a full house and Sarah flops trip aces.
And she checks back.
Curto flops a nut flush. Oh my gosh, Sarah has the nuts. Or I mean, effective nuts.
Yeah. She's just going to call.
She's just gonna call.
She check back. And
Nice call.
Here comes Curto with a flush draw.
Yeah.
This Heart
see a heart.
River would just be
So
be
sick.
so much punishment for
Yeah.
Curto.
Great play by Sarah.
Brad's just sitting there like, well, I have the stones here.
Ooh.
Checks. We're going to see a bet here from Brad, and Sarah's going to, she's...
Let's see if Brad's like, you have quad aces?
For viewers at home, the confused look is always the nuts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to let you guys know when somebody looks confused and they
Oh, he's going for 3 bets.
yeah. I mean,
Sarah doesn't have the nuts though. Like Ace 9 is the nuts, and 8, then Ace 6, and then Ace 4.
wow, she's re-raising. Good raise.
And Brad
Actually,
looks crying.
I don't mind him 3-betting, but I don't really. I don't know if I like Brad's 3-bet only because Sarah checked back and
On
she
the
just
flop,
calls a turn
yeah.
on the flop, and now she raises the river.
Right.
I mean, I guess Sarah would be raising the river with like Ace King, Ace Queen. So I guess I do. I don't mind his 3-bet. I take that back. I take it back.
He does. I mean, he has a full house in Limit Hold'em.
Yeah, that's why I say to a lot of people, like, just raise.
Yeah.
If you get re-raised, all right, whatever. It's not like you can get, Curtle taking a sip of his beer, celebrating not getting there.
It's just so much more relaxed. Like in No Limit, like if I stack you or you stack me, even though we're buddies, there's got to be a little bit of tension there. In Limit, we beat each other in hands like so often. We're just like,
Let's look
whatever,
at
dude.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know how it is. It's like, say I bad beat you in no limit for stacks, and it's like, oh, I feel bad, but
Going
at the
to-
same
yeah.
time, I'm not going to give you your money back.
Yeah, and going to dinner with you and having to look at your face was
Yeah,
painful.
it's
So
like-
when in Limit Hold'em, we hang out all the
Yeah,
time. It's
exactly.
cool. It's just,
If this pile is gone,
In the mid stakes, it's okay. When we start playing high stakes and no limit, then big bet pots. It's just like you start losing like 10K, 20K, 30K to people. It's like
I know.
starts getting a little painful.
I imagine Garrett and
Yeah.
Ara Papazi, what's his name?
Art Papazian.
Ara Papazian. They
yeah.
must go to dinner all the time. They must be.
Oh
stacking
yeah,
up
they're all buddies.
thousands
Yeah,
of dollars.
it's just everything. But Dan
It's
Zach
just so you
said,
get used to it.
yeah, Dan Zach said it's like that dynamic is just like, it's a little bit less. It's not as friendly as Limit Hold'em, where it's like whatever, we know how it is. But it's like you gotta see these guys like every day. So JJ's got Ace King off on the gun +1, raising up to 40.
Where's JJ?
JJ's seat 8.
Seat 8. Okay, he's here.
Yeah.
Right, with the hat. Okay,
And then
opens and-
Jonathan, I think he's calling King 10 off. Brad, I don't know who 3-bet here, but
Did somebody 3-bet?
I think somebody 3-bet and somebody 4-bet. So I think the small one
King
is
10
10s.
3-bet and the
Yeah,
small-
Brad's got 10s.
And Brad
4-bet, yeah.
And out of the small. Ooh.
Jonathan picks up a lot of equity with the King of Hearts.
Ace King Black, just a pretty bad flop for
Yeah.
him. Tens still have the best hand. I think tens will hold here. That's my
Hashtag hold. Hodl.
my prediction.
Ooh. Now a 7 would be a 3-way chop.
Brad betting right through, and JJ not going anywhere with Ace King Black here. I personally would fold the turn here. Could be drawing dead a lot of the times.
Sure.
And I just don't. Yeah. A lot of players have to hold on to that Ace King. That no pair.
We'll see. They might be watching.
You were right. 10s hold.
Tens hold. Brad's in a bet.
Jonathan Ray. I'm just kidding. Jonathan shows JJ presumably the King of Hearts.
It's like if you're calling the turn with Ace King, like you should debate calling the river here with Ace King high. Like Brad could have Ace of Hearts,
Queen of Diamonds.
Queen of
or something,
Diamonds,
yeah.
or even a hand where they could be chopping and he's gonna be betting through all.
Yeah.
Like I bet the river with his hand and trying to get the other Ace King to fold.
Right. These
Trying to
other
chop block all the time.
These are all options that we have. We obviously, once you're there, you have to assess the situation, but we're going to give you the standard plays and then just, make your best judgment call. This is not poker's dynamic. It's not a memorized game.
No. Like a lot of players look at me and they're like, isn't Limit Hold'em solved?
Yeah.
It may be heads up online, but not
like-
never live full ring or even live heads up or live whatever. Some of the best players. Oh, we have JJ opening, finding queens here. Another big hand for JJ. UTG, he's gonna open.
same price as a bottle of water some places.
Comes in for a raise. Folding to the button. Fold. And deuces will call here out of the big blind. I love finding small players and small
Look,
pairs.
it's Israeli Ron's hand. Queen deuce, queen deuce.
Two Israeli
double-suited.
Rons going heads up.
Oh.
King 6-9. Check. Easy C bet here. Sometimes I check back once in a while, just to
Yeah, you got to mix it
just
up.
for fun.
sometimes.
Just to get two streets,
Yeah.
in case they.
It only hurts you against like somebody with ace X and they hit an ace, but they could also hit their kicker lower,
Yeah.
and then you get more action.
And a lot of times people will just like decide to oh, he's checking back, he doesn't have anything. I'm gonna try to take this pot here and bet the turn, bet the river.
Yep, those wild animals that
Yeah.
are released from the zoo or escaped from the zoo.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, at least a turn.
The audience doesn't know because I played relatively snug on camera, but I had my animal years at Commerce where you just outplay people post flop. Animals. Because the aggression factor is so high
God,
in LA.
I just love the energy. I'm not just saying this because I'm on live at the bike right now. I'm being honest. I don't go to the Commerce anymore because I can't handle the atmosphere. And the
Oh
energy
yeah,
in
it's
that
so
room.
right.
I just love the bike and any John finding nines there on the gun. I just love the bike, and when Commerce players come here, I tell them this is not the Commerce. You're not going to get away with a lot of shit you do here, so just take it easy, and I back up the dealers.
Sarah's going to 3-bet on the gun +3.
Standard. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Love ace queen suited. It's like one of my favorite hands, especially in limited hold'em. And
We're going to 5-way.
Jack 4 taking 2 to the face. Out of the
Suited.
big blind.
Hashtag suited.
Yes.
If you don't win
Looking to
this time,
Gambo, and actually not in that bad of a
I
shape.
can still.
Jack of
You can
clubs.
still fold
I
and
can
be
still
alive.
fold.
See a flop.
5
Wait,
ways.
I got half my
Buddy, the
stack.
blinds are coming.
Ooh, Queen Jack of clubs flopping top pair. Jack 4 flopping top pair and a backdoor flush draw.
Uh-oh.
Jonathan does a standard C-bet to try to thin the field, get value if no one hit a jack. Cannot give a free card here. This is going to happen a lot. More so in limit than no limit. In no limit, some people opt to check, especially if you cannot beat top pair.
Did Ara raise a flop and JJ took 2?
Looks like it.
And now, oh wow, Ara has top. You know, has turn was 8 of clubs.
I think it was an 8. I didn't see the suits.
Oh, no, now we have a different flop. Ace Jack 8. Things have changed. King Queen has
It'll
a gutter.
clear out. Yeah, it'll clear out. But
Look at that. Look at that.
okay, so it was Jack 8-6, and Ara had a pair and a flush draw, so he got really unlucky to get drawn out.
Offsuit ace. Nobody had the ace of clubs in the hand either, so 2 out ace on the turn.
Right.
Thank you.
But King Queen won the pot, so I guess ace queen was
They probably couldn't stand the heat. And
Yeah.
then folded.
yeah, no backdoor, nothing.
Yep.
It was Sarah had ace queen of spades. She just said you're welcome, I think, for folding her hand. when
Right.
King Queen won the pot.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes, the Patriots are going to win another Super Bowl. Ragu. Let's go Patriots. People don't like when I say that here at the table. Obviously.
Wisco Baron. There's always like, sports rivalries because you're from Boston. Every time BK and I go out on Twitter, we're like old school baseball. He's like Wade Boggs represent. I'm like Will Clark represent. Are you serious? Wade
Sorry,
Boggs?
LA fans. We had to ruin the LA Dodgers this year, and we're going to do it against you guys with the Pats. But you guys went far. Couple championship games. Good to participate in them, in the World Series and the Super Bowl.
You wouldn't get far.
Very fair.
NFC Championship is a good title to have, guys. It's fine. It's as far as you're gonna go. William Wong with Rams all the way. Good luck, buddy.
Maybe automatic.
You never saw my online player notes on you, did you?
No, I did not. Look at the
What?
return of the Snow Monkey saying WNBA versus Limit Hold'em. That's a toughie.
Yeah, he's
I bet you'd enjoy it, Snow Monkey. Come play with us. Your mind would change. I promise you. Limit Poker, where you can put the best player that is not in the Hall of Fame. William, what? I'm losing.
Yeah,
Wait,
nobody would ever
man. For one of his chips. I love these comments in the chat. They're awesome, guys. Keep them coming. Curto, +2, finding ace king, opening. JP with the ace deuce of spades, and the cutoff is going to, he's thinking about it. 3-bet, looks like it, behind John's head, but I see
He
the
just
motion.
calls. Looks
He
like
just
he
calls.
Yeah. JJ sneaks in with a little 9-7 of diamonds.
I love the 9-7 of diamonds. I'm addicted to it, actually. I can't fold it anywhere for anything.
Yeah, because, connectors are too predictable. Like, they're like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I
the
like-
straight.
I like
One
the one
gapper's like,
gappers.
you really have the one gapper? Yeah, I do.
In Limit Hold'em, I tend to play, you want to play more suited Broadway cards. They're a lot, they fare well more than smaller pairs where you can't really stack anybody. And when
Right.
in No Limit, I love playing small pairs because you're just playing for people's stacks. And,
So it looks like JJ flop open-ended and a flush draw.
This is why I love the 9-7. 7-5 flops a smaller straight draw.
Straight draw, yeah.
Ace deuce of spades with bottom pair.
Ooh, there it is.
There it is.
The groove slightly transformed.
JJ with the lock, firing, ace king folding, ace deuce folding, and Ara's not folding. He shouldn't fold. He calls, drawing stone dead. But I would be calling here also, so you can't blame the man, obviously,
course.
with the flush draw and a straight.
Oh, no.
You're going to see him lead here. Oh, nice look back, like you had to find something.
Open.
Oh, he just
He just calls.
he check call with
Yeah, he
7-5.
check called.
Got
Yeah.
there.
Wow,
Maybe he just saw something fishy,
Got-
I guess.
that's strong. I mean, for me, if I call the turn with a 7-5 and I find a
lead out.
4 on the river, I'm leading out and I'm gonna
Calling
get
a
raised,
raise.
and I'm like, well, I hope we chop here, and I know I'm not ever chopping.
Yeah.
There's certain players that only raise with the nuts. Obviously, I don't see JJ being one of those players. But when that happens, you successfully can find a fold in these 3 diamonds out there.
Sure.
There's very, 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 very few.
Always player dependent.
Yes.
All you need to do is get a couple of big starting hands.
So you never saw my player notes on you online, eh?
No, I haven't. Where can I find these?
Oh no, it's in the archives. But
Oh.
my player notes on you are like punk bitch, check raise nothing, cocksucker, bet nothing, get there, bitch face, shitting dump.
That's pretty accurate. I mean, I do check raise a lot with nothing. If you have played the game of the limit of hold'em with me, I am pretty active and pretty aggro. And
A lot of action.
yeah,
Lot of
I've
action.
earned my, I've earned payoffs. Queen Jack of Diamonds, raising UTG. I love it. Obviously here, I know players who fold that hand, and I'm just like, why?
Nitwads, as
JJ.
Nick Vertucci calls them.
Holding ace 8, 10-8, king 7 big blind, calls.
All right, heads up.
Knowing what to defend in the big blind is, it's
Thank you. So we're not doing the.
It's like you have to estimate what your opponent raises with and
Yeah.
how your defense,
it's not
how
like-
your hand. This is one thing in no limit hold'em is like you could just like fold the blinds all day long. It's not even that big of a deal. But in limit hold'em, you cannot give up your blinds, and that's where a lot of the action comes in. Wisco Baron asks if you're. Oh no, sorry, he was asking somebody else. He's from the Bay Area. You are from Boston.
I am from Boston, from Brockton, Massachusetts. Home of the champs. I love these comments in the chat.
Oh yeah, they're
So
just
great.
like
So let me check the Twitch chat. Twitch chats. Try saying that 6,000 times in a row.
Twitch chat.
It's not that hard.
I love my
The
Twitch.
mic hit your chips there.
I love my Twitch.
Okay, great. Perfect. We just
This-
put it right down the middle at that point.
Punya Punter. This is Commerce players are the worst attitudes of any casino I've been to. Don't stop verbal abuse. Yeah, you're right, Punya Punter. It's disgusting. There's a strong feeling of superstition and blaming deers of luck. It almost like they learn that there.
Oh yeah.
And they it's where if you learn to play at the Commerce, you adopt blaming everyone else but yourself on playing terribly. But usually the ones who are complaining and blaming deals are the action in the game, so it's hard to tell them to stop because you want them to stay in the game. So it's tough.
Bike's got the best food, the ribeye.
Queen Jack opening under the
No, it's
UTG2.
no. Dark Knight open, Queen Jack of Spades, and then Sarah's defending the big blind. Out flops Dark Knight.
Dark Knight flops the second half flush draw here.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Sarah's gonna bet out. Dark Knight's gonna raise. Sarah calls.
Check to you.
Good card for Sarah.
She check blind. Check back. Usually when somebody always check blind, I put them like some kind of gutter and back doors or just like,
Sarah picks up a juicy.
decent pot for the Queen 5. Oh.
Kill pot.
Again?
Kill. When you win pots, you're the killer.
I like folding the Queen 5. For myself, I do fold the Queen 5. You raise my blind, and I'm playing limit hold'em with you, and we're playing full ring. I am folding Queen 5-0 in the big blind. Some players are like, I'm getting 3 or 4 to what? Getting 4 to 1, so I'm not folding anything.
Yeah, if the pair was higher, like the board was ace ace 2-2-5, so there can't be an under pair to the 2. But if it's like ace ace 10-10-5, now Queen Jack's just counterfeited 9s, 8s, 7s.
A lot of time players will call with any 2 just because they have a plan in the hand. They're like, you know what? I'm just gonna call here and just check raise most flops that I feel like my opponent's not hitting. Or they get a good feel of how the player bets. There's a lot of timing like tells and betting tells.
Right.
You watch certain players, the way they put the chips in the pot on the flop, you can tell they have it or not. You should be paying attention to how players bet all the time.
Surf and snowboard in the chat. What's
10
up?
to diamonds. Who's snurfing snowboard?
Sir, he's just a reg in. He's a reg on the show and the chat. He's got a lot of rivalries with people
I was gonna do that.
on Live at the Bike, but we do love him. He's hashtag super loyal.
I like his name. 10 of diamonds, +2 opening, 7 of hearts, 3 betting king jack, calls on the button.
Like when game conditions are like these, throw all the training size stuff out the window.
And Sarah,
you have to like figure out what hand selection.
Sarah's gambling with the king 5-0 here out of the small, but I think she was the kill.
Yeah, she was the kill in the small one.
So, yeah, no, so she's she's rightfully calling here, and I think she's found a fold
It's like JP's got top pair, JJ's second pair.
with a backdoor hot draw. Both flop a gutter. And now we chop this pot. 10-8 still. Good here. I think we're gonna, if we see a deuce or 3 here, I feel like JJ will be, JP, or JJ has it, or JJ will be check calling. Oh, so JP's check the 10, and JJ check behind. Standard. And JP will win the pot.
M Lalum1 asks, how much edge can anyone have if all the players know each other and play well? You want to take that one first?
Well, you gotta kind of, see if everybody plays a certain way, or nobody plays alike, right? And on any given day, regs are going to be playing either their A game, B game, C game, and it's up to you to assess how they're playing that certain day. Like yesterday, I just went off and I played some of my worst poker I played in 4 months. And 3 or 4 regs who know how I play can sense and see that from hands that I'm going to showdown with. And they're like, wow, Ronnie is going off today. This is rare. They took advantage of it, and I lost 5 racks.
Yeah.
Nobody plays perfectly. And some of the best in the world, if they bring their C game, somebody who is not as good are going to beat them that given day. So you can't, so it just depends. Nobody can play perfectly every single day, and if you can show me somebody, hats off to them. There's very, 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 very few who bring their A++ game every single day. Sometimes, somebody's A+ game is not as good as somebody's B game.
Sure.
So this goes back and forth. But like Jonathan here, he's just like going off. Maybe it's for for TV here.
He's also the host. Like, as a host, you kind of have to give action.
Yeah, he does a good job, man. I really like John.
He does a good,
I
really
bust
good
his
job.
balls a ton, but he knows it's all fun. He can take jokes, and he's great, man.
Takes jokes, gives jokes.
Yes, he does.
Queen for Brad and JJ. Jonathan with an overcard and a gut shot. Jack obviously hugely devastating.
That means whoever wins this hand has to go make the dragon bet.
There's a good card for JJ.
Yeah, picks up a flush draw and still has the best hand.
Boston.
King 10 from John folding. It's a good fold. Pot isn't. If the pot was a lot bigger, he would peel again.
Yeah. He doesn't know his king is good.
Ooh, and he would have made the nizzles. He's looking down at his phone. He hasn't seen it yet. And watch, he will look up and be like, oh, come on, John, turn your head to the left.
There's the speech.
Queen 3 found a fold. There he look, Jonathan looking
Let's
over.
see. He doesn't say anything.
He's like, oh, you can see. That's the couple sways, and rocking back and forth in his chair, like, damn it. But being professional.
Yeah.
He could say he would have been nuts, but it's kind of annoying. Somebody keeps telling you what to have. I love playing with. Actually, I don't like playing with these players, but every single hand they're like, I would have made 2 pair this hand. I would have made a straight. I had Queen 3. I would have made trips. Like, good for you. I'm sure everybody out there has had players they play with who every single hand told them what they would have made.
Yeah. You know what I like doing is, like, say you have kings and somebody else spikes an ace on the kings. Like doing the needle you is like, oh, I had an ace. Then you're like, oh, I got 2 out instead of 3 out.
We got a question from Francisco Lopez. Hey, Ronnie, is Vegas better than Los Angeles 40-80? Okay, so my answer for you is that LA's more consistent. You have 4 or 5 casinos that spread limit hold 'em here. Obviously, I love playing here at the Bike more than any other casino. It's my favorite place to play. But yeah, Vegas games can be better, but Vegas is a weekend type thing. On the weekend, we have a lot of people that come in, tourists, recreational players that come in all the time. And Vegas is a seasonal, during Super Bowl, you want to come out to Vegas. During, March Madness,
World Series,
obviously.
Yeah.
But I would say LA more consistent, and the games are great. And you know, okay.
JJ limps Jack 4 suited on the gun +1. Ara raised King 4 diamond. Sarah 3-bets on the cutoff. King 10.
Nice 3-bet.
Yeah.
She can see that Ara's isolating, and she picked up on that, and now she's 3-betting, and has the best hand. If you're gonna limp the Jack 4 of spades under the gun, and you take 2 more to the face, you're gonna peel the 8-6 deuce flop with a backdoor spade draw.
So many
You have
backdoors.
to.
So, ooh,
And look at this. He does find
it's a
it.
spicy one for JJ.
Ooh, I'd like to see JJ put a raise in here.
Maybe it works opposite.
Calls.
Yeah, there we go. That's true.
Try to get ace jack to fold, ace king to fold, unimprove on the river, but he just call, and now the ace river. We're gonna see probably Sarah win this pot. She's gonna bet again, and JJ's probably gonna fold. Yep, that's what happened. Did not go check. She's not gonna have to show her hand,
Right.
which is what I would also do.
Francisco Lopez also asked Wayne, does the bike, it's 24, you play bigger than 2550 at Hustler Casino. I haven't been there in a while, but the thing is, because there's a half kill here.
I think it plays about the same.
Yeah.
Because the half kill, but it's continuously 25-50.
Right.
And the Hustler's a good game. You know,
Live at the Bike 3-bet premium clothing. We partner with 3-bet classic tees and hats now available at liveatthebike.com. Use coupon code BIKE and receive 25% off your first order. Go ahead.
I want a T-shirt.
We'll probably get you one.
Come on, Ryan, give me a T-shirt, buddy.
So you were saying about the Hustler 25?
Yeah, the Hustle's a good game. You know, it's a lot. There's a lot of action, but I would say the 20-40 game plays just about as big here because it is a half kill, and it's really good action. I play the game while I wait for the 40, which is also a half kill, and 40 game can play pretty big. If you want to compare to no limit, I would say the 20-40 with a half kill plays a little bigger than the 5-5 no limit game.
I agree.
And then the 40-80 with a half kill again plays a little bigger than a 5-10 no limit game. And the variance is a lot. You know, a few days ago I was stuck 4K and ended up making 2,500 in an hour and a half, 2 hours, six and a half racks up in 2 hours. Yes, I won a few big kill pots, which got me there.
Right.
And it's just nice. You know, it's when you're stuck 4,000 or 5,000 in a limit game. Obviously, you can get it back with a couple big hands, but it's just, you know, it's tough.
Bobby Bittman is back, says Will Clark was a great player, probably the best player not in the Hall of Fame. I'd like to think that in that era, while other people were using steroids, Will Clark was a purist.
King 3 versus the ace 3. Brandon H. Hey, Ronnie, why aren't you at the Borgata?
Borgata.
Borgata. I played a lot at the Borgata. Good place for limit action. A lot of limit hold'em. Only in the weekends now. And the mix is taken over, but in that area. But there's still a lot of limit hold'em. It's just great to see a lot of young guys playing limit hold'em, like Dark Knight and Brad, who are obviously younger than I am. You know, we are in our late 30s now.
Right.
You know, and this kid in the he's not actually a kid. He's actually probably our age. But I seen a couple young guys in a 40 game yesterday.
Come see Ronnie Bardah out in the back and kick his ass for insulting him.
This is great.
Just kidding. Ronnie Bardah after the show is having a party in his room 112.
Where the players dwell. Yo, Brandon H., I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It's just tough, man. You get old. It's tough to continuously travel all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know, it just wears on you. I've been traveling so much, and I've kind of want a real life now, and it's nice just to consistently.
Yeah, we had this talk like on the phone and in person about how you change when you're a young gun. You're just like, we'll talk about it after the hand, but JJ's gonna 3-bet here, ace king out of the big blind.
It's nice to have 9-8 suited in position.
Yeah.
And,
Sarah's just gonna call.
Ooh,
monster
straight
flop
flush
for
draw.
Sarah.
I'm gonna see Sarah put some action. Obviously, probably win this pot unimproved too, unless JJ, not the. Sarah did raise.
Yeah.
I like calling. I like switching up. Sometimes I
Of
raise.
course,
Sometimes
yeah.
I just call and raise a turn right
Yeah.
here. Which is stronger. But with the board pairing, JJ's probably gonna go to showdown here, depending on what river. I think JJ's gonna call almost all rivers.
Oh, there's the flush for Sarah. That's like the worst river for a JJ because.
Oh, JJ finds a fold. Good fold, JJ.
Yeah, because when you have ace king, obviously when the
At this
queen
point, you
comes,
can't
it's like
beat
the
anything.
worst.
Yeah, and the
flush-
queen of clubs, everything
Right.
gets there.
Right.
Can only beat 4-7, 7-8, or just Sarah going wild with nothing.
Yeah.
Good fold, JJ.
So yeah, in our 20s, we battled a lot, and even our early 30s, and we're just like, young guns. We want to be a lot to prove, chip on our shoulder. Now that we're like veterans, where it's like we know all the old pros, we know our new pros, we know the younger generation pros, and we're just like, it's time to settle down.
Yeah, I'd like to, get married at some point and have some. I'd like to have a kid or two. But I'm pushing
Some child
37.
bambinos?
Yeah, man. I like to raise a couple.
Oh,
I'd
just
be a
one
good dad. I know
extra,
that.
somebody else wants.
But it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. You know, it's playing cards and raising a family aren't too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's hard. So you just gotta treat it like any other job, and you know, when you're raising children or raising. I know a few people who have successfully raised kids and like have family like Marco and David Baker, ODB and Marco
yeah.
here. They have families and a lot of players.
Shout out
raised,
to David Baker, yeah.
Shout out to David Baker. Shout out to Marco. They play the big mix game here, 200, 400 mix. They're actually here now. In the back. Oh, we have a lot of hands here.
A lot of action.
Lot of action. Who opened this pot?
Looks like limped from Ara. Queen 10 off. Peter 5-3 of diamonds limp. Sarah 10-9 off limp. And then Brad raised up with ace 9 of hearts. And then
Which I
JP
love.
3 bets on the button. JJ in the small blind. King Queen of diamonds.
And John taking 2 to the face with a 9-5 of spades, and everybody else coming along for 3 bets.
Working harder than 9 to 5.
7 ways. 7
Lot of
ways for a flop.
action.
Let's see at least 3 go to the turn here.
Whoa, there's an ace and hearts. So Brad is
Just
a
smashes a
huge
flop.
hammer.
We have 3 people with gutter balls.
But
we have
even
5
though-
through the back door.
Even though JJ only has 6% now, so many turns. He could hit a diamond, a 10. There's so many things that could change. But it's also because JP also has King Queen. So
And King Queen has. Oh no, he has the hit draw too.
Oh,
look,
there's the diamond.
There it is.
that's the Wayne ESP going off again. Now JJ's got 10%. If JP folds, equities drastically increase.
And I think because the pot's so big, Ara's going to take another one off here with just a gutter. He only has 2 outs.
Yeah, you need 10 to 1 gut shot. That's if you're clean. There's two hearts, 2 diamonds, so.
Oh, Ara got out of the way.
And JJ's going to make a play at it with his
And
straight
Peter
flush
drawing
draw.
dead to a offsuit 4 and has
With-
3 4s in the deck.
It's poker. It can happen.
It can happen. Ooh, ace 9 will hold.
Check.
Nice pot for Brad.
That's bad for me because I also missed. I think you're gonna win.
An ocean of yellows.
$780
Shipped.
pot. Brad just like
He missed.
should be so excited.
I think Brad's from Boston. I think he's the guy from Boston. If I seen in my notes.
Boston.
From Boston.
Now we need $10 from you.
Israeli Ron is in the chat. Israeli Ron, you missed his hand. Somebody had pocket queen. Somebody had pocket 2s. So we were like, it's queen, queen, deuce, deuce.
I signed in earlier.
He had one pair.
Just the one pair.
Was it a raise on the turn? Yeah. That's why I laid down. I would
You would have scooped it? You're running good, Sarah.
Francisco Lopez dropping the knowledge. My thing on Vegas is, well, I'm far more of a known now, but when I was coming up and I play 4080, all the Vegas regs didn't know me except for Millie. Shout out to Poker Snoopy.
Millie. Millie's.
We love Millie.
Yeah, she lives in Vegas.
She's good peeps. Yeah, she has a place out here too.
Yeah.
But it's just like she was the only one who knew me, and because we battle a lot online and live, she knew about all my shenanigans. So I'm just like check raising certain boards, something like the 10-4-4 or like the King 6-6, and she knows I just like almost never have it, and then she just like rolls her eyes at me when I take it down.
You're due. You're due.
Choose the one who vomits when someone mentions Planned Parenthood.
What?
It might not hit the turn.
His name is David Baker. What did I say, J-Pick?
ODB.
ODB.
Thanks, Travis Smith. We have super legend Ronnie Bardah in here. In about an hour, we're gonna have a Q&A with your infamous Miss Finland video.
Sure. Yeah, bring the questions, guys. I mean, I also have some some World Series of
We'll
poker.
get into that later, but the chat immediately there was like,
embarrassment,
yeah, it's not embarrassing, it's fine.
Man. Too bad
Like-
we couldn't have Sarah Shafek come in here for some little commentating. We could get her in here. We could put her in the limit game. If she wanted to play limit hold'em, I throw her in the box. Get her in there. Watch her bluff it off. And successfully bluff it off. No, it doesn't happen.
It just
too
like,
often.
yeah, I mean, we've known each other for like something like 15 years. Okay, we got a hand.
King 10 looks like he
Queen.
opened. Queen Jack. Three vet the cutoff maybe, or just called. Flops top pair.
Oh, when?
Next month.
Brad's thinking not the best flop. He's got nose, got just backdoor straight draw and over. Decides to fold.
gonna play?
Standard. So who's crushing? Who's up the most money?
Looks
game
like
right now?
Jonathan. No, Sarah's up 1370.
Yeah, Sarah's
Shout out to Sarah.
Sarah's crushing.
Crushing. Jonathan's up 700.
Sarah's crushing, running good, playing well.
Absolutely.
There's a couple spots where she gambled that I probably would have folded, but it paid off for her.
And she got unlucky. She didn't draw with the ace queen, and then the ace hit. She was obviously
Yeah.
behind, but
Yeah.
spike and
Can't be
then
result-oriented, people.
absolutely not. Oh, is that the real David Baker in the chat? There's David Baker in the YouTube chat.
There he is.
David Baker, is that you? I still remember those times where you bluffed me off hands, so still after you.
David's great. Teaching is great.
Shout out
he
to Ray
says.
Henson, David Baker's buddy.
Yeah, I love
we've
Ray,
all
man.
been grinding a long time. Shout out to Mo too, who's played with Ray
Nora
Henson
Schmartz. Is that a
and Dave Baker.
MAGA? Making limit hold'em great again.
MLAGGA.
Somebody says 10K is plenty for 816. I agree. 100K would be great for 8160. So yeah, 10K is a decent bankroll to grind the 816 game. A great limit to learn at, and they do offer it here at the Bicycle.
Hotel and casino. Yeah, absolutely.
They do have a hotel.
Jonathan's ace 10 good, but Curto with 2 overcards.
Banging 2 pair. Jonathan will bet. King Queen will posture and just muck.
$10.
You can never tell if they're like real or fake, so David Baker holler back at us if it's the real ODB.
15 minutes. You'll see
David
it.
Baker's my hero. David Baker says no. I am really David Baker. It's hard to believe because David Baker is a legend.
Yeah,
Thanks, David, for coming on. If that is really you,
I doubt it, but
David, quickly put in the chat if you're listening. Who did I play heads up and beat when I won my bracelet in 2012? He was there, so if he's gonna answer this, hope it doesn't look. If it take, you should-
not just that. We could ask him what the David Baker hand is, and we'll know immediately.
I don't know his hand, but you know it, so we'll see.
What?
I don't know his favorite hand.
You do?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
I said off there. I played.
JJ
Yeah, go ahead.
finding Ace King under the gun 3. Who's gonna raise? Obviously. Oh,
Jonathan.
Jonathan ISO in 3-betting him with the 4-4.
Make sure all your kids don't grow.
And this is what I like. I never like flatting with a small pair. You want to
course.
3-bet in position so you have a better chance of winning the pot. If the game is blown out and it goes raise, call, call, you can come in there. Oh, JJ's going to win the race for now. Checks and just call. I like the check call here.
Yeah.
I think, now he should just, he checks. Check, check. River 5.
Oh, almost.
John's going to fold here.
Almost.
Yep, John's going to just fold here.
Then there's where JJ shows
It was-
threes.
Yeah, it was good.
It's a different David Baker. He says I'm not the poker player David Baker, so
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's a relatively common.
Played
But
full Hemuth.
David Baker's gonna know we shout out. He's played with us a long time. He's played 200, 400, 7-card stud with him, limit hold'em. I don't think I've played any big bet games with David Baker, but maybe my memory's failing.
Play some tournaments with David.
Yeah.
Probably play cash, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
David plays a little bigger than I do. I will play big hold'em. I will if a 100, 200 game is going off, or even 150, 300, and the lineup looks spicy for me to jump in there. I will fire.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find bigger limit hold'em games these days. You can find 100 or 200 at the Commerce once in a while. But 40-80 with a half kill is big. I mean,
It's
I
big,
swing
yeah.
5K every day, and that's enough for me. I'm happy with that. It's Ace 8 of clubs here, +1 is going to open, I believe. Jonathan,
Uh-oh, 3-bet.
or did Jonathan open? No, +1 limped with the Ace 8 of clubs. JP limped, and Jonathan opened. And Peter 3-bet 5-5, and both will call and see a flop 3 ways. So JP limped, King, Queen, Jonathan raised, and Peter with 5-5, 3-bets. Peter's a 2C, correct?
Peter is 2C, yeah.
Yeah, and I can see how he's so focused. King 9-6, Jonathan takes the lead. Did Jonathan lead here, or did JP bet and went call? Jack on the turn. Jonathan strong holding here. I think Jonathan just bet the turn.
Yeah.
I mean, bet the flop, dunked into him.
He's going to take the little juicy one.
I think Peter took one off.
Do you have a poker theme song for the way you play, or just?
You know, I always imagine what song would I come out to
Right,
if I
yeah.
ever made the final table of the World Series of Poker, which
Yeah.
I have got close a few
Right.
times. You know, with
I
my-
think I've seen you on TV.
Yeah, I finished 24th once, like a million years ago.
Yeah,
9 years
good.
ago now. Wow, 9 years. It was 9 years ago, and I, you know, took a 1/24th. But I always thought, what song would I come up to? And I have a lot of different ideas, but
Let's give the top 3 nominations.
top 3 nominations. I'm a big hip hop guy,
Of course.
so I know it's kind of corny, but I'm a Hustler by Cassidy.
Why's that corny?
I
I'm
like
a
it, you
hustler,
know.
babe.
I'm a hustler, homie. He's kind of has like, you know, Jay-Z
Yeah.
sampled background voice.
Right, right.
You know, I kind of like that. And Drake's.
It's like newer, way newer than 9 years ago, Drake.
Well, this song came out in 2010 or 11.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, one of his songs I forgot the name of. I really, really like Drake. I may come with the Drake, or I was thinking about coming with some like really old school, you know, old
Yeah.
school stuff from the 60s or something.
All
I don't know,
right, all right.
something up tempo for sure.
All right.
That I'd be actually dancing to in a hoodie, like I'm ready to
Ron
come out for
Nasty.
a
Shout out
fight.
to Ron Nasty.
Yeah, man, Ron Nasty days are. I'd like to come out with Ron Nasty once in a while. We got Ace Queen, UTG. The UTG,
Undergun plus 3 raised up, and then Peter the hijack 3 bets.
I believe JP just called here.
Yeah, JP's gonna outflop all of them. Flop it like it's hot.
Everyone knows.
Doesn't have to be like a.
This is a pretty good game.
Ooh, JP check Chele.
So you're saying.
Clean turn for JP. Just gonna fire it out.
And if I have 7-8 of hearts here, I think that JP can have a lot of draws here, like an overs and flush draws.
Sure.
So I'm going to showdown on a lot of brick rivers here, you know, and that's just it's just gonna happen. So like right now, I'm just never folding,
Yeah.
and he snap calls obviously.
Right.
Yep. You know, it's just unlucky for Peter that JP has a 9-8. UTG, he's gonna win a decent one.
My theme song,
Yeah. I'm sorry for not asking. Yeah. What was your team?
Air Force One. It's my Nelly, and
Oh.
'cause I'm like-
I need to.
yeah.
her.
You know why? Because I'm always behind in the hand. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
When that song came out, I was
Yeah.
always singing at the
Yeah.
table, and all the older people
So
just
I could get you stomping in my Air Force Ones.
They just got aggravated and annoyed with my face.
Yeah, because it's like when you first hear, it, you're like, "What is this?" And then you hear more, you're like, "Oh my God, this is the ish."
Oh yeah, and
I love that song actually. Shout out to Nelly. You can find him
Yeah.
at the Venetian sometimes. He loves the Venetian. He plays at the World Series of Poker. I played many sit and goes with Nelly, and he always has a dime sitting behind him. There was this
Dime
one
piece?
hot Indian girl who used to massage at the Venetian. I was in love with back in like 2000.
And then he hijacked you.
And he just has her. It's just like
so
this Indian
sick.
girl who's so thick. She looks like a video vixen and slash doctor. You just want to marry this girl. He's just got her. I'm like, come on, this
This unfair,
is
man.
not fair, dude.
It's not fair. Don't they know about you and the
Look at
your
Pete.
acapella groups?
She should know. Peter just finding Queen 7 of hearts plus 3s and opening get a little crazy, and JP's gonna defend the big blind with the 8-4 diamonds 2 to the flop. King 6. Unless
is-
JP gets a little feisty here, the Queen 7 should win this pot.
This is
Come on, make a play here, JP. Give us some excitement. Now he's gonna look back at his hand and just be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I think he's deep clench. Oh, come on.
This is where
you want, and he look at this.
yeah. They just
Peter just shows the best
yeah.
hand. You're
it's
not
the best
bluffing,
hand.
Peter.
Yeah, but you're folding
But
out
he's
JP's
showing
equity.
He's showing. Look at guys. I'm opening Queen 7. You know, I'm not a nit
Oh.
like you think I am or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
This is where like King 6X or LA. Like if I check raise, no one believes me in LA. Like when
Yeah.
they didn't know me, they're like, "Is this guy capable?" And this store, I'm like, "Whoa, Jack 10 good, Jack 10 high good."
God, I kind of wish I played now.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of
Next time,
opportunities.
next
Vibe
time.
the bike ain't going anywhere.
No, it's not. As long as Ryan just continues to bring us, you know, all this good stuff. Ryan's doing a great job with the
Yeah.
with the bike.
Shout out to Ryan Feldman. With so much drama in the LATB. Dude, DJ Melody. It's like I always drop like innocuous hip hop references and like, you know, normal.
You do all the time on
And, like,
on Twitter,
people-
It's so funny.
Yeah. All the cultured people know.
Yes.
There was one time at 4080 when I was propping, I was like innocuous, like somebody took a bad beat. I'm like, wow, it's sicker than your average. And I just like start busting up laughing. You know who it is.
Jack 8 of clubs in a cut opening. I love this hand. Ace of diamonds 3 betting, rightfully so. I love the 3 bet from the Ace of diamonds. Queen 10 takes 3 to the face with the Queen 10-0. Wants to get involved. JJ coming in with the King 10 of hearts. I love it. We're gonna go 4 ways to the flop. Let's get an action one, please. I want to see at least all of them hit it at the flop here. Which they might. Oh no, it's Ace Ace 5. 2 hearts. We see JJ flopping the nut flush draw and Dark Knight flopping 3 of a kind.
3 of a kind aces.
He fires. JP getting out of the way. JJ just calls.
Heads up.
One more ace.
Oh, I saw a red card. I'm like, whoa.
Everybody.
And if, you know,
I think he paid for it.
Very nice.
30 ball. Dark Knight will win this pot.
He's trying to induce the bluff,
Something really crazy
and
happens.
Dark Knight.
This is a good experience.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, JJ.
JJ.
Yeah, maybe sorry. I thought Dark Knight had the
Everybody.
good
And-
value bet by Dark Knight.
And he folds right in front of him. Like a lot of LA players like to do here.
Friends with all.
When they fold, they just move their cards up 2 inches. Which is like 50% of the players do here. I
Yeah, it's
throwing-
culture. This is
Yeah, it's just I
culture.
just like throwing my hand into the muck at the
Sure.
dealer so they have less of a job to do. You know, I don't know. I'm not saying anything,
But-
anything bad about it, but like a lot of players just like move. They literally move their cards up like a second. I
Yeah.
mean, not a second,
Like
an
an
inch.
inch, yeah.
And the dealer has to ask them twice, "Are you folding?" And they're like, "What do you think?"
I know. I'm like, they're just doing their jobs. Like people give dealers like such a hard time. It's just like
yeah, but I
so
get,
brutal.
yeah, but
You're part of the team shark.
a lot of us are getting in there, telling them, "Hey
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
just treat the
I saw
dealers a little
that
nicer."
your tweet defending dealers. Like anyone who treats a dealer bad, you're just like, dude.
And I'm a man of my
respect,
word.
yeah.
You know, I don't want to make it a hostile environment. And I want to keep a lot of action players in the game. But it gives
Just
me
like any
anxiety and
player.
depression. And just like any player. Ara finding 2 queens, UTG,
Finale was
opening
good.
up. Obviously,
Oh,
folding to the blinds.
I had to get
JJ calls and Jonathan got out of the way with 10-5 off. Wow,
Ooh.
queens full for Ara. He's just gonna bet and just win the pot. And like I said, I always like a lot of players goes, "Why didn't you check?" I always bet every
It's 2
single time.
spades, yeah, and you never
You want to
know.
get money into the pot. I see so many players missing out on so many bets.
Yeah.
More often, you're just gonna miss out on value and just getting, charging draws and charging and just.
There are a couple situations where you do check the flop. I think one of the ones on top of my head is if you flop quad aces, like if you have aces and there's 2 aces on the board, you need them to catch up because they don't have anything unless they flopped a full house on them with a lower pair. Like barring, hands like that, it's just like, just bet.
Yeah, if you're gonna check back, you guys do with players who aren't gonna pick up on that because a lot of players, when you check, if you're always betting and you decide to check back, they're gonna sniff it out and just never.
Right.
You know.
But some like boards are just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the only way to get action is to give them a free card. What are your favorite places to play in Vegas?
Because the Bellagio is the only one who kind of offers limit hold'em now at a higher limit. It's the only place I play. Sometimes I go to the Wynn and play some no limit. The Wynn, the new room at the Encore is so beautiful.
Can I get an encore?
Hell yeah! But I love the Venetian too. It's a nice room. They spread good tournaments. Obviously the World Series. I'm at the Rio all the time. But between the Bellagio and the Rio, and the World Series, but you can find me when I'm in Vegas at the Bellagio and the 40-80 hold'em game, and sometimes playing 5-10 or 10-20 no limit hold'em. But most of the time I'm playing 40 or 80-160. We had a 100-200 game this MLK weekend.
Cool.
Which bond traders came in, hedge fund guys, and they started.
They
the game.
wanted to play a little
1-200 with an
cards.
ascending kill.
ascending kill.
It's the only game like it. And
Wow.
once a year, they come in. If you win 2 pots, 153, 3 pots, 2-4, and it caps at 3-6. A big game, and I got in there. It was fun. I did make small money, but I did win. Ace Deuce of Clubs from the Dark Knight. I think he opened the hijack, either called, I believe, and the big blind came along. Yeah, 3 ways on Ace Jack King. Check. It's look at JP's gonna try to.
So
win this
Dark
pot.
Knight's way ahead, way behind.
If Dark Knight calls here, he's just gonna call all rivers
Yeah.
most likely.
They
He's making his decision right now.
Whoa,
Wow, he got out of
he
the way.
folds. Wow.
I don't mind it. I don't mind.
Yeah,
it.
I don't mind
It's
it
either he
either.
has it or not. You're either
Right.
putting $80 in, or you're just gonna, in his mind, save 80, or
And you're
You know,
chopping with another ace at best.
yeah. At best, right? But
best,
he wasn't.
yeah.
You know, JP
Had a king.
big ups JP for finding a bet there
Yeah.
and winning the pot with the worst hand. All you no limit players who think that you can't bluff and limit hold them, there it is.
It's just different. I say this on all the broadcasts. It's like every single form of poker has bluffing, hence they're a form of poker, but all the bluffing's different. Like And in limit hold'em, if you can find those bluffs, you're expending so much less to getting a big result. Whereas in no limit hold'em, frequently your bluffs are, you know, a lot of chips, and your accuracy needs to be
Spot on.
Yeah, spot on.
Sarah still the biggest winner in the game, up $1,340. Jonathan right behind her at 9 plus 930, and the one who's stuck the most is the old Peter with losing about $800. Oh, we have a pot here.
Two
Plus
sixes.
two opening, 2 6s. JJ flatting the ace 3 of hearts, and the big blind coming with a jack 10 suited. Ace 7 7, finding JJ just going right to the lead. We might see JP call here.
One of the biggest differences between
I think JP bet and JJ check raise him, and now JP just has 6 high. Check bet. Ooh, is JP calling here? I think he has plans.
Yeah.
Just call with 6 high on the turn. What just happened? He just check called with 6 high? I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I seeing something? Or
I don't know. Yeah.
Did it go
I'm
back
not sure.
call? No, because if it went back call, you would have.
Yeah, I think yeah, I'm not sure.
I wish we could replay. I don't know what
Coming next year on Live at the Bike.
I don't know what just
Replays.
happened there, guys. Unless he plays his opponent on 5s or something, but the river was a 9, so he's
So it's chopping.
chopping. I don't know. I thought JP was gonna check raise the river, but it looks like he just check called. Where's the button? Yeah, the button's there. I think he check called.
So the board that was just there was ace 7-7 flop. That board texture actually plays differently between, or it can be played differently between limit hold'em, no limit hold'em, and PLO. It's a very common board texture that, you know, if you are playing limit hold'em and you have a big pair, it's a very polarized situation where somebody either has an ace or doesn't. We'll talk about it more after this hand.
JP finds a call under the gun here, with a +1 with king 6 of spades. JJ finding 2 red kings, raises and gets heads up with the king 6. I think JP's.
Is your team Golden State?
Oh, no, JJ has a king.
Yeah, and that's sweet card for JJ.
Yeah, he folds. JP took one off with a backdoor straight and backdoor flush draws, and an over in his mind.
So
He's drawing his 2 kings.
for the audience who mostly plays and watches No Limit, on an A7-7 board, it's a very polarized situation where it's like, if somebody has an ace, it's way ahead, way behind situation. Either they have a 7 or they have your ace out kick. Something like ace-king is very difficult. It's impossible to counterfeit. Like if you have ace-queen, I have ace-king, I cannot be counterfeited. But say if you have ace-jack and I have ace-queen, then a king can hit and now we're chopping.
Yeah.
So, and you know, you don't want to get blown off a hand if you have like, you know, an ace, and you don't want to give too much action, because if I bet and you call, we're looking at like a 7 or ace or like some huge hero call with plans later. So in that situation, many boards get many hands get frozen a bit when it's something like ace 7-7. Whereas like Ronnie and I battle a lot, we're experienced limit hold'em players. I might be value betting 10s on ace 7-7 because I think Ronnie might call me with like king queen high or like, you know, pocket 6s because it's such a polarized situation. And then even more so in PLO, if it's ace 7-7, you definitely don't want to put in too many chips because somebody can just wind up with a 7, even if you have ace king.
Ooh, Jack's flopping top set here. Brad is c-betting ace queen, and Brad's a small blind, yeah. And Peter's in the cutoff.
He's raising. I like it. You want to get action, especially if Brad had an overpair.
This is a kill pot also. Ooh, Brad went from drawing basically dead to now picking up a
Gut shot. Yeah.
I don't see Brad ever folding here. He had a backdoor flush draw on the flop also. Brad will need a 10, obviously. Will not find it. Yeah.
Oh, we got one. It's a real one. I can finally contribute to the drink pot.
To the drink pot. What's this drink pot going on here?
So they want to get tipsy.
Guess so.
I would gladly pay it. I'm like, I've never been happier to get rid of $10.
Win rooms are so damn peaceful. Yeah, they are, Bobby. There's a lot of talent walking around the Win also. A lot of beautiful women. And beautiful men. For all the single females watching.
You paying attention to what's going on, like YouTube with poker, like Marley and?
Yeah, I've watched some of Marley's stuff. You know, she's pretty controversial right now. A lot of
Right.
people do love her and don't like her. My opinion of her is that, you know, when I seen her first video, I was a little like, I don't know if this is funny. But then I just wanted to make sure I wasn't hating.
Right,
You know?
right, of course.
And I felt like a little like I was, and I gave her a chance. You know, she's just I like her. She's really cool. I think she's great for the poker.
I
world.
really liked the first one,
Yeah.
the finding a boyfriend.
It was all right. You know, I like her. She's she's young, she's new, she's in the poker scene, and I wish the best for her. I hope she keeps creating content because her stuff is funny.
The first week of February is Marley week. She's going to be here all week.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, when we're going to post, and she's going to
Everybody's
have a
so
ball.
extremely PC, and she's not, and that's what I
Right.
like about her. She's not afraid to say anything that's on her mind, and that's cool. And just don't get offended, guys out there. It's just a joke.
JJ, River's the 8, and it's going to value bet it.
Nice.
This is what we like to see in Limit Hold'em.
Yeah.
And when I played Doug Polk heads up, and these are the small intricacies that I was able to do because, and even Jason Les called out too, is like I'm value betting ace high. And, it's a very common thing to do and Peter makes a great fold.
And I like seeing JJ like bet this river here because he's involved in so many pots, and it's
Right.
nice to see. Like you see a lot of inexperienced. They get involved in so many pots that don't know how to go thin, and those
Right.
that's where you're not drawing well, and you're not doing well in any game you're playing. So if you're involved a lot, you got to be able to go thin.
Yeah. Something that you learn in Limit Hold'em is thin value bets. Even like ace high value betting is like a big thing. That's more. It was bigger online, but
Yeah.
And in the high stakes, when like this, what's going down, you value bet ace
There's
king high.
nothing
and ace
better
king.
than just like value betting ace jack high
Yeah,
and getting
get
somebody to
called.
call you the worst ace high,
Right.
and you just rip their faces off. You just table it knowing it's good, and then it's
Right.
like
You're like,
just hate you.
Yep.
You're like, oh my god. You can just feel them being owned.
Yeah.
You open your backpack and tell them to jump in. You own them for the day.
That was exactly the situation I had against Doug Polk. It was
He
queen.
jumps in your backpack.
We're playing no limit. No, we're playing no limit. The board's queen high. I value bet ace jack high, and then the commentators Jason Les and I think Ryan Fee and JJ were like, "Was he value?" I'm like, "Of course he's value. He's a limit player."
Yeah.
And I had Doug drawing 3 outs, and they were like wrecked.
I like Doug Polk's
He's-
content.
yeah,
I love watching. I like watching his videos. Big Joey Ingram fan. I like
Yeah.
watching his.
And you and Johnny Vibes go way back.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and Johnny Vibes is started his vlog like a year ago now, a little over a year, and he's gone far with it, and he's doing really well. People love his
He's
content.
gonna get
People
far.
Yeah, Johnny Vibes is great.
Shout out to Johnny Vibes. We
Really
love him.
positive person. Really
Yeah.
someone who just tries to stay optimistic as possible. And it's very, very important to do in the poker world,
Yeah.
People just continuously talking about how bad they run or what's going on. I mean, I know it's real,
Yeah.
It's hot out there, man, especially now in 2019, making a living playing cards.
Yeah.
People ask me my advice all the time. I said, don't quit your day job until you're making more
Yep.
playing cards part-time.
Yeah.
Until you successfully are beating the games, that
You
you're
have to
playing.
crush the games.
And if you're not making more than you are, I know people love being able to wake up when they want and being their own boss, but you gotta crush the games these days.
It's not as true anymore because, you have to chase games now.
Yeah.
Back then, when we started, it's like we could show up in, just about any game and be a large favor unless there's, no actions. You're still a favorite, but it's not worth your time.
I mean, I say if you're making 100, if you hate your job and you're making 150K, and if you can make 70K and you love playing poker,
Yeah.
I would take a pay cut in something you love to do.
Right.
But
It's one life to live, but
yeah, it's one life to live. Exactly. I've been playing now for a living for 16 years. Knock on wood. God, thank God. I've been pretty successful. I've never been broke, and it's been well. But
can't say the same for me.
hey, man.
It was my own fault.
I wish I
mean,
took.
fully admit,
Hey, to everybody out there, I wish I took more shots when I was in my 20s. I was known as one of the best money managers, but I wish I just took a shot.
I name drop that all the time. That you're definitely one of the best the mid-high stakes, like people always super responsible. Even if the bigger games like juicier, you're just like, nope, I'm gonna stay at 40-80.
I wish I did take shots back then, but it's okay.
You're still around. Yeah, you're still around.
Jack 10 just gets there after flopping a gutter. 9-7.
2 overcards in the gutter.
9-7 flopped middle pair in a backdoor, and Jack 10's gonna bet. Actually, I think it went check on the turn. Rightfully so. And JJ finds a fold. Yeah, everything got there. Good fold, JJ.
Yep.
For somebody who's limping a lot, JJ plays pretty fine post flop. You know, he's finding some good folds, finding some good thin value bets, and takes a sip of wine.
We always come from the background of like be hyper aggressive, especially in limit hold'em. But in some game conditions, you could slow things down because you want to let people, come in pots. Something that we probably did online is you never cold call. You raise or re-raise, and you would never cold call if there's only one person in the pot. But in live settings, if the cutoff opens and you have a strong hand and you want to cooler them, then you could cold call the button. Or if somebody raises the button and you want to let the big blind in because he might give more post-flop action, you can cold call the small blind and let him in.
I rarely never call the button.
Yeah,
I find myself calling the small blind sometimes with a wide range of
options
hands when the big blind's pretty active and I want him involved.
Yeah.
10-9 suited, guys, my favorite hand in the deck. 10 of clubs to be more specific, but I love all the 10-9, suited or unsuited. 10 out of 10. Whoa! Just flops the flush with an open-ended straight flush.
Whoa!
Just probably should win right away.
Yeah.
He just shows the king 10 of spades. I think you got check raise. And I do like the check. I don't mind the check raise because you're gonna have a lot of ace X with big diamonds, and you want to charge them.
And this is a big difference between limit hold'em and no limit hold'em too. Is like when you flop this big in no limit, you're not gonna get action. But say the other guy has like he flops a pair of 8s, like 10-8. Now you get 3 streets of value.
Yeah.
Whereas like in no limit, you bet your flush they're out.
Yeah, and I like fast playing a lot of my hands versus certain players. Obviously, it's always player dependent.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just call and check raise a lot of turns, depending on who I feel like the strength of their hand. But you always want to switch it up. You don't want to be predictable and play every hand a certain way, which a lot of players do, and that's
the death of you in high stakes for sure.
Yeah.
In low stakes and mid stakes, you could, if you're playing snug and playing value hands, you could kind of get by. But
I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own ass. There's not a lot of players like myself who are that observant and are going to be knowing it every single time. You when you have it or don't.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm not saying I do, but for the most part, I like paying attention. I always tell players, pay attention to what's going on. I know it's limit hold'em, but just watch.
Yeah.
And like I said, good players are going to be tilting sometimes. It's good to know who is tilting in that specific moment.
Right.
Who's stuck, what they're stuck, how much they're in for, all of that. It all matters.
So JJ opens king 10 of hearts, and then Jonathan 3-bets ace jack off on the button.
Finds the ace deuce 5 flop.
Very standard.
JJ's going to peel. Heads up here with a backdoor flush draw. We find a 3 of diamonds on the turn, and Jonathan's just going to bet and win the pot.
Yeah.
And takes his hand and puts it in his mouth.
And makes it a PLO hand. Ace king jack 10.
That's a pretty big hand.
Brian Smith's got a question for you. Ronnie, we got a 10-person gangbang tonight at the bike. You in?
When Ron Nasty was around 10 years ago, maybe. But, these days I'm looking for, something more serious. But thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. You hear he wants to get a little Bambinos, He wants a serious.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to find
He just wants to get one bad chick so he can spoil her.
Yeah, man, one bad chick, and I want a little Ronnie so I can teach him how to, sing and become a star.
Check
Maybe like
raise
James,
some stupid tourists and take huge pots off him.
My kid wants to play poker, sure, but I don't know, man. I'd rather him be an athlete or a performer, more a performer.
Yeah, I
He
mean.
picks up any of my jeans, he's gonna be a singer. King 9 of spades. Does he fold?
Yeah, he folded.
My
gun.
net.
His spades were dominated too.
Who cares? King 9's getting there. Ace 3 of spades opens in a hijack. Jack. I would like to see Jack at a diamonds 3-bet here, but he just calls. This is what you talked about, letting other players in.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like the 3-bet.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just saying when you don't 99% even, you're gonna do a certain thing, but against certain players.
Yeah. See,
it just
he flopped middle pair in a backdoor diamond draw, which he's never folding, obviously, and Sarah's gonna get out of the way. King Jack comes along. I don't think you fold out King Jack. Peter, I don't think is folding King Jack. Ooh.
There you go. A little.
I think you might have folded 2-seed out of the pot here if you did 3-bet.
Right.
See what happens here now. I think Peter would have folded.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I think Ara just called the turn.
Yeah.
And now just called.
Peter
yeah,
raised,
Peter
yeah.
raised and he just called. He was trapping initially. Now he smells something. He's like, oh wow.
Wow. Bailed out. Hashtag bailed out. And ace 3 would have got there with
And
the
Ara
2-outer.
folded. Yeah, good fold. Good fold, Ara. Is that Ara who folded?
No, Ara
Not
has
Ara.
a jack.
JJ.
Yeah,
JJ making another
folded.
great fold.
It was a good fold, yeah.
He bet, got called, and then went check raise, and he found a fold with an ace.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a hard fold, but it can be sometimes.
Sure.
But
It depends.
It's pretty strong when you bet and goes flat, and somebody check raises. They always have a jack 3 ways.
Yeah,
It's
in
just-
these
it's-
game conditions.
yeah,
Like, it's
there's-
some wild things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be-
Little Mark Newhouse. I'm just kidding.
Mark Newhouse now is in Bardah. He lives in Vegas now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was playing 20 for a while. Now he's playing 40 with us. Cool. And he was just down in the Bahamas, sweating one of his
PCA.
sweating
Yeah.
one of his best friends win the 10K.
Oh, yeah, Chino.
Reed.
Right. Yeah.
And I know Newhouse probably had a piece of him. I'm sure
Cool.
of.
Yeah. He was.
He did. And I'm happy for all of them. I hope Chino, pays everybody back. He owes anybody still, which I imagine he does.
Yeah, I'm not gonna interject in that, but
I hear you. He owes one of my boys a couple of G's. And I have to see him to try to collect. But
Of course.
you got to catch him. Catch me if you can.
yeah. I just I never had him against him personally, but he did kind of. I was playing Commerce 60 120. Like I almost got Newhouse to fold, and then Chino said, "What? You can't fold the win." It was like the massive pot. I'm just like, and then Diamond Joe was there too, and he's like, "Dude, I'm just like,
So out of line, man.
yeah, that's just really out of line. You can't do it." And it's just too late because Newhouse is the one he puts his chips in. So, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, I'm just but you got to protect yourself. So even though I'm not happy with them, just next time I'm gonna be like, okay, Chino, you can't stand behind Newhouse.
Chino's interview had okay, we have ace on the space here under the gun. Opened, hijack came along with the king 9 of diamonds, flatted, and Sarah came along with queen deuce of
Queen
diamonds.
deuce shot to Israeli Ron.
Sarah improving, check raises.
Chede.
Brad's c-bet here.
And Jonathan's.
Oh, we didn't even get to the turn, so I have to pay.
Oh, Jonathan bet and Sarah checked.
Getting a little
Because if
value.
Brad for some reason was the aggressor and c-bet the ace 9 of spades and got check raised, I don't see him ever folding for one bet. He has a
Right.
backdoor flush draw, most likely an over, but Sarah could have an 8 obviously, but
Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to be interviewing Ronnie Bardah about Miss Finland and a bunch of other stuff in about a half an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the thumbs up.
We're at the win. Yeah, they play pretty
Hope
big.
you're enjoying the show. Ronnie
The
Bardah
rate
and I
is
always had
expensive.
a great rapport in the last 15 or so years, and I know I have good relations with all of his Boston peeps. Bad beat them all with different hands.
indeed. I'm looking at the chat here. Riggory's talking playing limit, even watching limit hold makes you worse at no limit. And then
I
Natty
disagree.
Witt goes other way around. Riggory playing limit helps your no
Yeah,
limit game.
shout
I
out
will
to Natty Witt,
agree.
yeah.
Shout out to Natty Witt. Playing limit hold'em makes you way better at going getting down to you go to showdown so often.
Yeah.
You become a much better your reading abilities.
Yeah.
And because look, seeing so many hands at showdown, people's reactions are almost the same at no limit or limit. Sorry,
There's this polarized situation. Yeah. Although Sarah does have a gut shot and a backdoor spade draw, but it's always the ace and the pair is one of the most polarized situations that
people
polarized
react the
flops.
same way when they flop. And you can watch people's reactions more often. You get to see what they actually have and how they reacted.
Yeah.
How this person looked when they flop top pair. It really helps your reading abilities.
I totally agree.
Your hand reading abilities just goes to the moon when you start playing limit hold'em. I'm telling you, and there's a lot of successful limit hold'em cash game players, tournament that play no limit tournaments.
Yeah.
A lot of people play limit
ODB,
cash.
David Baker,
ODB,
yeah.
Ray Henson,
Ray Henson, yeah.
Kenny Tran.
Oh, yeah.
I can
He's
keep
played
going
here
on the
now.
list, man. Marco, who don't play no limit cash at all, but play a lot on limit hold'em. Myself.
I played a lot with Kenny
yeah.
Tran too. PLO, limit, and no limit.
I have played a lot of no limit cash.
Well, not a
back in the
lot.
day,
Just
but-
I've played with him in several games, and he's like, Kenny Tran, whatever, super god, way better than me. But then anytime he has a limit question when we're playing together, he just turns to me and asks for affirmation. I'm like, dude, you don't need my affirmation. You're fucking Kenny Tran,
I've
dude.
played with Kenny Tran a few times. He's always here at the bike. Now he's also
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that mixed game in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to take a bathroom break for like?
Oh,
2
yeah,
minutes?
go ahead.
Where's that bathroom? Oh, right there. Right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Ronnie Bardah, stay tuned, guys. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Shout out to Ron Nasty. JJ 9-8 off on the gun +1. Aura calls. King 6 of diamonds. Sarah's going to raise off on the cutoff. Queen Jack. Very easy to play hand. mid cards when you're the pre-flop aggressor. You don't want to play this hand when there is another aggressor. Brad picks up ace jack off in the small blind 3 bets, but he is out of position.
No, don't do that.
5 players. No, sir. I call somebody over. Don't touch it.
There's a king for Aura.
I need a quarter.
Dark Knight picks up the nut flush draw. If he folds out Brad, his equity will shoot up. Then he can hit the ace.
Nice nut.
All I wanted was a chicken wing.
Right there.
I know.
There's the nut flush for the Dark Knight.
Turned out to be much more complicated.
You already cleared the way.
Sorry about your wine. That's okay. You'll have to
There's
get another
more.
one.
There's more. Don't worry.
You paid for it, technically.
Bet.
Still flushy. And Aura now folds his hand.
Spill it if I want.
Frenchie and Z1 says, who the F plays Limit Hold'em? It's a bread and butter in the Los Angeles area. In fact, if you want to be a house player, you better brush up on Limit Hold'em because those big bet games like No Limit Hold'em and PLO, they don't really offer the house player positions. You have to be very special, like Ryan Feldman, Nicole Jurgens, and some others just basically have an additional bit, and it also doesn't pay as much as being a Limit Hold'em prop. So it's economics, supply and demand.
Should I refill your glass?
Shout out to Natty Witt. Yes, absolutely. Playing Limit Hold'em helps your no limit game. My heads-up match with Doug Polk, as you could see in the archives of Live at the Bike, there are several qualities I did, even though Doug Polk is a much better no limit hold'em heads-up player than I am. It's not like I'm toothless. I have some tricks, and I get value in some spots that he may not be that familiar with. Ronnie Bardah is back, and I do want to talk to him about just like artificial intelligence in poker. Like people say, oh, you know, certain things are solved. Yeah. It's a constant evolution. It's just like when we play against players better than us, we learn from them, and then we readapt. And if they don't readapt to us, you know, we get them. Maybe they get us. So maybe we have to adapt to the bots and artificial intelligence.
You know, I can't say much about bots and stuff. I haven't really played much online. I have, you know, played a lot of tournaments and some cash. You know, I've played as big as 50, 100 online, but very rare.
Jonathan's ace-9 high is he's gonna get JP to fold a 5. Sick. See, there you go. There's the bluff. Board texture and betting.
Play a big part in limited hold'em.
Queener22 says, Ronnie, I played with you in, let's see, Arizona for the Moneymaker event. We had a super fun chatty table, me and you. Were lost chatty, though? I don't know. Less chatty, probably. Typo.
And you were lost, and you were
It's
less
probably
chatty.
less chatty. I don't know.
You know, sometimes
You can't always be on.
yeah, sometimes I'm tired, man. I travel a lot, but usually I'm probably one of the most chattiest people at the table. I love
Friendliest.
engaging with players, friendly. Yeah. You know, in the Moneymaker tour, I think we had to be up pretty early, and I probably have to adjust my sleep schedule. And if I only have 4 or 5 hours of sleep, I'm not going to be talking much.
Absolutely. Or if
know
we're
what I mean?
buried, we're going to be less talkative. It's just the thing.
Yeah, I tried winning a platinum package once or twice. That worked out, but you know, they gave away 30,000 every single one of those stops. It was pretty good.
So Kurto's ace-9 of diamonds in the hijack. JP 3-betting from the small blind. Pocket eights.
JJ is not going to fold the king 10 out of the big blind here.
And look, 33% equity all the way across the board.
Pretty cool.
It's up to you, buddy.
Who do you predict? I think JJ is going to win another pot here.
I got Kurto.
Yeah, Curto.
Oh, I think Kurto's got it.
I think Curto's got it. Yeah. But,
Unless
you know, this
JP
is a good flop for JP. You know.
Yeah, it's favorable flop. It just
Yeah.
if they have the 9, they have the 9. And this is one of those hands again in no limit.
Curto just nonchalantly just throws the 4 chips in there. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh.
he's running bad.
all
That's not a
that
great.
zeros.
That's a kind of a bad card for Curto.
Yeah, and JP has a flush draw too. So
Yeah.
again,
Just
this
calls
hand
again.
would play so differently no limit and limit.
And just JP just continuing to turn his hand to a bluff here. I mean, I
It could. I mean, you know, it's just range merging.
I guess
if he's gonna call, okay, there's a thing in limit hold, just all limit games.
Yeah.
If you're gonna call, and they are gonna bet if you check, and you're gonna pay off, you might as well just bet. And that's something that it's I think in No Limit, was it post Oak Bluff? I don't know. Negroni wrote this like a long time ago. I'm not up to date with the terms. Where just like if you're gonna call something and you could control like how much you're gonna call off by betting into them or something like that. I don't remember.
Squeaky always told me never call, raise. On the river, never be the one to pay. If you're gonna call, you might as well put a raise in. That's Squeaky's.
Shout out to Squeaky.
Shout out to Squeaky.
Squeaky will never like I bad beat people with like different hands, and Squeaky's like, oh, 10-6, eh? 10-6. Like, I don't remember what I bad beat you with.
My phone's lighting up.
Sunny 8644 asks, where's Gene? Gene's outside, running the 4080. There were two games.
Dark Knight plays in WSOP a bunch. He's had some good results. This, Boogie says Boogsy's Dark Knight is a good example that plays limit poker cash and does well in WSOP with all kind of different events.
Dark Knight, ace jack off in the cutoff raise enough, and Jonathan defending with the king 7, and with the 4-5-8 texture, Dark Knight's gonna check behind. Jonathan's going to try to bet, and river the straight. Let's see if Dark Knight calls.
No.
Nope, because the third heart came out and the straight, so Jonathan got there. Dark Knight with very good grip on the situation. It's 2019, guys. It's like play as many games. It's like very, like, I don't know, play everything you can. Like I've literally had to learn 4 games in like the last year, like Badusi, Badesi, Super Stud. It's like it's a constant learning process, and they're not all that different. Like aces are still good in limit hold'em, no limit hold'em, and PLO. You just have to learn to play them a little bit differently. It's like it's not that big of a transition. Like why are you saying, oh, limit hold'em's better, no limit hold'em's better?
Just learn to play all the games, and it's going to help you play
as
the
many
other
as you
games
can
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you learn some things, like something like PLO when the board's like ace 9-7 with 2 diamonds, but the ace is not a diamond. You know, in PLO, it's very common for somebody to just have top pair and then not flush draw. And then when you go back to no limit hold'em, you start noticing those things more. So it's like if you have 10-8 or a lower diamond draw, if the ace is not a diamond, then you could be more careful.
We have a 3-way pot here with kings versus the ace queen and the ace jack. Jonathan 3-betting out of the small blind. I think Brad opened, ace jack called, and Jonathan was the 3-better. 8-6 deuce, gonna fire out of this. You know, John's gonna c-bet obviously here with 2 kings. Call from both ace queen and ace jack. John's gonna bet again, and I think one might go to the 2. No, Brad's gonna call ace queen high. JP folds, yeah. That's like I said, one's going to go to the river here with him. If Brad does not hit an ace, John won his hand.
Let's see if Brad ace queen high calls. It looks like he is, which in certain spots, especially certain players, is standard.
And especially, by the way, John's been playing today with some of the hands he's going to showdown with.
Like wild thing.
Yeah, he's just showing a lot of like, crazy hands. And so I don't blame Brad.
Marcelo in the Twitch chat asked, how do you improve your online cash game? You want to take this one?
I haven't played much online, like I said. I'm not really more of a fundamental guy. I'm more of a feel player. I do a lot of things based on my gut and based on how I feel in that certain moment. So, if you want to take the question about how I become a better online player, I don't play much online cash.
Yeah, just like, just to give your opinion, your 2 cents. And
I would say just, start off small and just, watch. There's a lot of stuff out there that can help you with your game. I don't know much on limit hold'em. I know there's a lot of.
It's very showdown bound.
Yeah, there's some content out there that'll help you with your limit hold'em. Personally, I don't really advocate this, but like I haven't done much studying about the game. Like I just show up and play. Sometimes maybe I think studying might hurt. I think
it's not that. I have something to add after that, but go ahead.
I show up and most of my success is based on experience. You're right. You got to keep playing to get better. Like anything, if you want to become a better basketball player, get on the court, put the basketball shorts on, and start shooting the ball. You know, if you want to play, if you want to become a better limit hold'em player, no player, you have to just get in there. And, you know, I would say find players who are successful and start talking hand histories to them and ask them their opinion.
Sure.
You know, if anybody, like, people can come up to me and ask me certain hands, and I'm more willing to give my, feedback on any question you have, to be honest. So
Jonathan's going to 3-bet on the button with jacks, and
Jonathan
then just flop
running
top
so
set.
good. Look at Brad here.
It's up. Jonathan's up 1390.
This is a kill pot too.
Sarah's up 1240.
Ooh, look at Brad, just check calling and then donking the king turn and just, huh.
And Jonathan's like, boom, whoop, there it is.
Like sometimes if I just bet that turn and I get raised, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna call and try to spike a queen in your face. I know I'm not getting the right price, but like I bet that I bet.
There's
so,
spite factor, especially live,
Yeah,
when you look
and
you in the eye.
and I like if I made a play, he made a play at the pot and decided to check call and then lead the king turn,
Yeah.
and you get raised. Like sometimes I'm just calling. I know, again, guys, you're not getting the right price for right implied odds, but
So the dynamics is rivalry factor.
yeah.
But the thing is, it's like if you know you're not going to get, a rivalry or a rise out of it from the other guy, yeah, just stick to it. But, I've bad beat Diamond Joe so bad. I don't know if he's like bitched to you about it, but like he's never getting
Diamond Joe,
rival.
Joe the Jeweler.
Yeah, Joe the Jeweler. Yeah. But he was Diamond Joe on Stars, I think, Poker Stars.
Was he?
I mean, I think that's why I called him Diamond Joe.
And now he's winning.
I tried to get him off a hand. He flopped top T pair and I river to set on it, and then he just like raised the river and he's just like,
Shout out to Joe the Jeweler.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And
Toronto
BK.
Dump. That's a great name. God, why can't I think of that name for my I might open an account on ICR and call myself Toronto Dump. It's a cool name, man.
It sucks when I get a text from Sarah that goes, so who's a live one besides you and I?
That's a true text. That's what I asked him.
I concur.
Sunny8644 says WTF AQ called on the river. Yeah, like a lot of times when the board's blank, and players have weighted towards either a pair or high cards. Like, Ronnie could 3-bet me and I have ace queen, and if the board's like
You're calling.
8 high,
God, I'm gonna call too.
Ronnie could have king queen.
Yep,
He
King
could have,
Jack. I could have
yeah.
Jack 10 suited.
he could have ace queen as well. So if Ronnie could bluff me off a chop if he
Exactly.
bets and I fold ace queen high.
Brad is from Boston. I'm going to check him out after and talk to him, see where he's from. Kid in the 5. Bought him for 2K and is now currently down to 880, not having the best session.
Nick Vertucci's in the chat. Shout out to Slick Nick.
Slick Nick.
Check out All In with Nick Vertucci on the Monday shows. Live at the bike around the felt.
Sarah. Chris says hi, Christine from Hawaii.
I like Slick. I like the name Slick Nick.
Why
Reminds me
did
of
you
Slick
come?
Rick.
That's how I got it.
Slick Rick. One of the best storytellers in the rap game.
Here we go. Uncle Ricky, tell me another bedtime story.
Slick Rick was nasty. Who's your favorite rapper?
Used to,
All-time favorite.
yeah, used to be Tupac. Now I gotta side with Eminem, man.
Eminem's great. My favorite rapper is Nas.
No, I love
Nas
Nas.
is the best,
I
man.
love Made You Look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book.
Yes.
Liar. Liar.
Jonathan who picks up.
Liar. Show one, show two, dude.
Picked up a lot of outs in the turn.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
Jonathan, I would love to see if Jonathan could raise a turn there.
Okay, send 2 chips over this way.
That's the rule.
I bought the CD It Was Written back in the day.
His number, I mean, everybody knows, Illmatic being his best
Yeah.
LP, his best album.
I have
It Was-
both,
It
yeah.
Was Written was great, man.
He likes to give clues.
Great. If I Rule the World on there.
Yeah. Also, he has a, I think Street Dreams.
Street Dreams.
Made of these. Playing. It's a tune.
A drug dealer's destiny is
Reaching the keys. Everybody's looking for something.
Affirmative Action, was that on The Firm? It's one of my favorite songs. It was in The Firm.
I don't remember. Yeah.
It's with Nas,
Oh,
AC,
yeah.
Nature, and Foxy.
Foxy.
Had a sick opening.
Freeway and Foxy.
You guys are listening out there. Go on your Spotify. Look up Affirmative Action. One of my favorite songs by The Firm. It's got a great intro.
Like hip hop people always know who's authentic when you just start quoting like lines.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like could be from obscure. Oh, there's Gene
What
Gluck.
up, Gene
Hey, they're
Gluck?
mentioning you in the chat. You got a fan.
They want a date.
Yeah,
Everybody's
they
looking
said
at-
you. Sunny8644 says Gene is waifu material.
I sure am.
Gene's like, I sure am. She's
You can find Gene here in
You
the
can
48
find
game.
him.
Oh, we got a multi-way action party. A lot of action. Queen Jack, the Ace 10, Ace 5, Ace, King Jack, Ace 3. Let's go to a flop. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see what the action. Who opened this pot? Looks like Ace 5 opened this pot.
It is sweaty, Wayne.
Sorry.
God, gross, Patrick, right?
You can find Jean playing the 40-80 Hold'em game here.
2 games right now.
2 games going on.
Wednesday night?
She started earlier this year. I was here for one of her first games today. We were playing short for a while, and now it's grown. We have 2 games, soon to have 3.
That's right.
Jean's doing an amazing job here. As a host, you can catch her
Iris
here
Silver Magic.
5 to 6 days a week.
Aw. You guys are so sweet.
Queen deuce, 6 deuce.
I like it big, Sonny. He said that's too big for me.
Queen jack ahead here. Sarah, who is ravaging the game, one of the big winners today.
Huge
Right
11
behind Johnny.
Sarah's my drinking buddy. She's not drinking today.
I think she's sipping some wine.
Oh, okay.
She went along with her dinner.
Gene, you knew DJ Melody back in the day, right? You guys.
Yeah, back in the day.
He DJ'd for the Beat or Power 106?
The
Beat,
Beat,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
92.3.
Yeah, I was a DJ, so I knew all the DJs.
Yeah, $10.
This DJ be Gene G.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
It's kind of easy when you listen to the G'd up sound. Gened up sound.
Ronnie, I came in to get you to
Did I
start
win?
playing in the 40-80. No, you didn't play. You didn't win yet.
I'll be out there in about half an hour. After our Q&A, I'm going to fly out of here and get back in the 40 game.
We're going to interview him about Miss Finland. You know.
And some other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know Ronnie way before that incident happened, so we're just like, you know.
And I actually just met. I've seen Jean. I mean, I've known of her. And we just
Yeah.
actually just met like 6-7 months ago.
Yep.
I've known Wayne for over a decade and a half now. Seeing him around, you know,
Yeah.
when Wayne was a youngster,
I'm an old geezer now.
old geese. You can also find Wayne playing the 20 game late night
I'm on the graveyard chef.
graveyard.
Like it a lot
When
better.
I leave, he's coming in. Usually we just cross paths for about 5 minutes. And we're getting out of there. I'm so
Cross right
excited.
by with
Ooh,
the
what does
booming
Jonathan
system.
have? Oh, Sarah wins another pot.
There you go. Go, Sarah.
Little back-
She's up 1560.
A little lag on the YouTube.
Oh.
JJ picking up King
Kings.
Kong. This is King
We
Kong.
read a lot of big pairs today. We've seen a lot of kings, not too many aces though, but lots of kings. Opening UTG, JP.
But when we lose, then it's all gone, right?
JP calls out of the +1.
Yep.
Or to JP limp +1, and then JJ
Yeah,
raised.
JJ raised.
JJ raised heads up.
And then we can figure it out later. Only 300 people are watching.
No.
all get together, buy some nice, safe bonds. Buy bonds.
Ace deuce 3. JP flops a gutter, and we're gonna see him go. Oh, and there's a great turn card. Picks up the
Wow.
Straight
flush draw
and a
and a
flush
straight. I
draw.
think we'll
Yeah,
check.
ooh.
And
Oh, they're in
they're
backdoor.
gonna go to
flush.
showdown here. You know, JP's in a bet, and kings are gonna.
Did
look
he
him up.
check that turn?
Triangle.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
And JJ checked behind, probably to go to probably to pay off the river here and go to showdown.
You know,
You know,
I would have bet out.
we would have just donked out.
Yep.
Yeah, should bet out with it and without it.
Because
You're gonna rep it.
I just feel like if he has an ace, he's gonna raise me, or he's just gonna call,
Won't
or he's
believe.
gonna check if he doesn't have an ace. So.
Yeah.
You think any aces is gonna raise you in a 4-liner?
No, no, no. I'm just saying. Well, JP, I've played against him. He's really, really aggressive. So-
JP had the queen. Oh, JP
Yeah,
had the king,
kings,
right?
yeah,
Had the
yeah.
king.
I
Oh,
played
so you're
against
saying
JP.
JP has an ace in that spot, you just might raise you for
Yeah.
no apparent reason, just like out of
Yeah.
yeah. JP's all over the place, but he's actually
deuce.
not playing that bad post. He's
Well-
playing pretty well post flop.
I have to say, from playing on the show, people play a lot differently
Okay,
than
but
Yeah.
they do live.
yeah,
So
Absolutely.
Jonathan's playing pretty different.
yeah,
He's playing really not. He cold 4-betted 7 deuce of clubs earlier.
Yeah. I
Won a
mean,
big pot.
we all play different on camera. And
I haven't played much with Jonathan because he's the
do
host
they have
of the
this?
20 game.
Do they have the 7 deuce?
I don't think
bet
so.
going on?
I don't
No.
know.
Nope.
Maybe they do, and that's why they did that.
no.
No,
He's,
I love
Jonathan's just YOLO.
that's fun during. That's fun during the no limit game, 7 deuce.
They're like all these Gene Gluck fans because obviously they're more comfortable talking to me. They're like, dude, she advice, you know, she's single. And then I go to Gene. I'm
Single,
like,
ready
yo.
to
Is single, ready to
mingle.
mingle. You can find her on Bumble. No. actually, not
I quit Bumble
She-
after 5 days.
Oh my
so-
gosh.
Yeah, she did quit.
Sorry, guys.
We might get her back on there. If so, I'll let you guys know. Keep swiping until you find her.
Yeah, you can find me at the bike. I can't hide. I'm here
Yeah.
every day.
Yep, same here.
She's looking pretty hot today, guys. She has the ripped jeans.
Oh,
she has
yeah.
the librarian
Love
look.
it, love
She has
it.
the glasses on. Yeah.
Classy, plus all the colors.
Too bad you can't see
Ponytail.
her.
Ponytail.
Ace 3. We get 9-5 with a gutter. JP trying to ruin somebody's life here, and it's not gonna do it. JJ wins another pot. JJ all over the place, and it's probably even now. He's just down $200 before that pot. Our big winner still right now is Sarah, up almost $1,600. She's been running pretty well, playing well.
Crushing it.
Yeah, she gets involved when there's a lot of action. She gets in there with some marginal hands, but it's actually correct sometimes. And she gets in there
Post-flop game. Yeah.
Pre-flop raise. JJ being the most active one at 25% of his hands. He's opening. Get Sarah up the most. Jonathan right behind her, and everybody else pretty even down. Yeah. Who's getting crushed right now? Is Brad. Yeah. My guy from Boston in the 5 seat.
Got to give him a little pep talk.
He's playing well. I mean, he's playing pretty well. He's playing good. He's just solid. He's just running bad, man. Playing good and running bad. I love people needle. When I'm down like 3 racks, somebody looks at me and goes, "Dude, you're playing well. You're just running bad." And
Yeah.
I'm just like, shut up. Actually, I said that to Jean the other day. She's like,
How I know Ryan's a good buddy. When a seat opens to my left, he sits down. He's like, "How you doing?" Like, "Oh, you're playing good, running bad again. Let me sit to your left and 3-bet you every hand."
Oh, dang.
"Oh, somebody found aces."
Aces, jacks.
Sarah 3-bet the 2
And the
jacks.
ace-jack.
Yeah, ace-jack open. So Jonathan opens, Sarah 3-bet, jack, and Curl just finds aces in the big blind. Look at this guy. Look at that. What a dream.
We're rooting for Ace Jack.
Yeah. Jack drawing pretty slim at 1% equity.
Oh, just kidding.
Whoa.
Not flush draw.
Wow.
And a gut
Goes
shot.
goes from 1% to 47% with a nut flush on a gutter.
I see.
Jack
misses.
now drops to the 1%, drawing really bad. But is she still in the pot? No.
She's out.
Snap mucks. There was some
fold.
action. There was some raises in there. She couldn't handle the heat, obviously, with no diamond.
Let's see a black card.
Bing.
Oh, there it is.
Bad beat. Look
I
at,
hate when
and
you
you
get
can
Whoop, there
cracked.
it is.
Yeah, and you can see the look on Kurto's face. He was so mad on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
game.
hate when aces get cracked.
All right, Gene, we're talking about rappers. Who's your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper
Yeah.
is Eminem.
Wow,
Gee,
2
boom,
people for
boom.
Eminem. Yeah,
It
Eminem's
was
great.
Tupac for me, and then
Well,
at
no.
some point,
I think he's
I'm just like, damn. I don't know if Tupac stayed
He's
alive.
he's my top 5, dead or alive.
Yeah, he's a
He's great. And
a
now-
lyrical genius in
Yeah.
my eyes.
He's
so
the best battle
I
rapper for
think-
sure. Also,
and I think that he comes up with the most clever
shot.
raps.
you
at
know
the
why he
time.
is not my number 1? He's just really angry. He's just
Well,
always angry.
He released like a recent album where he was calm with like, he had a couple people like
His
Beyonce
last
and
album
Ed
was
Sheeran.
amazing.
Right.
I have some of it's on.
His last
Okay,
album.
I'm in here really to just promote that February 13th we're gonna have the 4080 game.
Okay.
So February 13th, day before Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
4080.
Nice.
I'm gonna get in there.
Gene's gonna be in the game. The biggest winner gets to take out Gene on Valentine's Day.
Woo! Woo! No. Buy her
mean,
a drink and see what happens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Chatter up. Come on, get in nowhere.
If you're anywhere in between the ages of 21 and 50, Gene will accompany you on a date. If you have to be the big winner in the game. There's a lot of things going on there. Just like her hand range pre, she has a huge wide age range, but you got to be between the ages of 21 and 50.
21 and 50. Okay,
Yeah.
I hear it.
She doesn't rock the cradle, but she doesn't also hang out at the senior citizens home. She has a pretty good range, but it's not that wide.
Oh,
We go to a flop here, ace-9 versus king-queen. I think
Queen 3-bet.
king-queen 3-bet the ace-9. I like that 3-bet, obviously.
Okay, I'm out, guys.
Okay.
See ya, Gene.
Bye.
Check her out, the 4080. Buy her a drink. Chatter up. She's a sweetheart.
She might buy you a drink, honestly. She does.
Yeah, she'll buy you a drink.
Did I go too far there with the Gene stuff?
No.
All right.
No, she loves it. It's
I
good.
hope
Yeah.
so. She kind of
Yeah,
left
no,
after
she
this.
loves
Like, guys, bye.
No,
Stop talking about me. I'm out.
Come on, dude.
No, I know. Oh, you got it. Slow roll me. Wow, ace-9's like you're good. I swear, if I was in that game, I'd just be slow rolling everybody,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah,
Carlo.
when we play together, slow roll me, make it
If we're
good.
on live at the bike, I'm gonna lose money slow rolling you.
Dude, don't worry about it.
My favorite slow roll,
Yeah.
we at Fox was our 4080 game back in the day with all the faces. We used to play, we used to slow each other. There's always a rule though: if you're stuck more than 3 racks, you're not in the
Can't-
game. You can't
right.
slow roll a person,
Right,
right?
right.
But for most time, it was always on. And I remember there was a pot where I just went off and I had ace high and I bet the river. No, I'm sorry. I had ace high and called my friend Justin Wax on the river, and he just goes king. And I was stuck like 2 racks. I was so happy. I slammed my ace high on the table.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
like
goes,
kings.
No, he goes zzz, and,
Yeah,
and table
I
2
knew
of
it,
them.
yeah.
And he goes king.
Yeah.
And he goes zzz at the end. And it was the best. I just
Right.
I gave it up to him, and I was just so So ruined. Look at Brad. He kind of looks a little nervous. Not nervous, but just like, you know, like.
But on the surface, he looks calm and ready. Have to, man.
Yeah, man. He's from the Bean Town. I'm gonna make a educated guess here and say looking at his face. He's probably from Needham. Jonathan finds kings
King
again.
Kong. This is
Kings
Kong.
are flying around
And
everywhere,
there's no one
man.
has an ace.
Yeah,
No
that
one
means
has
an
an
ace.
ace.
It's coming ace
Ace
high.
high
Some
board,
reason
yeah.
I'll play him. I hope. John's stubborn though. I don't think he's gonna. He's just going to showdown. He's like, you gotta show
Hey,
me.
you never
buddy."
know, man. Jonathan's
We go
got moves.
4 ways here. King in the big blind. Small JJ having 10-9 off in the small blind here. Like I said,
Oh,
ace high is coming ace high.
magnet.
Yeah, and Sarah flop middle pair. We're gonna see Sarah peel here with a backdoor straight draw also. Like I said, Sarah's gonna see a turn card here, rightfully. You know, she should be seeing a turn here. Peel a lot of cards, make 2 pair, turn a 4.
Ooh.
Yes. What? John bets again? After she calls on ace high. I mean,
Think
I guess
John's
he's
gonna let it
you know,
go.
he's charging club draws. You know, he's like
Do you have ace?
Charging
Nice
club
read.
draws, gut shot.
nice read, John. He just felt like she never has an ace in the spot by the way she called the flop,
Yeah.
and he just bet right through it again. You know, and he's like, "Do you have a 7?" He didn't ask if she had an ace
Right.
because
John makes a good laydown.
I think more often Sarah's gonna have either a 7 here or just raising a diamond draw or a club draw on the turn, but more likely a 7.
Yeah.
But yo, Sarah,
Was that a bluff?
I just played with her at the Hustler. I opened ace queen off under the gun, folds to her big blind. She defends. She check raises me on ace king 5. I've never played with her before. This was a few days ago.
Okay.
I call.
Yeah.
Turn is a 4, so now the ace king 5-4. She bets. I'm like, no reason to raise her. I mean, I open under the gun. She's got to put me on some kind of hand here, you know.
Right.
So I just call.
Yeah.
She might have flopped ace 5, river deuce. So now it's ace king 5-4 deuce. 3 is a straight.
Right.
She bets. I call. She goes, you're gonna hate me. Queen 3-0.
Oh, wow.
Check raise. I have ace queen and ace king 5. Check raise a queen 3-0. Bet finds a wheel and ruins me. And I just literally, I don't do this often, but I just
Yeah.
looked at her, looked at the hand, looked at her, looked at the hand, looked at my hand, looked at
Yeah.
her, looked at the hand. I hate when people do this.
Yeah.
And I mucked, but I mean, like, this was a
Some people
spot.
do, but you know, sometimes you got to figure out what happened.
Yeah, people do it with like standard spots. Like, dude, that hand plays out itself.
Yeah,
Like, this
yeah.
was a hand like I just had in my mind, head
Right.
spinning, bro.
Yeah.
Had my head spinning.
Top down, hand spinning.
Dun, 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 dun. That's one of my favorite songs, actually.
Clips. I love my clips.
Clips are
Shout out
great,
to
man.
Ira Silver Magic. I think he's getting married. I don't know the latest on that, but shout out to Ira. His uncle was here a couple days ago. You played with him.
King Jack,
Mike.
I think ace 4 limped here.
It's actually one of the most highly.
There's a jack.
Was she,
There's a 7.
was she the kill? I don't know. 60 per.
I feel like I've seen that. We must have talked about it.
How's the Dark Knight doing overall? He's stuck a little. 300.
Oh, yeah. He's playing pretty solid. He had
Yeah.
a couple good moves. Shout out to the batcavepoker.com. That's his blog. He talks about movies, music, and poker.
Nice. I gotta start getting more into blogs.
Yeah, just
If I wasn't lazy, I'd probably have a really good vlog. People are like, why don't you do that?
it's a lot of
Years
work.
ago, it's
that's
a
why.
lot of work, man. It's hard enough getting up in the morning just playing poker, dude.
Yeah.
Just adulting's hard enough. Paying bills,
Oh yeah.
you know. Going to the gym, trying to stay active.
Trying to, not play the bottom 10% of poker hands is hard.
It's tough out there, man. Shout out to the guys who are doing it all.
Yeah, these guys know.
The try-hardas, that's what I call them.
Ronnie's a regular 40-80 player. And
Oh, nice shout-out, dude. Thanks.
all the time. Yeah.
Jonathan giving me a shout-out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll play tonight, like around 10, like around midnight. Wayne. And Ronnie's been playing 40-80. He plays 40-80.
That Pope asks, I've played with Ronnie once, and you did that then also? Seems like you do that often.
Maybe
I don't know.
beatboxing? I think he's talking about the beatbox.
Oh,
Wayne's a great comic.
I do like the beatbox. Sometimes I do it, subconsciously. It's one of my things.
yeah, I remember.
Usually people enjoy it. They like it. They kind of amazed by it.
Yeah.
The older crowd especially.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, is that you? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's like-
And I don't want to come off as a show off, but people love it. And
Yeah.
there's only one guy who doesn't like it. His name is Ming. He plays at Bellagio. He wears custom traditional Asian Chinese suits
Is
all the
that
time.
Ming.
Ming. We call him Ming the Master, but
Oh.
no, just Ming.
Okay.
M-N-G. He tells me it makes his bones chill, and he says it's disgusting. Stop it. So I can't do it around him. Only one player.
Shouts Air Eliminator, Middle Doctor, Tim F. All in the YouTube chat.
Let me go to the YouTube chat. I'm in the YouTube chat.
We're all
Hi, all you trolls. Era Eliminator. Lots of trolls out there. I love the trolls. They're so much fun, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the trolls, having a good time in the chat.
Where's Gold at? Jamie Gold will be here tomorrow on the show. Ari Gold is in the Entourage series.
Only I don't play that much.
Well, you don't play as much anymore because you're busy with work.
Busy.
I've never been to Seattle. The two seats from Seattle.
I've been to
You've
Seattle.
been? You know, anybody I've met from the Northwest, I always like. Oregon and Seattle,
They're so
people
nice,
rule,
yeah.
dude. They're just so. The Northwest is so nice.
Yeah.
They're just so calm and collective, and just really nice and cool, and so just.
Yeah.
They're usually vegans. They eat They don't eat factory farm meats. What do we
I
got
did
going
not
on
know
here?
that.
What's the act?
We got
Wow.
a multi-way pot.
Sevens. I like the ace 10 of clubs here. Suited Broadway cards, multi-way, it's just rules. 10-8 of spades also, but dominated by the ace 10. You know, when you have two sevens here, you're just like, please, let me just flop a
FML.
set one time.
Right.
No. Ooh, King 10
King
just,
10.
King 10 just runs into the lead here. We shouldn't see too much action. You know, I don't know who the aggressor was, the opener pre-flop. They're never going to be c-betting.
Right.
6 ways, you shouldn't be. I mean, unless you're just wild, just out of your mind. King 10 to just win this pot really, really easy here. And the sevens are probably going to peel.
You need 22 to 1 to peel.
The Brad just check raise? Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually don't mind it. Sarah did call with no backdoor flush draw, just ace high. I don't really like this multi-way, but I think King 10 bet, she called, and sevens check raised. She checks. Brad's in a bet 2 sevens again. JP's just going to call. And I don't mind JP just calling here. I mean, he only has the 10 kicker, and when Brad check raises in the huge multi-way pot here, like, you just want to get the showdown with King 10.
Right.
I don't mind Brad, c-betting. Continuing to bet for value. He puts his hand up, he has the best hand.
And JP's going to be like, whoa!
He's like, damn, I win?
Yeah. That's
don't know.
the time where you're like, nice hand. You call like, what?
Yeah.
A win?
You know, if you do check raise and if Brad feels like he's getting called by worse, I don't mind him going bet, but I don't know, man. I'm going to take Brad aside and be like, dude, you got to rep harder for Boston, bro.
All right, it's that time. We're going to get questions from the chat and ask you about your experience with Miss Finland. I can't even pronounce her last name.
Sarah Shafek. She's
Shafek?
actually half Moroccan and half Finnish. That's why she's so beautiful. She actually was Miss Finland in 2012. Went pretty deep in Miss Universe.
Cool.
You know, I think she made like top 20, which is hard to do with a
Oh,
country
yeah.
full of, 100 and something contestants.
Of course.
She's a gorgeous girl. She actually is a musician. She likes to rap.
I saw she has a music video where she raps, I
it's pretty
think.
cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But it's not in English,
She's
if I recall.
Yeah, but like when she starts to hype up herself, she does this weird like chant. She's like, it's kind of funny, but obviously I don't want to disrespect any Finnish people out there. She says something in Finnish, but,
people. Oh.
but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, Finland has got like a lot of.
Dude, they
lot of
ravage.
musicians.
They ravage. Dude. They have no emotion, and they just love to just bluff, as you've seen.
Yeah. No, I meant the musicians. I think Nylon Beats from Finland too.
Yeah. They're like great DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kurto opens, UTG here. JP called. I guess he was the kill. Yeah, because it was a kill pot. Raises 60. JP was the kill. Calls, defends the 3 deuce off, and Sarah needs to put 40 in out of the big blind, and she's thinking, 2 best to me? No, it's a kill pot. So she's gonna come along with the best hand. We're going to take a flop 3 ways here with Kurto being the aggressor, under the gun being the opener. Nice door. Nice flop
Wow.
for Kurto.
Yeah, Kurto 2 over.
Color TV. Any monkey. All monkeys.
But Sarah's the favorite with a pair of 3s, ace kicker.
50%. She's a coin flip to win the hand 3 ways, but she is the favorite in the hand. Ooh. I like seeing Kurto bet through this card here. Yeah, please. If you checked, I'd be like, no, man. Keep betting. If you're going to call here with 3 deuce, I like raising.
Yeah.
Because, normally Kurto's never going to have a 9 here. You get to go to showdown.
Ouch. That's
Yeah.
the hearts.
And you get to get Sarah out of the hand with a lot of hands that might have you beat, like small
Right,
pairs.
like this one, yeah.
And like this one she has. You know, I'm not just saying this because I'm seeing the graphics here, guys.
Yeah.
If you're gonna call the turn with reduce, you should be putting a raise in here, because aces can never 3-bet you, overpairs can never 3-bet you if he has those hands, and a lot of times he has hands like he has right now, 2 overs or hands that have big big draws like queen jack, king jack, that are just gonna usually call, and you get the showdown versus those hands.
Sure.
And he did bet, and did 3-deuce pay it off?
Ace 3. Sarah paid off.
JP folded.
Yeah, I mean, they have to have hearts. I mean, she's way ahead, way behind. She could be like ace king, ace queen.
Yeah, and she has the ace of hearts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she
This
blocks
blocks
flush
that.
draw.
Yeah.
They're not flush. He bluffs in a flush. Limit is still very rampant in poker rooms. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Especially in LA.
Yeah, it's a bread and butter in LA. If you want to be a house player, you best play limit hold'em. Like
need to know how to play limit
no limit house players do not get paid as much as limit players.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to get Ronnie Bardah back in the #1 viewed poker YouTube video. Like, I think Joseph Chong has the #1. You're #2 right now?
I have the #2 video.
Ship it, dude. He's got over 7 million
Joseph
views.
Chong punting off the ace-7. I mean, it wasn't.
Was
it
it? No, it was. He had aces and he got bad beat by that
Oh,
Italian guy, dude.
Okay, and that's the #1 video. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
And that Italian guy that year
Yeah.
busted me 24th.
Oh.
That was the year I finished 24th
Oh
in the
my
main.
god. Now I hate him even more, dude.
Yeah, he's
Bust the UCSD guy and Ronnie Bardah.
He's so tilting, dude. Ooh, Dark Knight finds 2 aces against the ace
American
king.
Airlines. Yeah.
Ace king open your UTG. The Dark Knight 3-bet playing solid. Look at this. Johnny wakes up
Oh
with 2
my god,
kings.
no.
2 kings here.
This
Oh, but
sucks.
JP 4-bet the 9-8 off.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm just grabbing Wayne's arm here, just playing amazing.
no
oh my
homo.
god, and flops.
They both have flush draws, the ace
And
the
JP flops open-ended.
yeah.
Brad's probably just gonna, Brad's running bad, man. Finds a good fold, no spade. Dark Knight 3-bets, or just raise, check raise. Kings are just going to call. Kings are probably gonna raise a turn. Jonathan's setting them up, not knowing he's so behind.
Oh, no more raising the
He's gonna
turn.
save money. He's gonna save some monies there. I'm rooting for JP this hand. I want to see the 6 of diamonds.
You want to see Dark Knight
He
just
does
throw his
raise the
chips in air.
turn here. Jonathan's just gonna raises the turn.
Well, you called it on the flop.
Well, I knew he was going to, but
You
why?
knew your man.
What are you doing, Johnny? And
Dark Knight's gonna
Dark Knight's
3-bet, giving a chance to kick out JP, but JP's still
Jonathan's drawing
stone
dead and puts a raise in on the turn. Jonathan's here every day, guys.
Every day, bicycle.
He's every day at the Bicycle Casino playing 2040. Come on in.
I play mixed game 2 and 4080 every.
Yep, Jonathan is here all the time. Oh, almost found a 6.
almost.
One time for JP. No, but Dark Knight's going to hold. I like, can I have a favorite in this game? Can I say who's playing the best?
Of course.
I like Dark Knight's game.
Yeah,
Out of every
it's
player
good.
in this game.
For sure.
I think Dark Knight is,
Hashtag super solid.
next to Jonathan. I like Jonathan's game. He's all over the place, but Jonathan, his raise on the turn there was pretty suspect with 2 kings.
Usual suspects.
But I like Dark Knight's game.
So since we have you here, it's so hard to get a hold of you in the live bike booth. I want to talk about the Miss Finland hand. Like, what was your thinking process through the whole thing?
When I met her prior to the game, to the show starting, we had a little makeup, time and
Make out. Oh, I mean makeup. Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
We're getting makeup, and I wanted to pick her brain a little, see where she's from, because she was our celebrity. Every Shark cage had a celebrity on the show. I was a professional soccer player, rugby player, Don Cheetah, Don Cheadle,
And- yeah.
whatever his name. Yeah, Don
Yeah, I
Cheadle
played
is
with
it?
him at
And then
Commerce
tons of
before.
different, celebrities, and she was our celebrity, being Miss Finland.
Yeah.
In Miss Universe.
So you got
pageant.
the good celebrity.
Yeah, so I'm talking to her, and she's like, oh, I made day 2 of the Estrellas main, which is a smaller main. It was going on in
Yeah.
Barcelona. She goes, I've been playing poker. I'm like, okay, so she has an idea. She knows how to play.
Right.
She understands how to read hands.
Yeah.
I don't know much more about it. So I think she's, pretty amateur, but she has played poker. Her boyfriend plays cards, she told me, and he's there watching. So
You're like, when you heard boyfriend, you're just like, oh.
my heart sunk a little. I was
Yeah.
like, maybe me and this girl can go out in Barcelona. No,
Yeah.
no chance.
All your dreams, poof, down the freaking
Down
drain.
all your dreams. Poof.
Yeah, go on.
So first hand dealt, man.
Yeah.
She just
That was
limps
the first hand?
First hand off the deck. I just flew in from Boston. And I haven't had much sleep. It's $1 million to the winner. It's
Yeah.
a double shootout, a free roll. I was invited after cashing the main 5 years in a row. I was like in top 100 players in the last 3 years of the World Series of Poker. You know, I was all over ESPN for my 5 years consecutive cashing. And they're like, you know, they're looking for diversity. And they were like, do you want to play in this great TV show? It's
like,
$1 million.
yeah, hell yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So they flew me out to Barcelona. Boom, I'm in there. She limps the cutoff. You know, it's small blinds, Kara Scott. She folds. I look down at the first hand, 8-4 off.
Yeah,
Check.
whatever. Yeah.
And the sitting goes. I usually just like check fold almost every flop here, even if I flop a pair or bottom pair. So I just don't want to get involved.
Right,
in
out of
this,
position.
Out of position
Yeah.
in a really weird spot. You want to play tight. My approach towards sitting goes is playing pretty tight, and then playing the shuffle game late.
Right.
You know, which they weren't.
Right.
So, and I made a living playing sitting goes for a while on full tilt. Let's cut into this hand, and I'll go back to this to my hand, guys. If you're listening about the Sarich effect hand and my thought process through the hand. But
Yeah.
we have Brad here with King Jack of Diamonds in the small blind. UTG JP just limped under the gun. Ara and another limp from Ace 5 off. Ara raised the 4-4. I'd like to see a limp behind with
Full.
4-4.
Make sure all your kids don't grow.
King Jack call 2 bets at the small. They both came along. Queen 10-3. Jack 9 JP flopping an open ender, and Brad flopping the nut open ended
And
with the
backdoor.
backdoor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raise. Seat 7.
JJ cannot hit an ace. He needs to hit a 5 for winner.
Brad, JP check raised, and we're gonna see 4-4 bet the flop. Ara bet the flop.
Players.
Ara holding in there with 2 4s. Ooh, Brad.
There's the nut
Brad
straight.
checking, and JP continuing with the Jack 9. He's gonna get 4-4 to fold here.
And now Ara, who had the best hand, now has the effective
Ara
nut flush draw.
calls with the 4 hearts.
he's got the nut flush draw.
He has enough flush draw.
The
You know,
effective
here's
nut
the
flush
problem
draw.
here. He's probably going to fold out to this check raise with the 4 hearts, the only one drawing live. Jack
No,
nine-
he's still in there.
Jack nine
Oh, he
folded.
gets the nut
Oh,
flush.
he
Nut
hits-
flush. Ace high
Brad,
flush, y'all.
Brad is drawing so bad.
And Ara's got it.
Brad is running so bad.
Shout out to Ara.
Guys, 20-40 at the bike
Yep, every day.
every day.
Every day.
So going back to the Sarah Trefek hand, she limps the cutoff.
Yeah.
I just looked down at 8-4, I check.
Yeah.
Comes Queen 5-4 rainbow.
No, King 5-4.
No.
Queen?
Queen 5-4. Trust
Okay.
me.
All right.
Yeah,
Or you would know. I'm not going to.
Queen 5-4 rainbow. And I'm
Okay.
like, you know what? I'm just going to donk into this girl.
Okay.
I'm going to bet half here.
Yeah.
Or a little under half pot.
You're right, it was Queen. Yeah.
And she's
yeah.
just
Of
going
course
to
you would know,
fold
yeah.
anything she hasn't connected because I think she's just going to play straightforward. She's never
Yeah.
going to make any plays at the pot.
Right.
I think she's just by looking at her body language and the way she's like,
Oh,
playing.
yeah, body language. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first hand. I haven't seen her do anything.
Subscribe now, limited access. Over 1,500 episodes of strategy videos. Only $19.99 a month or $199 a year. 2 months off. For a free week, use promo code POKER. Back to Ronnie.
Sign up, guys. So, yes.
You didn't think she was going to make some plays.
Yeah, I
and then
think
she
she's
raises.
just going to play straightforward against me. She
Yeah.
mid-raises.
Yeah.
Anytime a rec player or somebody you feel like don't have much experience playing poker min-raises you, they're just like trying to find out where they're at. I'm like, boom. She limped the cutoff probably with the queen here. Queen X, Queen 10, Queen Jack, King Queen.
Sure.
She might have Ace Queen. A lot of passive players don't open anything but Jacks plus, right?
Sure.
So she might limp Ace Queen.
Sure.
So
Or could
she-
she limp aces?
She can limp aces. She
Yeah.
might, she could be trapping.
Right.
She min raises. I'm like, great. Okay, I'm getting the right price here to peel, and I
Implied
believe
odds.
she has me beat.
Yeah.
I'm getting implied odds here. I can turn a 4 and just get it all, or an 8 and just not get it all, but
Right,
win a
yeah.
sizable pot. So boom, I call her. I made it 15K. She made it 30. I call and turned up 4 for trips.
Right.
Speaking of the 8-4 off,
Ara, who's in with Ronnie in spirit.
Ara calls on the tool with the 8-4 off, limps.
Jonathan, who was the big winner?
Don't try this at home, people.
Big winner.
Who raised?
7 or 8 racks.
Somebody 3-bet the Jack, the King 10.
I think I'm only.
JP 3-bet the King 10.
So somebody opened. Somebody 3-bet. I mean, opened, isolated Ara.
King 10 high still good, but Ara's got 2 overcards and a gut shot.
Curto with the gutter. And also, Ara with the gutter.
Yeah.
They all couldn't see the turn card here. JP with the nuts. Queen ball. JP picks up a gutter and still has the best hand. We're all going to check.
Oh! Curto with
The nizzles. No,
Effective
well,
nizzles.
yeah, the straight here. And I think they're all just going to fold.
Yeah. unless
Ooh, Ara.
somebody tries to
Ara-
outplay
Ara
him
calls
this hand.
8-4.
Hero comes along with the strength to carry on.
With the strength to carry on.
Back to Miss Finland's story.
Back to
Go.
Miss Finland's story. She min raises, I call.
Yeah.
Boom, 4 on the turn. I'm like, bingo, bango.
Bongo, yeah.
Now I check. And
Yeah.
most of the time versus like experienced players, I'm just gonna, keep the keep bluffs in the pot and let them continue and just call the turn. But she bets 50,000. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check raise her to 150. She's gonna just call with her queen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet like 200 on the river.
And then
And
you
I'm gonna
call.
win a nice pot.
Yeah, right.
And so I check raise her $150.
Yeah.
She sits for a while and goes, I raise. As
Yeah.
she looks at the dealer, which in my experience is
Right.
pretty strong. When you
Yeah.
look at the dealer and say raise,
Yeah. You want to make sure the dealer.
she
approves it.
re-raises me, clicks it back, and makes it 250.
Yeah.
And for television and for fun of the game, I get pretty animated.
Yeah.
And I go, really 250?
Yeah. Right.
And I call. I'm like, I'm not convinced yet, but I'm like scared.
Right.
This pot's pretty big. It's about 600K in the about 500K in the middle, or a little actually like 600K. And river is a queen 4, 5, 4, 6. So 7-8 gets there, deuce 3 gets there, which I don't think she has, but
Right.
she blasts all in.
Right.
And I took a long time, used all my time banks, asked her if she's just playing a queen like this, if she has any idea what she's doing.
Yeah.
And when I explain this hand to all the best, Jason Mercier, Jake Jake Schindler,
Luke Schwartz.
Steve O'Dwyer
Yeah.
in Barcelona, they all told me to fold.
Yeah.
But when you see the hand, you're like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? So I ended
Whatever.
up finding a fold. It was the first hand dealt. I didn't want to be out of the tournament
Right,
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 away.
right.
And I'm playing a sit and go. I still have 70 big blinds.
And we
deep.
saw your facial expression after the hand. So.
Oh, look at the Dark Knight flopping
Yeah,
his
Dark
set
Knight
here,
flop set
man.
of tens against pocket jacks.
JP is not believing the story. Or is
Most of the time you shouldn't fold either. With the pot this bloated, just show down your hands.
At least that was my interpretation from the limited span.
You can have pocket nines, ace 10, whatever. Then JP's like, run so bad. Ball so hard, but run so bad.
I mean, on that river, I
You can, but the pot's so big.
know,
I don't know.
what does he beat at this point?
Ace 10 of hearts. I mean, a bluff.
Do you think Ace 10 of Hearts still continues on the river?
I don't know. That's the thing. You don't know until.
Unless he's like, I gotta fold out jacks. I gotta fold out a queen here. Maybe he'll just. I don't know. I don't know. He's not value betting Ace 10, so I don't believe if he's gonna raise Ace 10 of Hearts in the turn.
Yeah, I mean, he could turn his hand to a bluff. Like, you just, never know. Like, a lot of the dynamics. Like,
I guess.
I've
But versus
played on.
the Dark Knight, dude.
Yeah, that's
Show him the
fair.
goods.
Fair.
Every single time he's playing the most solid. He's
He
been a winner.
also, yeah, but he also check raised sevens on the King Deuce Deuce earlier.
Dude, when I seen the Dark, I played 20 for a little while. While I was waiting the 40 game today, and I seen the Dark Knight. I'm like, this kid's here to print.
Right.
And I made one little play on him. He doesn't know, but he opened and went flat, and I flatted the button with queen out of clubs,
Yeah.
and it came king four.
Oh, see, flat on the button.
Well,
Go
after
ahead,
somebody
go
flatted.
ahead. Right.
After somebody called.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we have here? A 4, 5.
Sarah's got kings.
Kings. Kings is. I don't understand how is Kings getting dealt to
Yeah, it's
every other pot
very,
here.
yeah, very few aces, a lot of kings.
A lot of Kings today.
Shout out to Paul Christian, who he's in the Wayne will be here during Marley Week.
Jesse Seminelli, please ask Ronnie why,
Please.
when he's crushing, does he quit after 43 minutes? But when he's stuck, when he's stuck his lung, he plays 43 hours. Is this how pros do it?
That's how trolls do it.
Jesse's obviously trolling me. Jesse's one of my really good friends back home from Boston. I play on average 6 hours a session, 6 to 8 hours a session. Sometimes, I've hit and ran, but not I never hit and run. Actually, that's a lie. I don't believe in Jesse. 43 minutes in Jesse's world is like 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes if I'm like, if the night's still young and the day's still young, I'm like, I'm gonna go find something else to do with my time. Guys out there,
Kings hold. Kings hold.
Kings hold. Sorry, guys.
Juicy one for Sarah.
If you find yourself in a poker room and you're young and you're playing 14 hours a day, don't let your 20s and early 30s go by.
Yeah.
You just have your youth for a limited time. Enjoy it. Get out there. Balance, man.
And see you shake it.
See the world. Do something with the money.
Yeah.
You're not playing poker for no reason. You're not playing poker just to make money and just build your bankroll. You're playing poker to have a better life.
Freedom, yeah.
Freedom. Yeah, get out there, man. See the world. Have fun. do things that you love to do. I don't know if you like to hike, martial arts, yoga,
Beatbox.
chase women around, chase men. That's your thing.
Yeah.
You know, just get out there, enjoy it, because life. I don't want to sound so cliche, but life is short, man.
Yeah.
I felt like I was 21 yesterday.
I feel okay about most
We're
things.
pushing 40.
Yeah, I already hit it.
Yeah, we're pushing 40. I mean, I still feel
We're
pretty
pushing
young.
40.
Pushing 40.
All right, back to the Sarah hand,
never tried
the
to
Miss
cheat.
Finland hand.
No.
She
no,
pushes
we're not
all in.
saying that.
Brockton.
Because I'm trying to check everybody.
Jason Shepard shutting out Brockton.
Is it my turn? I'm gonna call.
Brockton was crazy. Crazy upbringing. I didn't
So
even know
then,
about
yeah,
Brockton.
you talked to Mercier and others, and they said
They
were
said
okay with
they
your
were
fold.
they were like, and I just said, "What do you do?"
Yeah.
Fold. They looked at me
Yeah.
like I was out of my mind. She's like, "Oh, so you check raise a turn?" And she
Yeah.
min clicked it,
Yeah.
and you check to this girl
Yeah.
who doesn't, you know,
Play.
usually Rex aren't gonna like the
Whoa,
first
yeah.
hand aren't gonna like call not call you, like just click it back on you on the
Yeah.
turn when you check raise,
Yeah.
and then pile drive all into the river
Yeah.
without
it's
it.
True. Right.
Like, what are they like?
If they do, it's got to be some like guy with a WPT hat and just like
Oh, man. But it's for sure a fun
outplay
video to
this
watch,
hand.
dude. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ara flopping top pair, Sarah with the open-ended and middle pair. I love Sarah's hand here.
Yep.
Ace Jack just finding nothing, but continues to see the turn with 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw. 4 in the turns. Ara
are
still in the
still way
lead.
ahead. Well, Sarah had it.
Ara's
Good
action. Read all about it, dude. Ara gets involved.
Okay.
Check round the turn.
Ooh, there's a straight for Sarah.
Sarah again with a confused look. Sorry, I mean I don't know. You know, it's a big tell out there, guys. When somebody's confused and they bet the river, fold.
Yeah, this is a
Somebody said don't give too many tips away when you're in the box, but
that's what we're here for. Live at the bike.
Live-
Subscribe to archives.
that's a big live read, guys. When you are facing an opponent and they're just like perplexed and confused and they have no idea what's going on and they bet, burn your hand.
There you go.
Burn your hand.
You guys are with us to learn from veterans. We've been at it for over 15 years.
Just watch Sarah when she gets involved in the pot on the river. She likes to squint and bet, and when she's not squinting, she doesn't have anything. I can save you a bet here or there, and saving bets and limit hold'em,
adds up.
it's where you want.
It's
Yeah,
microtransactions.
you never want to just frustrate. You don't want to just be frustrated and just. I've been there. I still do it. I'm talking to myself here, guys, and just call the river, snap call the river all the time, and you know most of the time, whenever I see somebody just snap call the river, they're usually losing. Unless somebody just isn't like, you know, just call. You can tell when somebody's putting chips in the pot if they're losing or winning on the river, like the way they, you know. And you can tell. And obviously, it's easier to read when you're out of the hand to pick up. You know, there's no pressure to be able to read opponents. So I tell players like
Straight flush draw
Pay
for
attention.
Peter.
bottom pair for Sarah, and a backdoor for Ara. And Ara, I don't think is going anywhere here. He's going to take the heat,
Hold on.
and he's.
Did I bet? And then he called? And then you raised. Okay. I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah, Ara took one off, and Peter check raised with a straight flush draw. I think this is a kill pot.
Need to be fresh for work tomorrow too.
Check.
Sarah pulls ahead.
Ooh, she raising here?
Raising for value. Is that it? Is she raising? Oh
No,
no,
she
just
just calls.
calls.
People they like doing that, just the deep clinch. But look at
That's all right.
wow, let's go, Sarah. She can get the showdown here.
She's showing down. For
Ooh.
Sure. She's gonna take a juicy kill pot.
That's the face of defeat. Good call. he
Sarah's
says.
up over 2,000.
Wow, Sarah's just ravaging. Now she's needling. That's all you have? That's all you have, she says?
$10.
She gets $10 when she wins pots?
I guess.
What a life.
Made a good bet.
Sarah's just crushing, dude.
Damon Santor in the chat. Shout out.
I hate tennis, says Harley.
I believe you.
I just want you to know. And then, did I do something? Not yet.
Who hates tennis? I like tennis. Australian Open is dope. If you ever get a chance to go over to the Aussie Millions, you gotta check out the Australian Open. It's a
Who's your
great
favorite
event.
tennis player?
My favorite tennis player, I like Nadal. Cool, man. Rafael Nadal is the boss, and he plays some poker too.
Really?
He gets, yeah. Yeah, he was in. He came to Barcelona a few times and played some events during the EPTs. Yeah, man.
I mean, I think I was still a favorite.
How about yourself? You have a favorite tennis player?
I don't watch that much. I like Federer.
Better, yeah. I like Sharapova too. She screams when she's the ball. I don't want to scream into the mic. But she's dope too. She's like 6'2".
Thank you.
Brad opening, I think it's still a kill pot. So Brad opening to 60. JJ calling the 60 with the same hand. They both sharing suits. Ara with 10 of diamonds is never going anywhere here. I wouldn't also, especially when there's a couple flatters. I'm calling the button with 10 of diamonds. Whoa, he did not. Is this true? Is this real? Bring that 10 of diamonds back into the graphics, please. Okay, there it is. I thought so. Oh, no, so Ara 3-bet, actually. He did not call. He 3-bet the ace queen. Okay, and
Makes a lot
I
more
don't see
sense.
Ara folding here. He calls the 90 with 10 of diamonds. Somebody folded 10 off. And Sarah's going to fold king 9. She's just like, I'm getting out of the way. I'm surprised, but she was in the kill. She had to call 3 more bets. Sarah's, she's action, but she knows to fold the king 9 off. That's not a really good hand you want to get in there with. No, she had like 9-8 off, I imagine she called.
Looks like, is R in?
Ara's in, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
knew he was not. And I knew he was in.
R with backdoor diamonds, straight draw,
Everybody goes to the
and
turn here.
overcards.
Yes. Bing.
Boom.
8 on the turn.
Binged
I
it.
almost called it, too.
Binged it.
It was in my head. I didn't call it. Yep. Am I talking too loud?
No. Let me clear my throat.
So Brian and Patrick, they're doing a great
King ball in the river. Ara is going to win this pot.
Everybody but.
JJ is taking a stab here with ace queen. Says he misses.
Wade is a good guy.
And then Brad gets nervous and is like, tell me I didn't fold the best hand.
I didn't say but.
You should see the face on Brad when JJ shouted, I missed. And
He's like, quickly turn over.
yeah. No, and Ara he's like waiting for Ara to turn a better hand than ace queen, please.
Yeah.
Because he knows ace queen's good against, so he thinks ace queen's good against whatever JJ said he missed with.
Yeah.
You know, saying he has no pair.
Right.
And he's, you know, so Brad was so happy to see 10-8. He's like, thank God. Didn't see like ace 10 call. Oh, John talking about me.
Yeah.
Her either.
So let's follow up. You guys chat? You guys ever hang out after? Did
You know,
wing one for you?
A year ago or 2 years ago, it was a year ago. We were chatting in our DMs. We you know, we chat in the DMs once in a while, and she was like, you know, let's meet up for a drink, and it was during the World Series, and that's when there was an active. No, that wasn't doing Route 51. I don't know what happened. I got deep into a tournament. I think I was deep in the
And had
6
to
match
cancel.
actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, some other time.
Yeah.
We just didn't link up,
Right.
but we will soon.
Yeah. On Live at the Bike.
2 people found 2 9s here, both holding the Helmuth. This is going to be an interesting hand to see. I would love to, you know, see one of the 9s win over the other 9s. Jack, just, come on, Ara, get out of the way.
Four flush or outplay?
Just get out of the way here. I want to see a heads-up pot versus 9-9 to see somebody outplay each other.
Get out of the way.
But Ara does not.
Yeah, this is going to showdown.
Yeah, I found a queen 7 flop. Ara did get out of the way. They're just gonna go to showdown here. I mean 9-9, 9-9. They're all gonna be like, you play that shit. One of my most tilting things that people say in the poker.
Yeah.
Same thing. Check back off.
My hand. What are you doing? Chop chop.
That's my hand. What are you doing?
So 5 from each, right?
Joel Harris, Dark Knight is a pro limit player from Washington. We are not surprised.
Yeah, I heard that. You know, I know. There's plenty. I bet we know some of the same people from up in the Washington area. Again, I'm really bad with names, but I know a lot of limit hold'em players for Washington.
Yeah.
Tons of them. I know them by face.
Tommy Hangs from there.
Yeah, there's a big group. There's a big group of mid-stakes limit hold'em players from Washington, Oregon area. They all come down to Bellagio in a group. They're all fun guys, all super cool.
Yeah.
They all play the limit hold'em tournaments during the World Series. They better not get rid of this. There's rumor they got rid of the 6 max this year. God, please, no. We all love that tournament. It keeps growing. It keeps getting over 300 players. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't keep it. You know, we love it.
Depends what they want to promote. I don't know. Ernesto Latehouse says Bardah is OG. Ronnie, Bardah, Ricky, Mike.
Kevin Hernandez said that?
No, Ernesto. Kevin Hernandez is the hater. He's just like, new commentators, please. All right.
Oh my God, that
What's
last
wrong with us, Kevin? I want to hear what's wrong with us. Tell
Yeah.
me, what are we doing wrong? I want to get better. My first, second time doing this, obviously. Wayne is a boss and pro at
Veteran.
commentating, you know, but I'm new to the game, man. Kevin, give me some feedback.
You've been dropping all this good knowledge. A lot of stuff that I don't say.
Very last time
I
we'll do that.
won it the last time.
We'll do that.
I don't know.
And then you
Kevin Hernandez, you're there. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it, Kevin. What are we gonna do different here?
It's always like people like my buddies are like, dude, Wayne, you're dropping too much knowledge. I'm like, oh, it's kind of my job now. I mean,
I mean, listen, man. People talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. I know so many players that talk a way better game than they ever can put
oh,
on.
of course, yeah. It's
You
like
know-
we know who's been around, and we all like have respect for the grind.
It's like me. Every single year, I'm like, I'm gonna find a girl and settle down, and I can't walk the walk. That was probably a pretty bad analogy, to be honest.
walk this way. Peter's picking up a 9. So
Peter with a straight flush draw.
he
but
was
Ara with
originally in bad shape. And
Ara
now,
with a
oh no!
Ara had picked up a straight flush draw on the turn too.
Yeah.
I want to go off you for one time.
Time.
Now that you say that.
Sarah just wasting time with King High here. Calls time and then finds a
Let me
fold.
take this $10 off his
Ara just calling?
Come
Come on, Ara. Find it. Let's get it.
It doesn't matter.
Come on, Ara. You need to get a check raise in there, buddy.
Oh, we
You
took-
check called her with the Queen High flush.
We closed
sorry.
Come on, Ara.
the drink pots are closed.
I guess they're
If you're gonna play the Queen 5 of Spades, you need to punish.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You need to punish, bro.
Third nut flush in limit.
Thanks,
Gotta-
Ernesto. Yeah, I know, man. It's tough to settle, but nobody wants to be alone when they hit the 50s and 60s. I want a family. I mean, my advice out there: if you're gonna have, I'm getting married to eventually have children, but it's nice to, obviously find somebody you can do everything with.
Shout out to Diddy. I need a girl.
Yeah, man.
And Loon.
I just recently got out of a relationship, so I'm newly single. 3 months now, 3 or 4 months. So
Thanks,
take it.
Ernesto.
I think I got you beat at this point. But
Yeah, so like
what up, Devin?
you and Sarah make a comeback and live the bike, or go out to the club and she can wing woman for you.
Yeah, man. Sarah would probably be a great wing woman.
Oh yeah. I wing for people here. I'm almost like, man, Ronnie Bardah, he's like the older brother I never had. It's cheesy, but the thing is, they get the hint, they get the chat on. If something happens, something happens. Something doesn't, whatever.
Well, JJ flopping bottom 2. Curto with a backdoor, and Dark Knight just whiffing. What? He's backdoor also. We're check on the flop. JJ looking to check raise. Couldn't get the check raise in.
5-8. Oh, wow.
JJ now is going to have to obviously bet.
Can I get my hand back?
And he's going to win the pot here. Small pot, but it's always
Whatever.
nice to win anything.
Yeah.
Any question, guys? I'm going to be in the booth
Yeah.
for another 20 minutes.
Come on,
I'm
shoot
going to get back
Ronnie
out there
Bardah
and jump
questions.
into the 40 game for a little while. Maybe go home.
Thank
Let's
you
see
for
how
all the thumbs up, guys.
See how I feel.
I kept needling Ronnie Bardah. I'm like, come on in the booth with me. We'd be fucking great, It's always good to. And we know all the peoples you see on TV, plus like super crushers in all the games.
What happens when the show ends?
And it's always like a couple videos like. You see Ronnie Bardah get bluffed out by Miss Finland. You're like, oh, Ronnie sucks. I'm like, dude, the guy's been around, like, grinding it. He's like, I've name dropped him, shout out a ton that, like, you're probably one of the, just watching you handle yourself, you're probably one of the best for bankroll management, which is one of the biggest weaknesses for all poker players.
Never been staked, never, had to borrow money, and never been broke. I've been offered a lot of staking deals, but I've offered a lot of people. I just like doing things on my own.
Yeah.
Could be one of my faults because,
No, I hate being staked. I've been staked a couple times.
And able to play bigger sometimes, and, to get up there and propel in the poker world, sometimes you need help if you want to play bigger and play bigger tournaments. But I don't know. I didn't want to answer anybody. The reason why I played poker is to be my own boss,
right.
And not have somebody hand me money and tell me what to do, where to do it, where to go.
Absolutely.
You can find an investor that lets you handle the money and tells you you can play anything you want, which I know guys who have that deal. It can be sweet.
Right. So JP's going to turn a straight and a flush draw.
But Sarah with a lock hold and enough flush draw on top pair, it's going to be pretty hard to win this hand. He's going to have to hit a queen here. That is not a diamond. He does not know that, though. And luckily for him, he does not hit a diamond. She's just going to win this pot here. Sarah just ravaging, man. She's up over 2,000. She's got about $2,300 profit in front of her and a mountain of chips.
Yeah, staking is just like when I went broke, I got staked, and it was like I finished a couple of them, and it was just like it doesn't feel good because like when I have a losing session, I'm just like I don't feel good about it myself, and I have to report. Even though the backers are always like, dude, it happens, we know, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And one of the worst parts is, especially playing high stakes and you're getting staked, is and legitimately so, they need to question your game. But the thing is, when you're being staked and you're like, okay, you know, obviously they're the backers, and I'm just like, I have to adjust your game. When you're not playing the way you play, you just lose yourself, and you're just like, it doesn't, like, you play worse. So that's what people, it's just like staking sounds good. Well, I mean, it is a good deal under a lot of circumstances, but it's just like,
Yeah, for some people it takes the pressure off, right? So if they're
Yeah.
getting staked, they're just gonna go off and just play really comfortably because the money it's not their money, so they're
Right.
just gonna be a little more up to like
yeah,
go
they
with their
won't life explode. So to
yeah,
say, yeah.
like Chino Reem, you know, he gets staked and he's just like, I'll do whatever the hell I want. I'll show, you know,
Right.
I mean, he's very rare. I should have used him as an example.
Yeah,
it's kind of a
why
joke.
not?
But what I'm saying is, you know, being staked has its plus and negatives for sure.
Yeah.
And anyways, shout out to Gavin Smith. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
You know,
Gavin
he just
Smith.
recently died. He was a big member of the
Huge
poker,
thing.
huge guy in the poker community.
Yeah.
You know, he left behind two little ones, and you know, the poker world came together, raised a lot of money for his family.
Right.
It's just nice
Shout
to see
out.
it's nice to see the community get together, man.
Yeah, they got
know,
that guy the World Series when his
yeah.
wife gave him the World Series thing.
Yeah, he had a hard life, man, Gavin. You know, had a lot of vices, but you know, overall, he was a good guy, man. You know, like if you talk to him, he would buckle down and just get serious. But he was a big joker, and he just had a good outlook on life, and just had a lot of fun.
A lot of
The good die young. Rest in peace, bro.
Rest in peace. Dark Knight 3-betting here with Ace-8.
I like it.
Actually, I'm not quite
No,
sure the
no,
action.
he didn't. He just
yeah.
opened,
Just
and the
opened,
big
yeah.
Ara defended. He's
The 8 kicker's most likely going to hold, but there can be a run out.
Ara
or
just
chops.
check. Ara raised. I like the raise when the cutoff opens.
Sure.
You know, it makes it
Don't
look
want
like
to
you
get
have.
free cards.
And it makes it look like you have some draws
Draw,
here,
yeah.
and you know, a lot of pairs are gonna call you down if the draws don't come in.
Right.
Only girls can get away
You know,
with that. Sorry.
let's see if Ara likes to raise the turn here. No, he just calls. Yeah, he doesn't beat too many aces, but I would like him sometimes to raise here just to charge the draw.
Yeah. Ace-8's going to hold.
You see, it's gonna hold. Check, no kicker.
And Ace-8 really wants to hear that. No
Yeah,
kicker.
Yeah.
A lot of poker players, people for a living, obviously super good. Like they sometimes run into trouble, and then once they fix it, they're good. It's just like we're all human, and poker's not the only industry like that. A lot of people just get hard like midlife, learn stuff about life, and then they're fine. So poker-
I'm learning every day, man. Especially
Yeah.
the last 2 years, I'm getting so much introspection about my own life, and sometimes you're like, "Is this a midlife crisis?" But you think you got it all figured out, and then you realize one
Right.
day you're like, "Shit, I got so much to learn," and you just never stop learning.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing about poker too; you just never stop learning.
And poker gets a bad rap sometimes because of like some of the stuff is more visual. It's like I was talking with Phil Locke about this, where it's like you'd think that you hear about the scum stuff that happens in poker, but it's like every industry has those people.
Yeah, the
It's
music industry, the
every
entertainment industry,
yeah.
the
just literally every industry.
every
There's no
industry.
industry's clean.
no,
So it's just like it's about the people and just
even the Catholic Church.
bang bang. It's just because the poker table, everyone sees people face to face. The money's like visible. So
Limit game with no Gene Gluck, I'm out. I don't blame you, homie.
yeah,
She's a looker.
she's a sweetie
And
pie.
she's a great girl, man. She's cool, man.
Go chat her up.
But she's going to be in the 40-80 game, I think, on the February 13th. They're going to be, live at the Bikes, putting on the 40-80 with a half kill. Pretty big game. I mean, high mid-stake game. I mean, these days you can consider it a high,
Yeah, no, it's changing eras.
Yeah.
Dark Knight picks up jacks, and R just calls on button ace jack. Middle Doctor says Gene Gluck is hot.
Yeah, she is.
007 AZ 1.
She's been hot for like 4 decades, 3 decades, dude.
Shout out to Ryan Feldman in the chat.
Jack with the stranglehold. Oh no, but I didn't see that Ara has ace of spades. From here, look at the ace of clubs. I need to get glasses. Turn is an 8. Dark Knight's gonna bet. Ara's
Sleep.
definitely going to call here and go to the river. He needs an ace or any spade. Oh no.
Check.
Dark Knight decides to check and wins. Sometimes I don't mind betting through here, and if you feel like your player is not capable of bluffing,
Yeah.
you can bet and just happily fold to a raise.
Sure.
And find value from plenty of pairs, especially a guy like Ara who's going to just go to showdown with a 9, any pair, an 8. I mean, obviously an 8
pocket
beats
pair,
you.
yeah.
9 or a 6,
Twos,
4s,
threes,
3s,
yeah,
deuces. You're going to find, and sometimes he might look you up with ace high.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you bet through that card with like queens or jacks, a player with ace high is like, well, he's only betting a straight here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, you could only, he only has a straight here, or maybe my ace high is good.
Right.
And then they see jacks, they're like, oh damn, I just got value bet. I just got my face raped.
Fake Ryan Feldman and Armenian Mike in the YouTube chat. Just never know. A lot of fakers.
Is that the fake Ryan Feldman?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I didn't look too closely, but he's got to handle so many things up in here. Up in here.
Armenian Mike.
Y'all gonna make me
Is
lose.
that the Armenian Express?
He's the joke bet guy. He's like, all in. Takes back 10K.
Oh, yeah, that was
Joking,
verse
just
Ryan.
joking.
That was verse Ryan. I seen that video. I mean, everybody, Joey Ingram
Yeah.
did a bit of video on about it. Doug Polk did.
I know you see me on the video.
True. Ace, King, Jack. Look at Ara just flopping the stone nizzles. And when somebody quickly calls like that, it's a good indication that they did flop something pretty big. Or if they tank for
Ronnie
a long time.
Bardah dropping all the knowledge here.
King 9's going to bet again. Ara raises, and King 9 should find a fold. Good fold, JJ. I mean, it's not really a hard fold. But he's
Harley Quinn fooled you, Wayne. Yep. I got duped. I got bluffed. Ain't no Ronnie like the one I got.
No one can.
You bet, sir. Sings a lot. And check raises.
A lot. Even with the Jack 7R. People are like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
Guys, get some culture, man. Just Google these lines and you'll know.
What was that, Reasonable Doubt? No, was that on the Reasonable Doubt album?
Like everyone who won a pot won the next pot.
Was that just one of his off?
That was one. It might have been a soundtrack. No,
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it was a soundtrack.
Might have been like the Nutty Professor soundtrack or something.
Yeah, maybe you're right. That's with Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, with Foxy Brown? No, it was just, who was singing the chorus? Was it Foxy? So
Yeah. It's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's definitely Jay-Z. You know what Jay-Z song gets me up? It's like the one on Rush Hour 2.
Tell the freaks I got a man a mile.
Yeah. Man,
9-7, big blind defends. The Jack 5.
Yep.
Open the hijack here. Or maybe limps. Looks like Queen 9 ISO'd. Keep saying ISOing, just
ISO.
I feel like when somebody limps ISO very wide, not
Sure.
Jack 5 wide.
Depends on game conditions.
Queen 9 off, yes. I like Queen 9.
Yeah. I had a joke on Twitter. It's like Queen 9's one of the better ISO hands because if you get beat by like King Queen or Ace Queen, you'd be like, oh, why is the Queen always flop when I have Jacks? Or it was like Ace High, you're like bet, take it down.
Yeah.
And nobody puts you on a 9 like ever.
You want to play 20-40 and you're like deep on the list, so you're like, I'll play some 8-16. Well, you're like a half mile away.
If anybody's hollering at me on Twitter or Instagram right now,
Follow Ronnie Bardah.
I'm actually taking a month off of social media.
Oh.
It's just kind of a mental cleanse.
Great.
'Cause I just found myself just in a hole, a social media
Do you
hole.
argue
at
with
night.
people on there? I mean,
Nah, man, I don't have too many haters. You know,
Okay.
some
Yeah.
I have some, but not too many. And
right.
sometimes I argue. I don't get into like Twitter wars. I'm also not that great at like writing like. What am I trying to say here? Texting, like just arguing
back
on
Twitter, yeah.
People rip me apart. I'm not the best writer.
Really positive
Verbally, I'm
guy.
okay. Yeah, I just like to be positive and be super optimistic and happy in life.
Yeah. Aura with a huge flush draw. JP with a pair of queens. There's the flush for Aura. But You know what's awesome is like kids react to like 90s music and stuff like and like 90s rap or something like that. It's have you seen those things?
No.
Oh, it's amazing because it's like
This is all on YouTube. You find these videos?
yeah, and like kids react to boy bands and stuff like that. Like they don't know the hip hop songs, so it's like Ice Cube will come up with like it was a good day, and the kid's like it's Biggie. And it's like no, it's Ice Cube.
You know, it's funny. Like I don't want to be that old guy who's like, you don't know what good hip hop is.
No, yeah, we're not gonna be like
these
that.
kids are like, you're like, who's the best rapper of all time, and they're just
they
just say some guy I've never heard of,
yeah.
who's just so elementary,
right.
who doesn't know how to rap, who's just all about making beats. They're like Future. Future's great, or Migos.
J. Cole. Or,
you know, yeah, J. Cole's pretty good. J. Cole's probably go down.
Some
as
people
top
say
20.
Drake. You know,
Drake's an entertainer. He's got real. I love Drake. One of my favorite. You know, shout out to the Jews out there. He's great, but he's not the best. He's not the best of all time.
Last name ever, first name greatest.
He's great though.
Yeah.
You can't hate on Drake, man.
Yeah.
He's a singer. He sings too.
0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick. Mate.
There you go.
Just appreciate everything. Like I like songs even older, like 80s, 70s. It's like every era's got like above the rim songs.
Young Thug is the GOAT. Come on, man. Think dysfunctionalism. Kevin Hernandez shouting out J. Cole and Tupac. I have to agree with him, man. Tupac's one of the GOATs.
Jonathan picks up Kings again, and they
Kings
are way
just
ahead
flying
here.
out there. Got Brad with a gutter. And the gutter's going to stay in there, obviously. Brad is due, man. Put a queen out there for Brad. Brad is so due. He might call it thinking, you know, I have 3 outs. I have 3 out kings. I have 4 queens. I have 7 outs here. You know, if I'm going against the ace-jack or out, and he's just never getting there.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, I guess the hearts got there. Couldn't do some
Come on.
too.
Yeah.
You guys are like saying this rapper, this rapper. Look, all the hate got Biggie and Tupac killed. We don't want any of that, okay?
We don't do that anymore. I thought.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Who is Mike Jones? I love it.
Dysfunctionalism.
Who is Mike Jones? Mike Jones is sick.
What?
I
There's
love
a black guy when I was like
Wall and stuff.
there was like an MJ on the board. I was like Mike Jones, and then when black guy at the table's like, you know, that's a rapper. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. I understand like why you would think that. Maybe I didn't know, but it's pretty funny though.
It's funny. A lot of Asians think I'm black, which is understandable.
Yeah. Well, you guys look at us and we're like, you all look the same. Devin Monk says R. Kelly goat.
Oh my God.
This is the.
I haven't watched the documentary.
I haven't either. I
about
read
Kelly
more of
yet.
the news.
I want to watch it, but I'm just scared. He's good. He's one of the best singers of all. Like great singer, but like
yeah.
He just destroyed a lot of lives. I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Ace Jack and the big blind here. Ace 6 of spades. Open the cut. Ace Jack are defended. Check. I think it went check. Check again. River
Ooh,
deuce. They're
shout
gonna
out to Chop It Up.
Chop this pot up here. There's $50 in the pot. Ara just limp. JP just limped the cutoff, I guess, and Ara just checked the big blind. If somebody limps the cutoff here, and I have Ace Jack in the big blind, I'm raising 100 out of 100 times.
Race.
You know, and I'm betting that flop, and I'm betting the turn, and probably you're gonna win with the best hand. And Ace 6 is probably not calling the turn, and maybe just folding the flop on Queen 3 deuce rainbow, no spades. So see, not taking that spot to raise and put money in with the best hand. When somebody limps a cutoff, Ace Jack's literally probably the best hand 100 times. Put the money in, bet the flop. See, bet the flop. You're just gonna win a lot of the times and
Amen.
Increase your stack. Put some money in your pockets.
You know what scene I LOL'd at was I went back and watched some after watching that Kids React video. Snoop Dogg. It's like what's my name? Like the intro. The girl is like in bed with Snoop and she's like, I love you, Snoop. And he's like, you don't love me. You just love my doggy style. It's like busted up laughing. It was so hard.
Curto raised the king. Oh, Curto getting a little loose here. Something new from him. Opening under the gun, king 9 of spades. JP flatting the 5-5 and Sarah coming out of the big blind with 6-4 off. We've seen a flop of Jack 4-8. Sarah finding a 4. 5-5 still in the lead. Curto. Sarah check raise. Curto C bet.
And gets the
JP
fives to
called.
fold.
It's a fives to fold. Look at
Nice,
Sarah.
nice play.
Sarah just betting through at that 10. Curto's never folding here, picking up
Yeah,
outs.
good card for Curto.
Well, I like Sarah. Wow, Sarah's freaking
Wild
ravaging,
animal.
man. See, and just value bet Sarah.
Yeah, value bet.
Dude, Sarah is crushing. Oh, I wish I played this game.
She's up
I got in there.
2270, probably up more, like 2400 now.
You know, I like Sarah's check raise 6-4 and Jack
and
8-4.
gets the,
with
especially get the
C-bet.
fives to fold.
You know,
That's
just
huge.
under the gun. I mean, maybe I like it because I see the hands. I
Wow.
don't know. But you know what? She's all over the place, which is great. You can never put it on her hand,
Right.
and
Being
she's
unreadable is
She's
a
gonna get
huge
paid
thing.
off a lot of the times. Also, that makes you just more. You know, people just are gonna go to showdown.
Get that SDV. It's the other one was gin and juice.
Was Chris Brown really arrested in Paris?
I don't know.
From Rosie O'Donnell.
Credibility right there. Check out the cumulative winnings. Sarah's up almost 2,500. Crushing it. Hashtag crushing it.
Jeez. Jonathan, 3 racks. The Dark Knight just grinding up 770. No surprise there.
Grinding.
Our biggest loser in the game is Brad, down 2K, but still smiling and nodding his head
To the beat.
to the beat.
To the beat, y'all. And gin and juice, like the intro, Snoop's supposed dad in the video is like, Snoop Dogg, you better get a job. These things are
I'm
so
a
like
fan of Snoop, but I'm kind of over. Like kind of over his face. He just makes appearances everywhere. He's at the Lakers
Sure.
game doing the tip off. He's throwing the ball. He's with Martha Stewart doing a show. He's like, I don't know, man.
he's got to do his grind though. I mean,
Yeah, I guess I'm hating.
it's like he's got to make a living.
Yeah, shout out to Snoop making a
Snoop.
living out there, just still crushing the world.
Calvin Brodus, that's his real name.
I love this Queen of Diamonds.
Yeah.
Did not flop anything though. Did he bet the flop? It's all red.
All red.
Ara just calls with Ace Queen. I think JP decides to give up,
Has him drawing dead.
and Ara shows. Says, I got the goods, buddy. Good fold.
I got that good love. You didn't know? All right, what are your top Nas songs?
My top Nas songs are. I love New York State of Mind.
Yeah. Oh, wait, New York State.
On Illmatic.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
It's on the Illmatic LP.
Okay.
It's
Well, I must have listened to it if it's on there.
The World Is Yours. My favorite song. What's the name of that song? I can't, it's my favorite artist. I'm drawing a blank here.
It's
My
okay.
favorite Nas song.
We're getting old, man.
You know, obviously it was written. Album is great.
Yeah.
The I Am album, Nostradamus, his 4th album.
Like the
I love the Jay-Z beef. You know, like
Yeah.
Some Ether was
Ether,
great.
yeah.
And there was a song where he just, it's kind of underground, where he just ripped up the whole Rockefeller. Came at Bleak, came at Beanie Siegel, came at, Jay, of course. But I love that era, early 2000s.
Sarah with aces in the small blind. 3 bets.
It's just great. You're running good, you're playing well, and then you just find aces, you're crushing the game, and you're against the ace-8 off. I mean, nice life, Sarah.
And there's an 8.
And she just gets him the flop middle pair, and he's going to go to showdown. He's just going to, give her all the money unless he, improves and finds an 8 somewhere. He does have a backdoor club draw. Could be interesting to see a club here turn. Oh, this
A
is
club would be so ugly.
top 2 versus a set. He's going to raise her.
And
He's going to 3-bet. God. Are we going to see her lose her first big pot?
oh my goodness.
That should be a sick beat.
Club would be so brutal.
We'll be the first casino that hosts it. The 20, 40 years. And then we also have a 200 for it. No, like out there.
There's no way this game will ever
She smoke bets the river. It's bad smoke.
Maybe I'll ask if
Oh, no. Oh my god, that's so sick.
No good.
What the hell is going on? Booyah!
Wow.
I said she handled it
So
well.
sick.
She's up a package. She's like, whatever.
Yeah, I guess there's a big difference if you're up or you're down. When that happens.
Celebration from JJ.
Wow.
Well, hey. Sometimes ace-8 beats the aces.
Sick.
Who can help me out there with that Nas song I'm talking about? half man, half amazing.
You know what's not a famous Nas song I like is,
What is
the one on Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond.
The movie, the end of
Oh.
Blood Diamond.
He has a song on that soundtrack.
Yeah, it's like right when the end credits comes on. Dude, if you don't know, you got it's seriously one
Wow,
of those.
dude. Yeah. Send it to me, bro.
Yeah.
When you get out of here, when I get out of here, send it to me.
Dude, like when that song went on at the end of Blood Diamond, I'm like, oh my god, that's insane. It's actually shorter than his normal song. I think it's only like 2.5 minutes, like the video, but it's like I don't want to like quote and ruin it.
I mean, it's hard to do triple draw games. I don't know. Maybe. Thank you.
It's called Shine on Him.
Shine on him.
Shine on Him. Nas just came out with some new stuff, I think. Like I saw on YouTube.
Yeah, he's got a
You
new
listen-
album out.
yeah.
He's got a new album out. It Ain't Hard to Tell.
It's very.
Is my favorite Nas song.
It ain't hard to tell.
It
Shout
ain't
out
hard
to
to
Scott
tell.
Wigglesby.
I'm gonna do that booyah when I win there.
Yeah, Hate Me Now with P Diddy. Nas and P
You
Diddy.
Can Hate Me Now. Yeah. It's great. Great intro, right?
Yeah.
You want to hate me? Then hate me. What can I do? Keep getting money. Funny, I was just like you.
JP raising up ace jack. Jonathan 3-bets jacks. R is in there hijack. JP 4-bets.
Calvin Jones. These are all bad players. I play better poker.
Okay, come
in.
on.
Come on to the bike, Calvin. Come make some cash.
JP picks up a couple outs. He could hit ace or 10. Jack's still good. JP tune up the aggression. I like it. If you're going to cap it, you cannot slow down on these kind of boards. Oh, sick. Ara nags a 6. Jonathan makes a great laydown.
Lucky turn, buddy.
And JP going to peel if he hits a 10.
It's a 6 ball.
JP needs a 10. Oh, he folds.
Come on. What are you,
It's rainbow.
why are we folding? We
don't know,
bet.
you
We
need 10
bet.
to
We
win.
bet the turn.
Yeah, he bet the turn and got raised by Ara.
I'm not folding.
Yeah, I mean, well, you do get reverse implied if you hit the ace, but if you hit the 10, you're
You
getting
get-
10 to 1.
And you get the
If-
check raise the river.
Yeah, you have exact.
You hit the 10, you
spot
just
odds.
check raise the river every single time. You know, this kid said here, he's talking about the ace-8 versus ace-ace hand. He says this is why limit hold'em sucks.
That hand would have likely played out similarly in no limit.
You know-
There's some hands that play differently, but
Pushing small edges and sometimes is what you do in limit hold'em. It's a grind, man.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you will lose with the best hand, but over time, math's gonna hold up.
right.
You know, so, like Jesse Seminelli used to always say, you know, I used to always tell him everybody runs the same, and I was wrong. You know, people do run better
No,
than
yeah.
people.
That's-
I've lost some big pots in big no limit games and big no limit tournaments that if I just held or didn't run really bad going deep in the main, I could be a millionaire right now. So
Sure.
no, everybody
No.
doesn't run the same.
No, absolutely not.
You know, you put in the hours in limit hold'em. If your cream rises and if you're one of the best, you're gonna get the money.
Right.
If you're better than who you're playing against, you're gonna get the money long term. You can't run bad forever.
Like I had my worst like year and 4 months. I was also against tougher competition during the day shift here, but I was just dealt losers. Like when you're dealt losers, you can't do anything.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can make some plays. You know, you
I
can,
mean,
some spots where you can win and win with the air, get people to fold a better hand and limit hold'em. But
If you're
it's gonna be
dealt
hard.
losers and you have like made hand, like
Yeah.
I probably made maybe 2,000 worth of mistakes. I don't
Yeah.
know. It
it
just
sucks to make mistakes. I make mistakes every day.
Yeah.
You just gotta
No,
learn
yeah.
from them. You know,
Like-
the secret is fold the losers, play the winners.
that's the thing. In no limit, you could go
like
like
life.
many hours without making a mistake. In limit hold'em, because there's so many decisions and junctures.
Yeah.
Like in my peak, I think I was down to like 3 mistakes an hour, and those are always, obviously we hold each other to high standards and very nitpicky.
Sarah bet the turn here with deuces, got raised. You know, when you have ace-10 here, you're just praying your opponent has ace-king. You're like ace-queen. Just
Yeah.
like, oh,
Give it to me,
yeah,
baby.
it's such a great turn card. But, and Sarah bets through it too. You know,
Hey,
maybe getting fold, small hands to fold. Yeah.
Did Joe Ingram ever reach out to you to go on the Poker Life podcast?
He told me anytime I want to be on,
Yeah, just do
just
it.
come
man.
on. But
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
a better spot.
Yeah, man.
You gotta
I'm-
time it. You gotta time it because you're like put out.
Yeah, I got some other stuff going on right now,
Right,
stuff
same.
that I'm working on, and
I'm obviously flattered he asked me, and I will be on his thing but I want to develop some stuff and just be like, I want to,
Joey came out of nowhere too. He's just like boom, just hit the scene like 4 years ago. He worked hard, man, and now he's the guy that people go to, and he
yeah, it's amazing. Like shout out to Joe Ingram. He's
She's the
such
guy,
a good,
man.
such a good ambassador. And
I just seen him at Whole Foods 2 days ago.
really, that's
Ran
awesome.
into him.
Yeah.
We're just talking about
Which
like
chick was he with? I'm just kidding. Oh no! Oh, just kidding, guys.
no comment.
Too real. Too
No
real.
comment. I did meet a girl with him,
Poppy like it's hot.
but he we were just talking about what was in his carriage, and I just put him on to the
Horse's
best coconut because he had some coconut juice that was kind of like swag. And I'm like, dude, the best coconut juice is Harmless Harvest, hands down, never heated, right out of Thailand. It's like drinking a young coconut right out of Thailand. It's expensive, $5 to $6 a bottle, but like it's the best. Wow, we got an awesome multi-way pot here. Jack and the diamonds flopping the only flush draw in the pot in the
Ace
cutoff.
Jack.
Ace Jack is ahead with the top pair in the backdoor flush draw. JP betting, getting 10-7 to fold. Obviously Queen 10 fold, and then just goes heads up with the flush draw. This is obviously going to happen. And 7 of clubs on the turn. Wow, he checks. Let's see a check raise in here. This is pretty. Come on, one time.
JP.
No. Like, if you ever see bet the ace deuce 3 flop get flatted in terms of 7, like check raise. If you checking, check raise a turn, JP. What's going on?
Oh no, diamond.
I mean, he end up saving money, but I don't like this. I don't like his line. And now he donks when the diamond gets there. You see this?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going through his thought process here.
I was gonna get raised.
No, Curl's just thinking about he just calls. Cause
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, like to Curl, like he's check calling and then donks when the diamond comes.
Oh.
He's just like Curl's just kind of confused.
I mean, he also.
I mean, we're raising.
Jack high flush. Yeah.
We're raising.
I mean, you lose to a king high flush, queen high flush, but a jack and a 9 are blockers too, having a king high flush and queen high flush as well. Because a jack goes with the queen, jack goes with the king.
What's up, Jesse? What's going on, brother? Jesse Seminelli's out in Boston, waiting for the ever to open up.
Patiently waiting.
Patiently.
Waiting for a track to
You're welcome, man. He's thanking me for finally admitting that everybody does not run the same. You know, it's nice to play well, but if you run good, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Same. Yeah, me
I'd
too.
rather be, man.
But we're gonna work on our game.
I was really stubborn in the past. I was like, I'd rather be good than lucky, so I could be proud of myself. No, man, like.
When you get old, you're just like.
I
just
agree,
want your
bro.
fair share.
Bluff. I agree, brother. I agree. Because both players play that hand bad, and I would have to say so. I don't like the bad talk anybody's.
Yeah,
getting,
we don't want to bang people, but
it's hard. You know, it's easier said than
They have the hardest job. They're at the table.
When you're out here
raising
watching the
cameras.
hands, you're like, I would have done this. I would have done that. When you're in that moment, it's tough.
Right.
But in that hand, yes. Sarah finds ace queen of spades. Opening +3. The button dark knight 3-bets her with ace 10. I like it because Sarah has been pretty active. Sometimes I like to fold ace 10 here to some opens, but +3, it's she's opening mid. Look at JJ 4-betting the threes out of the big blinds. Like,
And with the highest equity.
Yeah, he's the best hand. If I'm gonna play this hand, I'm going to 4-bet. But
shout out to pocket threes. It's Ryan Feldman's favorite hand.
Let's go. Let's see, Lucky Larry, we call
Looking
it in
for that
Boston.
third 3, and nope,
Ooh,
ace 10 is just
10.
gonna flop top 2.
Dark Knight, just way ahead here. JJ just c-betting. Sarah's just calling here to raise turns, and I love to see Dark Knight just call. Good. Okay.
Oh wow. Looked almost like a 3.
Yeah. When you said "oh wow," I thought JJ turned to set. Oh, Sarah check raised the Dark Knight. Dark Knight's gonna find a 3-bet here every day of the week. Knowing this guy,
Could raise the river too.
he could raise the river, but I like 3-betting the turn.
You gotta mix it up for sure, because like when you 3-bet the turn, especially with Dark Knight's like image, it's pretty nutted usually.
Yeah, but Sarah's not folding.
Yeah.
She's going to look for a queen and a queen only.
Yeah.
Nope. Dark Knight's gonna win this pot.
Sarah with another bad beat.
The Dark Knight's gonna be winning now over
The Dark Knight
a
rises.
rack and a half.
So you're gonna head out there, juicy 40-80 game with Gene Gluck hosting, bring the action. Thank you for coming on to Live at the Bike. We hope to have you more?
Yes, I'm definitely going to be in the mix later on, man. Definitely going to be playing a 40 game when it gets on here sooner, later in the year. I'd like to be back on when you guys have Live and Hold'em games. Commentating was very fun.
Yeah.
I hope I did a great job.
You did.
You know, Jesse, before we leave, Jesse asked if we can get Squeaky here in a bigger,
Oh,
bigger
no.
Hold'em game.
No. That's
I would love to
Squeaky's-
see.
No, Squeaky's not allowed
Why?
on the show or back here.
Why?
It's just not happening.
Oh, man, come on, man. I would love to see Squeaky in a big Limit Hold'em game. But
I guess he could play. He's definitely not coming back here. His motor mouth is...
I don't know. But, yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Live at the Bike, thanks for having me. This was fun. I hope we get to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Anytime.
Wayne.
Shout out
Take
to
care,
Ronnie
brother.
Bardah. See you outside.
Good luck, guys, out there.
It's a skill game, Ronnie.
Crazy. Call. 3 days.
Ronnie Bardah, ladies and gentlemen, get some insight. Squeaky, he could play, but he's definitely not coming back here. It's just he can rub people the wrong way, and like I got nothing against the guy. He and I are okay, but we want to hold things to a higher standard. Like you people commentating need to have played on camera and understand that it does play differently. Also, the high pressure involved. Ideally, we get veterans of the game, like Ronnie Bardah, who's been around. Whereas, like, the world may only see his hand with Miss Finland, but us grinders have seen him for 15 years and just have insight on how he carries himself. Polarized board, King 5-5, 9s paying off, pretty standard. A lot of the chat shouting out, peace, Ronnie Bardah. Take care. Yeah, when I saw him 2.5 years ago, when I was propping 4080, like, I didn't even know about the Miss Finland video because obviously I just knew him from grinding with him. And then after I saw it, I'm like, oh, shoot, son, that is the most hilarious thing. And, you know, he obviously takes it, but it's good. Ronnie Bardah, very respected poker player in the community. Guys, what you see on, like, video and camera, like, Live at the Bike is really good at this, is bringing, like, legitimate pros and characters from the poker world, but it's what you see on camera is such a fraction of what the actual poker world is. Like some people that I've grinded with over the years, live and online, high stakes, mid stakes, they are super good, and you guys have probably never heard of them, and they're just above the rim. They're like the biggest winners in the game. 4 bets from Ace King. Taking control of the hand.
Heads up.
And 6s are going to stay ahead. 3-1 favorite approximately. Being positioned in the small pairs in these spots is so important because you can, when somebody's passive on a board like 7-5-2 in this spot, you could easily value bet the river and get called by Ace King High, Ace Queen High. Whereas if you're out of position and like a jack hits or queen hits, then you miss that bet on the river if you check.
Okay.
Some people we've played with just like online and live, like you guys may not know, like Mark Newhouse, very good player. He's made 2 final tables in the main event. He's won like a huge event in Borgata, I think at WPT. Just super strong player. We know people from like online and live, and we all battle each other online and live. And of course, just all-around grinders get respect for being all-around grinding in different arenas, different locations. The games you see here are representative of Los Angeles games. Your game may play differently. I basically started my career in San Diego, like, Barona, Viejas, and then Ocean's 11, then went online, then Commerce, then Full Tilt, or Hollywood Poker, and then Full Tilt, and then didn't play as much on Stars because I couldn't keep up Supernova Elite. but you know, you dabble on, you kind of see how it is. And now I'm at the Bicycle Hotel and Casino. It's just gotta roll with the punches. The era has totally changed. The landscape's changed.
5 players.
Games have gotten more competitive. It's
They told me both my pocket kings were no good.
yep, they were not good.
One of them is aces.
So a pair of twos with the nut flush draw. It's way ahead. Equity. But needs to improve to beat 10-7.
3 players.
Now 10-7's way ahead.
Call. Heads up.
10-7 folds, so 8-7's ahead now. And there's a spade, check mark for JP with the nut flush. And it goes check, check. Armando G, I've been to Tijuana once. Like, this is my view on vacation. It's like, I live in Los Angeles now. I'm from the Bay Area. I went to school in San Diego. Every time I leave here, I'm just like, why did I leave? It's like so nice in California. People are like fighting to get in, and like people want to take vacations out. Sometimes it's a nice change. Been to Hawaii, been to Taiwan, been to Shanghai, and it's like, been to Korea, and it's like nice and all, but it's like I just want to sleep in my own bed and you know, see the people I know. Like, you go out there, it's like a lot of pressure to like see stuff, do stuff, and you know, hotels are expensive. I think LA has the most poker action, especially if you want to play for a living. It's more consistent than Vegas. Vegas, you kind of are relying on people who come in on the weekends.
Why is everybody so serious? Seriously.
Why so serious?
I think everybody's tired. No, it's like next half hour. Gotta all play good because it's gonna be a long-lasting impression.
Got a raise from JP on the gun +2, ace-10 of clubs. JJ calls 10-9, only gun +3. Jonathan queen-9 off in the hijack. Sarah 9-7 of diamonds in the small blind. Curto with lower diamonds, but flops open-ended from the big blind. JP c-betting is in the field. Curto, I think something might be wrong with the board. It looks like Sarah folded 7 and Curto folded and open-ended. It's unlikely to be correct. Steven, no, they're using $5 chips. The yellows are $5 chips. Albert Schwartz, Live at the Bike's mainly no limit hold'em, but it puts on PLO, pot limit Omaha, and limit hold'em average of 1 or 1.5 times a month. It's education for you guys who are not familiar with the game, since most broadcasts are no limit hold'em. It's edutainment, education, and entertainment. Having experienced players in pot limit Omaha and limit hold'em, so say the no limit game's bad, or you're waiting around for a no limit seat, you can play and just hold your own. There's ways to limit damage to yourself, like in PLO, you can short stack. In limit hold'em, you can play tight pre-flop and not get in tough situations. In no limit hold'em, you can also play tighter, and if you miss the flop, just abandon and not get in tough spots and play in position. So there are ways to limit damage. You may not max EV, but at least you'll be, you know, not in bad shape. So we're gonna see 4-way to a flop. Pocket twos fades a few overcards. A C-bet might take it, since everyone seems to have missed the flop.
He showed pretty graphic stuff of Marilyn Monroe.
That was my favorite, all-time favorite. Like, I love that one the most.
Yeah, like like pretty graphic.
Yeah, like she
stuff
was like
of
in her
her.
lingerie and.
No, like naked.
Yeah, I know.
Topless.
It was very. It was.
Steve Trujillo asks, why aren't they using $10 chips? Sorry. In Limit Hold'em, it's more customary to do a 4-chip, 8-chip structure. So a lot of times when you see $4, $8 Limit Hold'em, you see 4 $1 chips and so on and so on. It actually, when you do 2 chips with $10 chips, it gets kind of awkward.
It was so good.
It just became tradition, I guess, the 4-chip, 8-chip structure.
But imagine
It was so good.
he's supposedly like doing 4 shows. 4 shows. Alright, one
Call around.
You know what I'm called?
Everyone's doing it.
I mean, how could I not? Oh, I'm telling you. I mean, how bad does it have to be?
That is the only way I'm gonna get even.
I like that. I like that. Oh my goodness, lip and 3-bet.
Oh wow, very rare from the Twitch chat says, I don't know if I've ever seen these live at the bike dealers and make a mistake. The live at the bike dealers are especially trained with the RFID cards. There's magic there, and also Sammy. Yeah, you have to be specially trained. They have the headset. They're in contact with us in the back. So
So good.
we have a 6-way pot. JP is going to 3-bet the Jack 10 of spades.
May the worst hand win.
I'm going.
Mine.
6 go with the worst hand.
Check to you.
In Limit Hold'em, this is the Steven Trujillo again. In Limit Hold'em, you can buy in whatever. Usually people buy in 2 racks, but, you know, on camera, some people want to flex, you know? You never know.
It was so good yesterday.
It was good.
So good.
1 bet. 3 raises.
Armando G. PLO means Pot Limit Omaha. One of the more popular forms of poker. R is going to turn 3 2s. And get in a little trouble as Sarah flopped a straight.
Call. Fold. Raise it up.
And Sarah is going to re-raise,
3 bets.
confident that her straight is still good.
May the worst hand win.
Alright. 3 bet. Let's go. Heads up.
Check. 4-5. 4-5. Oh!
Jonathan knew Sarah had 4-5.
Woo! Flop it.
Flip it like it's hot.
May the worst hand win. I'm not celebrating your loss.
Oh, sorry.
I don't mind. May the worst hand win.
I don't know if you know. I'm Sarah. Hi. I'm live player. Live player at the bike. If I'm here, I'm gambling. Right, Jonathan?
Yes.
Thank you.
She warned you guys. May the worst hand win.
And
On the flop.
And I'm the only girl.
On the flop.
And I'm the only girl. What about that part?
Oh yeah.
You have 5-6.
She gets a leg up. Leg up. Blue cookie. Blue cookie.
Thank you.
9 raises. Call.
What is that?
He calls. Raise.
Please, may not the worst hand
No.
win.
I'm gonna gamble.
All right.
Like that?
3 bets.
I'm sorry.
May not the worst hand win, please.
The worst hand. Worst hand.
See 3 bets. Yeah. You let him know.
Come on, Badger.
Alright, what do you need?
Come on, Magic. Don't listen to him. Do you know him? I tip better than him.
Yes, you do. You do.
4 players. Once more.
All right, let's go. Check. Bet. Down.
King
down.
Jack
Raise.
pulls
What is
ahead
down?
on the turn.
That's not nice. Is down a really nice
No,
curve?
down's not. Down's kind of derogatory.
A little bit. Say fold. Fold's a little bit nicer than down.
Have it straight.
Bet. And a call.
No, I have two pair.
Jonathan pulls out on the river with 2 pair, but a 4-liner prevents more action.
Don't get me involved.
Jonathan, we have so much money here.
Thank you.
We got it all for cocktails.
Yeah, order. Order one more bottle, right?
Oh, for cocktails.
How much wine we have left?
Nothing.
Nothing? Oh yeah, one more bottle.
Oh, I don't know about that one. That's
there
not
you
my,
go,
that's,
there you
that's
go.
not my domain.
That's not my name.
Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Ronnie Bardah up in the
The
mix.
last hand, right? The last hand on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Throw it in a pot.
Zerg asks Wayne, what do you usually play when you do it with
And
the
if
bike?
Mike wins,
The priority for my job role is 20-40 limit hold'em, and then when the game fills up or it breaks, then I either play no limit or mix game. It's basically wherever they need me.
these guys. For
Let's
these
go.
guys. Order for these guys.
I don't have, I'm not, should I be a cocktail
Yeah,
waiter?
dealers do not get enough respect. They get treated very poorly. Ronnie's a big advocate of that. I protect the dealer as much as possible at the Bicycle Hotel and Casino,
3 bets.
but
Okay.
we need the entire community to just to treat dealers better.
So I can give my neighbors some
Dealer
money.
gets abused. Tell the floorman.
Oh, okay, let him
Peter
raise-
raises king queen off on the gun +2. Sarah 3-bet 7-6 of diamonds.
I just want a bottle of wine.
Brad 4-bets 10s on the cutoff.
4 bets.
Here you go. Ooh, time. Yeah.
C5. 4 bets.
How much booze ends up on this table, man?
What happened? We're good?
Okay,
We're good?
3 players.
10s are still good. C-bet might take it because it's ace high.
Call. Fold.
Sarah tries to bluff at it.
Heads up.
10 calls. Just gonna fire again. And gets it through. Nice bluff, Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm the only girl. I have a lot to prove.
Sarah repping female poker players.
I can't be bullied by all these men on the table.
Thank you.
Right? A little bit. What?
Pretty good. Only
Armando G, I do not go to gentlemen's club in LA. Nothing against them.
Everybody, Ronnie.
It's
I hear you did a
economics,
good
supply
job.
and demand. If you need to see
are we making it 10
or associate with those girls, then
True.
it's each their own.
Sarah's
I've
the
been
only
in the
girl.
past,
I have a lot
but
to prove.
it's just not really my thing.
Thank you.
There you go, Ronnie. Tell her.
Ronnie.
Hopefully all the viewers are adults.
Not for
Options in life.
3 bet.
Finley Spicer shouts, I want to play a lot of limit. I am a house player for the Bicycle Hotel and Casino. Primarily it's limit hold'em.
Why, Jonathan? Why?
Are raising queen 10 of clubs under the gun. Peter 3-bets right behind ace 6 of hearts. Jonathan calls the big blind ace 9 off.
Jonathan is
3 to a flop.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, voice to beat me. Right, Jonathan? That's what it is.
There's a hard draw for Peter, but top pair for
Jonathan and Wayne
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Royale's gonna kill me.
Jonathan and Wayne
There's
Jonathan.
Ronnie Bardah.
Be careful there.
Call. You get it? 3 bets. Bet.
We have 15 minutes left in the show.
Call.
Ace 9 pulling further ahead,
Check.
and ace 9 stays ahead. Finley Spicer, I've been around the limit hold'em community for probably 15 years, online, live, played as high as 400, 800.
Thank you.
Here comes Sammy.
Do it.
One's on seat 8. Yeah, thank you. Alright, good luck everyone. Thank you very much.
There's a lot of good young up-and-coming players. Looks like Dark Knight plays very
Have you
solid.
guys seen that video where he got
He's
blocked
gonna
by
get
Miss
far.
Finland? She's so hot. She's so hot.
They're talking about Miss Finland and Ronnie Bardah.
Hey, I would have done the same. I would have done the same. I look at her and go, hey, you can have anything. It was like 7 million views. Everybody knows Ronnie now.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, there might be.
Bye.
See you, Ronnie.
Thank you, thank you. Only girl in the house.
Limit Hold'em is just,
Last 30.
they're all different games. Like before
Do it.
No Limit was televised, Limit Hold'em was actually the game of choice. Even though I've made more in my life in No Limit Hold'em, the thing about Limit Hold'em is that makes it more appealing than No Limit is there's less Hollywooding, the action's faster, and you can just play longer hours under stronger conditions. No Limit, you really need to be attentive and on top of things.
Use of hearts in the mug.
So it's just a choice. Some
This is not
trusted sources actually say expected values are probably higher in Limit Hold'em than No Limit and
4 bed.
PLO in LA. Sarah raises 7-8 off on the +1. Brad 3 bets with 10s. Dark Knight 4 bets with 2 chicks at the same time. Ara folds ace 10 in the big blind. It looks like
3 lay.
top 2 pair for Sarah.
Check. Check.
Checks to Dark Knight, who's going to continuation bet. Sarah just calls. And Brad giving Dark Knight a lot of credit. Just calls. There's a king. May slow down the action.
Check.
Dark Knight does check as
Bet.
he's in a way ahead, way behind situation. 2 pair is going to be good. Sarah's going to bet out 2 pair. Brad calls. Dark Knight's in a very weird spot. He does pay. Against predictable opponents, Dark Knight possibly could have folded the river. As played, I agree with him calling, but I'm not there. It's his money. So if he had done whatever he chose to do, he's got to try to make the best decision he can.
Good luck.
I don't know.
Your buddy's here.
Race.
Ronnie Bardah, he has an alter ego called Ron Nasty, where in his younger days he dressed more like a rapper.
What's your name? What's your name?
Sarah raising Jack 2 suit under the gun. Curto picks up kings. Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys.
Nothing. We have a lot of money right here.
4-way to a flop. Ara with 2s in the small blind. Oh no, I guess
Check.
Sarah folded, and kings just opened. Graphics were a little bit wrong. Peter picks up a pair of queens. Ace flop might slow down on action a little bit. Curto is going to continuation bet. Ara peels.
Won like 18 pots in a row or something.
Peter calls.
I'm the only girl.
Check. Check.
What about my monthly rent that I have to pay?
Check.
Do I not have to pay rent because I'm a
Oh, I
man?
have a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
You telling me I have a chance? No, I have no chance. I have a queen.
Kings are going to see the good news.
Fine.
Matt Smith asks Big O, OE mix, any possibility of that game running? There is mixed game in the archives. We're going to try to add as many games as we can. This is an
Sorry.
educational tool and entertainment.
I heard it.
Although, don't get carried away with fancy plays when you see
All right, cocktails here.
Garrett or
Yeah, tell me,
Danzak
What
like
do you
some
get?
wine?
bluffing off
The
big
wine-
hands.
The pain?
That's not working.
No, the wine doesn't work? Oh, I'm sorry.
As Danzak and I preach, and the other commentators probably as well, is solid poker first. Get value, get standard value. You need to be ready for fancy plays when the scenario occurs, but
Beer?
in general,
Beer?
high cards are better than low cards. All cards are not created equal.
And then whatever he wants, 2. Alright, 2?
Yeah, we're gonna spend the rest of this money.
Might be fun
2?
to win some big stacks with pocket twos, flopping a set of twos, but
Whatever it is.
a lot of circumstances, it may not be a good thing. You could get caught set under set. You could reverse imply yourself. A set does not always win.
He's been here a while.
Jonathan, you don't own one.
Heads up.
No, it's enough, right?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
No, we're good. We got a stack and a.
Kratorn Buzz is correct. Poker has changed so much in terms of how people play. When you're inactive and come back, you always need to ask, what's changed? The game rules and the 52 cards don't change, but how people play
Who's the big winner of the night?
can change very quickly.
Like in general, right? Like last time.
Always a winner. You're a winner in my book.
Hit me against 9 men. I'm not
Eight,
find a way.
8 men.
8 men. I'm gonna find a way.
1 man doesn't play.
Somebody's only making that. A lot of people here think the dealer's the enemy too.
I was gonna say, it seems like the dealer's on your side.
Jim Roku asks, how do you beat a game when it goes 6, 7-handed every time?
I don't think
You
it's
try to be the favorite and stay the favorite,
Were you
or
the one that gave me the bad call
get
last
odds.
time?
The bad call?
Yeah.
Try to adhere to math. Like,
Doesn't sound like Sam.
people call this gambling, and there is definitely variance, but
Bad call.
it's a lot of math. It's the same
call
52
that
cards.
much And it was like nothing. That was somebody. It was either you or Magic.
Told you it was a bad call.
No. I said
Raise on 1.
whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not necessarily I'm not going to be an evangelist for
Jonathan
any
is a
single
big
form of
one.
poker game. I think you should
Now, for the
learn
first
all of
time.
them. Right now, I do not
Hallelujah.
know Archie, and I don't know
I
Dramaha,
never see you win.
but it is in the
One-
Right, yeah.
$1,500.
Bicycle Casino mix.
Five. I think. I think
So,
everybody wanted me.
No.
Yeah, need to go learn them, because
I bought in more than that.
or you'll be left in the dust.
2,000. Look at what is
Tomorrow, Jamie Gold will be returning to Live at the Bike,
this?
playing on the show.
Looks like about 5K.
No. It's a stack of nothing. It's a stack of nothing.
You can tell her anything right now, she'll believe you.
It's a stack of nothing. It's
You want to know how much you have?
what?
You want to know?
Sticks, are there more multi-way pots in limit hold'em versus no limit hold'em? Yes, because it's
I was very
in no limit hold'em you could get blown off hands. Like if it was raise, call, somebody re-raises, like we've seen
47 to 80.
on Live at the Bike.
Sam just told me.
They could get all these folds pre, but a 3-bet in limit hold'em, people are going to call and see a flop, and if they hit a piece of flop, they're probably going to the river.
He said 47 to 80. I bought in 2,000.
That's why there tends to be more action in limit hold'em than no limit. No limit too, it's like
What is it? I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna raise.
you PFR, and then say you call with 8s, and the flop's like King 10-4. In no limit, you would likely not continue with 8s, but in limit hold'em, they can't have Ace Queen, Ace Jack, Queen Jack,
That too.
so you might continue and call down in that spot.
Who's the
You
best
think? No.
They're just
See,
different
I don't have
games.
all the money.
It's best to be familiar with as many as possible.
No, I'm betting.
That's what we try to do here at Live at the Bike. JJ here, flops open-ended. Brad and Sarah both have a gut shot and an overcard. Dark Knight's 5s folds, they were actually ahead. And there's the nut straight for Brad and Sarah.
Oh,
JJ can only chop with a queen.
I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna raise.
raise.
I'm gonna let him know.
Call,
I'm not
raise.
scared. I'm not scared of the boys.
I like it, Sarah.
3-bet.
What? Hold on. Do you know what you're doing? Hold on.
Look at these chips. Of course I know.
Okay, hold on. He 3-bet me? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks that way.
I'm gonna 4-bet. I'm gonna 4-bet. I'm gonna 4-bet. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm gonna 4-bet.
It'd be anticlimactic
Is that right?
once
Is that
their hands are revealed.
Guaranteed 8 of hearts, right?
Sarah, show him who's the man.
Who has the nuts?
Pretty sure it's
Who has the nuts? Let's see.
Whoops.
Oh.
Whoops.
Riggery says the skill cap is so low in this game, no learning curve. Actually, that is not true. All forms of poker are very,
I'm gonna
very
raise.
deep.
I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna raise it.
Comment like that is, you're not going to get far in poker in any form. Even the most simple game, Raz, is still very, very deep.
Looks like a 3-bet.
What is that? What is that? He 3-bet?
Yeah, 3-bet.
Do we all have the same hand? I'm gonna 4-bet.
4-bet.
I'm gonna 4-bet. I wanna make
JJ
sure
This is a 3-way.
that I'm
coughing
not
up.
playing like a girl.
This better be a 3-way shot.
No way. Queen.
JJ's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to get
no,
chopped
call,
up in
call,
this
call.
hand with the second nuts.
10 queen. 10 queen.
All three.
You got me. What do you do? You have something, right?
Hey, hey, high five, high five. We got his money.
I wanted all of it.
You can't. Do you know me? I'm not gonna raise you with nothing.
Half, half. You guys can take the what's in front of you guys. I'm gonna chill that. I will finish in about an hour.
Did you have hearts?
Listen. I don't know your name.
I knew you were
but
gonna be
I'm never
working
gonna
there,
raise you
Sammy.
drawing dead
Yeah,
away.
you're
Just to
gonna
let
have
you
to
know.
I didn't think you were drawing dead.
Well, I mean, okay. I'm not gonna raise you if I don't have the nuts. Did you have the nuts? I have the nuts.
I had the nuts.
I had the nuts too. Okay. I just
But
want to
he's got,
establish.
he's got the clubs going.
Who cares?
One
Where's
more
the
card,
club
you might
draw?
have got there.
On the river?
You need the 9 of clubs to come on the ocean.
Yeah, let's do 9 of clubs, 7 of clubs. That helps the cause.
Ross Boss 85 says, why when you don't support college
Ah,
girls?
works for Sammy.
Enjoy my money.
Yeah.
If you want to support college girls, you
Woohoo,
can
we're so
go
sad
ahead.
for you, Sammy.
No. I'm sure you're not.
I'm sure I'm not.
Everyone's free to do what they want with their money, just as in poker.
Yeah, you took
So
the
yeah,
order.
the
They took
biggest
the order.
winner is you, Sarah, and Jonathan is second.
That's a 7-card streak.
Jonathan, you're second.
Huh?
I'm the biggest winner. Like usual.
Sarah's up
And you're the second
27. Oh, she's up 3,000.
I'm sure I
Gave
love
me he's looking like 2K.
Jonathan's up 2,000. Biggest
How many more
winners.
minutes?
Dark Knight's up 1,000.
15.
Kurto's up 730.
Sarah, you want to maintain that, right? You don't
Listen.
wanna-
See if you can
End of our episode. Shout out to director Brian Arkaki, producer Ryan Feldman, graphics Patrick Kern, executive producer Evelyn Dullart.
It's impossible.
I'm Wayne Chung.
I'm
I
a strong player.
Sarah, the reason you're ahead was
Have,
because of that 4 or 5.
over 100 episodes playing live with the bike.
4 or
I think
5,
commentating,
you
I'm approaching
said,
about
"May the worst hand
100
win."
episodes as well.
Oh, yeah.
Play all the
I
games.
think I had
Glad to do this. Shout out to Ronnie Bardah, our guest commentator. Subscribe now. $19.99 a month. Diamond $199 a year. 2 months free for a Diamond subscription. For a free week, use promo code POKER. We have a lot of top players above the rim. Action plus just tools in general to help you get better from the smallest stakes to the largest stakes. They all play very differently. So we just want to help. So peace out, guys.